A soul heretic. Born 1.
A Grand Soul Master over level 20. Going for the kill on a 6-year-old who just awakened his martial soul.
Come back to Shrek for rehabilitation. Resist, and you die on the spot.
Rehabilitation? Nice word for it. You drag me back to be a lab rat or have my martial soul crippled. Not going.
You had your chance. First soul skill, Inferno Cleave. Second.
Second my ass.
Someone grab him. He's a soul heretic. Deacon, he's only 6. A 6-year-old soul heretic only gets worse with age. Useless trash. Fine, I'll chase him myself.
This 6-year-old body is way too weak. That should be far enough. Huh? A martial soul? Ha 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 ha. Master of the eroding source flame. Sun-severing blaze. Abyssal ebon edge. Ha ha ha. This is freaking amazing. I can actually fly. Ah, who's there?
Boy. You're coming with me.
It's DT.
A mere human child knows of me?
No should I know you. Put your martial soul away. You stand no chance against me. Of this. The breath of life. The lake of life.
How does a brat like you know so much?
B books. I read in books. So beautiful. Wait, silver hair, purple eyes. The Silver Dragon King, Guyana. Little one. May I have your name? Lu Yuan.
Xiao Yuan. May I see your martial soul?
MM.
Is that the Fire Dragon King? But why does its aura feel so strange?
Uncle Fire Dragon King? My lord, that's impossible. How does he look anything like Uncle Fire Dragon King?
This beautiful lady here, her martial soul, is actually a legendary Fire Dragon King. It only emits black smoke because the abyss corrupted it.
Impossible. This is absolutely not the Fire Dragon King.
This old timer here, the Fire Dragon King you speak of might not be the same Dragon King.
Xiao Yuan, where's your family?
I don't have a family anymore. When my martial soul awakened, Shrek hunted me down. They call me a soul heretic. I've got nothing left now.
Shrek.
Xiao Yuan, since you have no home to return to, why not stay here in the Stardow Forest?
See, can I really?
You called me big sister, so I'll be your big sister now. I'll be your family.
I do. I really do.
Say it. Call me big sister.
My lord, aren't you being a bit too hasty?
Xiao Yuan, you're not staying here just to be a little brother. The Stardow Forest needs its own deity.
My lord.
Humans have their divine mandates, the war deity, the life deity, the benevolent deity. They hold all the seats. But as soul beasts, besides me and the Golden Dragon King, we have no one. But I'm weakened by the sword energy of the Azura Demon Sword. The Golden Dragon King is sealed in the Celestial Realm. The reason soul beasts struggle so much is because no one in the Celestial Realm speaks for us. My strength alone is far from enough. Xiao Yuan's martial soul is special. If that power can be cultivated to its ultimate potential.
My lord, this child's power is too strange. What if?
What if what? What if he becomes a soul heretic? Humans already call him that. Can we possibly do worse? Besides, Xiao Yuan is still just a child. What he becomes, that's up to us to teach him. Ditian, go summon the other fierce beasts. Let them meet Xiao Yuan.
Yes.
We greet the Lord. This young man is named Lu Yuan. From this day forward, he is my younger brother. He equals the imperial auspicious beast, the three-eyed golden lion.
What? On what grounds, my lord? I was here first. My lord, the auspicious beast carries the fate of all Stardow. Countless soul beasts revere it by instinct. How can a mere child possibly stand beside the auspicious beast?
My lord, you mustn't. Humans are our natural enemies. Who does he think he is? Fair lord, the words of our master are not yours to question.
Xiao Yuan possesses a mutated martial soul. His talent far surpasses any human here. I'm certain the height Xiao Yuan will reach in the future surpass anything you could achieve. I took him as my brother because he's Stardow's future pillar. From now on, no one shall harm him or bully him.
We obey our lord. We'll protect the young master.
Auspicious beast, don't overthink it. You and Xiao Yuan each have your own missions. Besides, weren't you bored here in Stardow? Now you'll have Xiao Yuan as company.
Fine.
My lord, since everyone's awake now, why not teach those humans outside a lesson? We slept for years. Humans took advantage, steadily devouring the Stardow forest. Soul Beast's space keeps shrinking. If we don't fight back, we're finished.
No. The gap between us and the humans is too vast. Even if we launch a beast tide, we can hold off the tidal Dolua. But what of mid and low-level beasts? We'd lose too many.
Now you want revenge? Where was this energy before?
Baiji is right. Now is not the time for a counterattack.
Why, my lord?
Because I've sensed the auras of many deities. In this era, only by recovering my injuries can I achieve my ultimate goal. That is why I'm nurturing Xiaoyuan. Xiaoyuan's talent is extraordinary, his potential limitless. He may very well become a deity in the future. I intend to raise him as the guardian of the Stardow forest.
What?
This is no joking matter.
Sister, I have a plan that could bring Stardow back from the brink.
You? A plan? Let's hear it.
Your cultivation is so powerful, uncles and aunts. Why not lead the high-level soul beast of the clan to the forest edge and hunt soul masters there? Once the soul masters know the danger, they won't dare come again. This won't completely stop soul beasts from being hunted, but at least it will greatly reduce the numbers.
You are a human. Why would you give us such an idea?
I'm an orphan with nowhere to go. I just awakened my martial soul and haven't done anything. Shrike's people try to haul me off like some soul heretic. It's dangerous out there. I'm still young, can't do much. So consider this my way of paying you back.
How could Shrek do that? This is outrageous.
Never thought a little guy like you would have been through all that. Shrek really doesn't do right by anyone, huh? Old Bear here officially approves of you now.
My instincts were right after all. Xiaoyuan repays kindness with gratitude. What a good kid. No other objections from anyone? Then we'll go with what Xiaoyuan suggested.
No objections here.
Who's the strongest in Shrek now?
Muin, I'd say. He's a rank 99 limit Dolua. You're far from challenging him.
Sis, about that.
What is it, Xiaoyuan? Is there something you need your big sister to help with?
Sis, can I absorb a soul ring now? I still haven't absorbed one.
You really should by now. Go on, what attribute do you want?
Fire, darkness, dragon-type soul beast, if possible.
Just find me 100-year one.
My lord, raise him with the best. Give him a soul bone first.
Uncle D. How many years can I handle right now?
A few hundred. Standard for a normal human. Wait here. I'll go find a soul beast. My father's. He failed his tribulation. I kept it as a keepsake. Now it's yours, don't let us down.
Thank you, Uncle Chi Wong. 300,000 years of heritage, utterly domineering.
Are you feeling unwell anywhere?
What are soul skills?
Black clouds blot out the dust. 100 spirits arise.
What a sinister soul skill.
It comes with my martial soul. I can't help it.
I'd say you're enjoying it quite a bit.
With talent like this, of course I enjoy it. Jealous, little golden fur?
Don't call me little golden fur. I am the imperial auspicious beast.
My soul power is still rising. The level 20 bottleneck loosened, sister. I think I broke through again. I can absorb one more soul ring.
That's the depth of that 300,000-year soul bone. The level 10 bottleneck blocked the soul power. After breaking through, it all releases. Jumping levels directly is normal. After absorbing the second soul ring, I won't be far from level 30.
A solid foundation built purely from soul power. Much stronger than those shallow foundations built through meditation.
Restrain yourself. Is your realm stable?
Rock solid. If you don't believe me, I'll show you after I absorb the second soul ring. Sigh.
I'll go get something to eat. Golden jade fruit. It nourishes the body and boosts soul power. Eat only one at a time. More than that harms your foundation with medicinal buildup.
So sweet. Ink black scale feathers. Fire and dark dual attributes. Just right for you.
Go ahead. No need to hold back.
Level 26. Soul bone plus soul ring. Jumped 6 levels in a row.
Don't get too proud. There are plenty of geniuses.
With my background, why should I keep a low profile? No matter how talented they are, when they meet me, they still have to call me a genius.
Can you be a little humble? You're asking to get beaten.
Isn't getting stronger exactly so you can show off in front of others? Why should I lower myself before the weak?
Confidence is fine, but not arrogance. The road ahead is long. Keep reverence in your heart. Don't let smooth sailing go to your head. Cross the bottom line and stray onto the wrong path.
Haha. With you here, sister, if the sky falls, you'll hold it up. What do I have to fear?
Tonight we're sleeping in a tree hollow with the auspicious beast. These next few days, build your own shelter as part of your training. Formal cultivation starts tomorrow.
Good night. You really took down a Grand Soul Master without a single soul ring?
What can I say? My martial soul's just built different.
Then why do I always get my ass kicked when I spar with Red King?
He's Ian's old. You're 10,000. Getting wrecked is normal.
I've got 3 eyes. He's got 3 heads. 3 on 3. Why the hell am I losing?
Ha, what can your 3 eyes even do?
I can glare at him. One glare and he forgets we're fighting.
That's just him going easy on you.
No way. Uncle Red King's the most honest guy ever. Sleep. What are we eating tomorrow?
Weren't you about to sleep?
Can't I ask first? I have to hunt for myself. Uncle Dtion said so. I want meat. I want a Cyclops servant's head. Super nourishing.
Let's just eat it raw. I'll cook for you from now on. You're about to witness human culinary art.
Really? Tomorrow I'll catch a rabbit so you can show off.
Deal.
Why were you sleeping so far in? Scared I'll crush you?
You're over 3 meters long. If you roll on me, I'm flat.
He has a dark dragon martial soul. Innate full soul power. He lost control and hurt people. Twin martial souls, sword first, dark dragon second. Innate full soul power, a promising seed. He fled to Stardew Forest. A 6-year-old kid. Likely dead, but we still search. Send 1 soul king to lead, with 10 soul elders following. As long as we bring him back, it'll be a blade for Shrek. If he refuses to submit, classify him as a soul heretic. A continent-wide bounty. Yes. Better we destroy him. Then leave him for anyone else. Ah.
What are you doing out here all alone, Xiaoyuan?
The auspicious beast sleeps like a rock. It pushed me right out.
Perfect timing, now that you're awake. I'll teach you to meditate. Build a solid base to steady your soul power. Meditation refines it. Don't just pile it up. Feel each strand flow. Eat something first.
5 cycles. Good. Sword training this afternoon. Stop hacking wildly.
1 soul king, 10 soul elders heading to Stardew Forest's edge. Find a black-haired, red-eyed boy, level 10 soul power. Suspected dark martial soul. Subdue and bring him back. Yes. Dinner's in the bag today. Teams of 5. Drive off soul beasts. Don't get bogged down. A dark gold claw bear. Here in the outskirts? Ah. Humph. You call that a scratch? Ah. Help! Ah. Help! Lu Yuan, help! Ah. Love. Ah. Why don't you follow the rules? Why come to the outskirts? I go wherever the hell I want. The rules you humans made. What do they have to do with me? Roar! The war began long ago. Before, you hunted us. Now it's our turn. Bug! This kid's got a ruthless streak. His idea is damn good.
Focus your spirit. Draw upon your origin essence. My body feels more energized. My martial soul is truly gifted. Keep honing it every day, and my soul power will advance even further. The twin flame killing technique will reveal itself in time.
Got it. I'll go find ingredients first.
I brought the ingredients. Let's see what you can do in the kitchen.
How about you breathe some fire?
Flip it now. The skin needs to be crispy and charred.
I was worried you couldn't cook. Just checking.
Oomph. Try it, sis.
Not bad. You've got decent technique.
Good.
If it's this good, we need to catch more of these.
Why don't you go borrow some spices from the Soul Master?
On it.
Ever since my martial soul awakened, I keep dreaming about a valley. A spring, half hot, half cold, with glowing flowers. Could it be connected to my martial soul?
Detion.
What are your orders, my lord?
Do you know of a special forest shrouded in mist?
2 places fit best. Sunset Forest is closest to Stardow. The Heretic Forest is far away on the Sun Moon continent.
Tomorrow, we head to Sunset Forest.
Going yourself is too risky. Let me handle it.
I'll suppress my power. Heaven won't notice. Rest. Tomorrow we'll find your dream place.
Thank you, sis. This place is seriously creepy.
Xiao Yuan, is this it?
Kinda looks like it. Let's go check it out.
Go inside.
Whoa, the life essence here is dense. The twin springs are shifting.
That's the aura of the Fire Dragon King and Ice Dragon King. The yin-yang well of ice and fire. Intruders.
Brother, what's wrong? Did something happen in the lower realm? It's all because of those 2 deities, benevolent and evil. All the burden's been dumped on you. Just rest properly today.
I hope it's just my imagination.
Stop. Who are you to trespass here? That lord will surely punish you. How could you do this? That lord won't let you get away with it.
Bring him out. I'd like to see who has the nerve to desecrate the resting place of the 2 Dragon Kings.
Ah.
All immortal grade treasures. Detion. Take them all.
My lord, spare us. We don't want to die or leave.
You've enjoyed Dragon King's blessings for years. Time to give back.
These few gain sentience over 100,000 years. What do we do?
Take them back to the Lake of Life and keep them captive. When Xiao Yuan needs them, they will be sacrificed. Soul rings, soul bones, bodies for medicine. No waste.
Detion understands. Get lost, now. Yes, keep an eye on them. This human kid is odd. His dragon aura beats ours. Why is black mist seeping from his body? Uncle Fire Dragon King, Anti-Ice Dragon King. I finally found you.
Detion, it's been a long time. The little one from back then has grown so much.
How did you find this place? Good child. The Dragon Clan has a worthy successor. Have you come because you found a way to revive the Dragon Clan?
I'm the only deity tier soul beast left. I can only exert first-rank deity power at best. And rescue the Golden Dragon King is nearly impossible. Fortunately, Xiao Yuan's talent is extraordinary. I'll raise him to deity to share our revenge.
Only you at deity tier? What about the other beast deities?
With your talent, you should be a deity. What happened? It's all because those human deities set the rules. I face a tribulation every 100,000 years. Soul beasts can't ascend. The celestial realm's punishments get harsher every time. I've lived 800,000 years. I can only suppress my power. I dare not break through. A deity king's son hiding to survive? This is utterly absurd.
So how many true dragons remain in the Dragon Clan?
Counting me and Detion, 1 Hell Demon Dragon. Plus the sealed Golden Dragon King, that makes 4. And Xiao Yuan makes 5, if barely.
Uncle, Auntie, can I take your dragon souls away with me? Back then I was slain by the dragon god. My soul should have scattered. But the skull drum fell here, becoming the twin eyes of ice and fire, preserving this wisp of our remnant souls. Yet it also means we can never leave this place. Wait, you were slain by the dragon god? Not the war deity? As if that war deity could kill me. Kid, are you still half asleep?
You mean the Dragon Clan's calamity wasn't because of the human deity's rebellion?
The root of that calamity lies with the dragon god himself.
What are you panicking for? Even if the dragon god was at fault, the human deities exterminating the dragon clan is still a fact. How can this blood feud simply be dismissed?
Pull yourselves together. The Dragon Clan's revival still depends on you.
This is my dragon core. It's yours now. Your daily cultivation can absorb its dragon power. When you face the divine tribulation in the future, it will lend you a hand as well.
Thank you, Senior.
Train well. Don't let us down. Uncle, Auntie, is there truly no way to take you away from here?
Our dragon bones lie right here. Moving the entire twin eyes of ice and fire is easier said than done. Just let us sleep here. If you ever miss us, come and visit.
Xiao Yuan, go rest first. We'll discuss everything tomorrow.
My lord,
The Fire Dragon King is right. We cannot just wallow in despair like this. The dragon god was guilty. So were the human deities. Distribute the immortal herbs among the fierce beasts and promising soul beasts. Make sure Lu Yuan gets his share.
Where did you go with my lord and the others?
Secret.
I dug out all the jars and bottles you wanted. The storage soul devices are piled inside. Pick whatever you like.
Celestial Chrysanthemum, 9 and 10 who take it gain an indestructible body. Eat the stamen first, then the petals. The root enhances your aura. 1 drop can greatly boost your spiritual power. It'll help you reach your third 10,000-year ring.
Start absorbing. I'm just 1 step away from level 28.
It's already dark. Come hunting with me.
I'll handle the cooking. Hunting is exhausting and dangerous.
You have to go.
Lu Yuan was speechless. Fine. I'll reluctantly tag along. The 3-eyed golden lion nodded with satisfaction. Let's move. Lu Yuan packed everything up, stuffed it into a storage soul device. The 3-eyed golden lion stared at those treasures, green with envy. I won't even mention that dragon core. How did my lord even give you living gold? Sis not shoved it on me. What was I supposed to do? Lu Yuan shrugged, looking extremely smug. The 3-eyed golden lion curled her lip. This guy is seriously insufferable. Meanwhile, at the outskirts of Stardoe Forest, Xiaoyan stopped. Her eyes swept the surroundings, carrying a trace of caution. Her plain clothes couldn't hide her soul emperor power. Among ordinary soul masters, she was already considered a powerhouse. Beside her, a petite girl with bright, lively features, timid and curious, entering the great forest for the first time. Xiao Xiao stayed close to Xiaoyan's side. She asked in a low voice, Aunt Yan, will we find a suitable soul beast today? Xiao Xiao was only 6 years old. She'd just awakened twin martial souls. Exceptional talent. She needed a compatible first soul ring to stabilize her foundation. Her family was modest. After awakening her martial soul, Xiao Xiao became the family's precious treasure. The family's only hope. They could only try the outermost area. After a full day of searching, still no suitable soul beast. Xiaoyan raised her hand and rubbed Xiao Xiao's little head. Her tone was grave as she warned, it's too late. Soul beasts become far more active at night. The danger doubles. We'll camp here for now. We'll keep looking first thing tomorrow morning. Xiao Xiao, remember to stay right by my side. We're off under any circumstances. Stardoe Forest has been far from peaceful lately. The constant services reported from the outskirts. A 10,000-year soul beast was spotted nearby. Hard to say if it's true, but we can't afford to be careless. Xiao Xiao's chest tightened. She clutched her hem and nodded. Got it. Zhang Xiaoyan gathered dry twigs and leaves. She piled them on flat ground to make a fire. 6-year-old Xiao Xiao stood quietly to the side. Still disappointed, she found no soul ring today. We'll warm up soon. Nights here freeze. There we go. Xiaoyan glanced back at the obedient little girl. Her tone was gentle. Xiao Xiao nodded softly. A small smile appeared on her little face as she murmured, thank you, Aunt Yan. Neither of them knew. In the shadows of this seemingly calm and silent stretch of forest, several pitch-black figures had been tailing them for a long time. In a dark corner where layers of tree shadows overlapped, 5 black-clad figures hid themselves, their eyes cold and venomous, staring dead at the unsuspecting woman and child not far away. They came to kill. The great clans of Wutan, the Nalan, Jialia, and Aoba families checked the Xiao family. For years, the powers had stayed out of each other's way, maintaining a delicate balance. But ever since Xiao Xiao's martial soul awakened, that balance was shattered completely. Innate full soul power, a rare twin martial soul, a talent this monstrous, had never appeared in the entire 1,000-year history of Wutan City. The Xiao family was already a prominent local clan. Now a freakish genius joins their ranks. They would inevitably soar to the top and crush every other clan, and rule unchallenged. The long-held balance was utterly broken. The other great families were burning with jealousy and fear. Watch the Xiao family, their equals for generations, suddenly produce a heaven-blessed prodigy like this. Jealousy took root. Malice grew. The great families schemed in secret, forming a conspiracy to target the Xiao family throughout the city, framing them, cutting resources, sabotage, stirring conflict. In a month, the Xiao family was suppressed, struggling to survive. But as long as Xiao Xiao was alive, the Xiao family had hope. Kill weeds, pull roots. News spread. Xiao Xiao entered Stardoe Forest to search for her first soul ring. The great families hired a top assassin squad to follow silently. Stardoe was perfect to strike. Nothing could be better. Just slaughter the two of them, disguised as an accident. A soul beast attack. No traces. No one to blame. Snuffing out the Xiao family's last hope of comeback for good. Night deepened. The forest grew darker. Seeing Xiaoyan and Xiao Xiao completely let their guard down, focused on tending the fire and preparing food. The moment had come. The lead assassin barked a cold command. His hoarse voice cut through the air like a blade of ice. 5 shadows burst through the darkness in an instant. They landed in the clearing, sealing off every escape route. Clad in pitch-black combat gear, faces covered, revealing only cold, bloodthirsty eyes. A murderous aura swept across the entire clearing, shattering the forest silence as their soul power erupted. A terrifying pressure instantly engulfed the open ground. The leader's soul power was deep and overwhelming. 7 soul rings rose one after another. 2 yellow, 2 purple, 3 black. A soul sage. The other 4 assassins were all above rank 60, pure soul emperor level. A hunting squad this powerful and terrifying, deployed just to kill a soul master escorting a child. The sudden ambush made Xiao Xiao freeze in terror. She instinctively hid behind Xiao Yun, her small hands clutching Xiao Yun's clothes desperately, her eyes filled with pure fear. Xiao Yun's expression changed instantly. Her heart sank like a stone. She summoned her soul power without hesitation. 3 massive bronze cauldrons, engraved with complex runes, materialized around her. Yellow, purple, black, 6 soul rings blaze of life. Xiao Yun moved swiftly, shielding young Xiao Xiao firmly behind her, her body tense, her voice cold and sharp as she demanded, "Who are you? Why are you surrounding us?" The lead soul sage assassin let out a cold, mocking laugh, his tone cruel and indifferent. "I don't need to know who we are. You only need to know that we're here to take your lives. Someone paid a fortune for both your heads. Tonight you die." Countless thoughts flashed through Xiao Yun's mind like lightning. Could it be those noble families in the city? It has to be them. Regret and shock flooded her heart. Despair set in. She had brought Xiao Xiao into the forest to hunt for soul rings. The family had wanted to send several soul emperors as escorts. But after much deliberation, they decided too many people would draw too much attention, easily attracting unwanted eyes and creating more risks. In the end, they decided she alone would serve as the close guard. Low profile, stealthy, safe. But they never imagined these families' hatred and murderous intent ran this deep. Their intelligence network this terrifying. They knew precisely when they were traveling alone, and dispatched such a terrifying kill squad. Alone, she had to face 1 soul sage and 4 soul emperors. No chance of victory, but she absolutely could not panic. "I can't give up. Xiao Xiao is the Xiao family's last hope. Everything our future rests on, even if it costs me my life. I have to protect this child. Between life and death." Xiao Yun forcibly suppressed the despair in her heart. She spoke in a low voice, trying to find a sliver of survival. "We're all just here for money. The Xiao family will double it. Take it all. Just let the 2 of us walk away alive." The killers sneered. "Double? Too late. This is our job, and we take professionalism seriously. We never back out. Enough talk. Die." All 5 unleashed their martial souls. Soul power crashed down like an avalanche. In their eyes, Xiao Yun was dying, struggling in vain. As for the one hiding behind her, Xiao Xiao, barely 6 years old, without even a single soul ring, she wasn't worth a second thought. No threat at all. All they had to do was cut down Xiao Yun, blocking their path. Then a mere child could be crushed like an afterthought. A clean finish. The 5 black-clad killers surged forward. Soul skill light of every color exploded across the sky. They came at Xiao Yun with killing intent. "Xiao Xiao, run. Don't look back." Live. In that split second, Xiao Yun's eyes blazed crimson. She channeled power into the cauldron. Gritting her teeth, she seized one of the massive bronze cauldrons and hurled it backward with all her might. Then soul power wrapped around Xiao Zhao's tiny body, launching the unprepared child violently outward. The immense force carried Xiao Zhao's small frame, like a kite with its string cut. In an instant, she was flung deep into the pitch-black forest. Some killers broke off to pursue. "She's getting away. Stop her." The black-clad soul sage barked. "You, go after her. Bring back her head." Yes, but the moment he moved, "You will not touch my Xiao Xiao." Xiao's eyes lit free. She was fighting to the death. She knew there was no way out today. She had already resolved to take them all down with her. She would not give them the chance to split up and chase the child. All 3 soul-suppressing cauldrons roared and trembled in unison. Her blood burned. 6 skill cauldron. 3 giant bronze cauldrons hovered in the air, resonating as one. Ancient patterns blazed gold-green. All 5, including the Soul Emperor about to pursue, were utterly trapped within this battlefield. Cauldron light sealed every escape route. CH-19, Xiao Xiao flees. But she gritted her teeth and held on. Not one step back. To reach her, step over my corpse. The black-clad figure was instantly frozen in place. The lead Soul Emperor's face darkened, his killing intent blazing hotter. Hit her soul skill with everything you've got. No more holding back. End this fast. All soul skills, full power. A terrifying barrage of soul attacks erupted. Wave after wave of lethal strikes crashed down, slammed into the 3 lives cauldron's barrier. The roar of violent soul power echoed through the forest. Xiao Xiao was hurled backward by the massive shockwave. Her tiny body crashed through layers of branches, tumbling and rolling into the thick underbrush. Every inch of her body ached to the bone. Branches scratched her skin, drawing thin lines of blood. The pain made her eyes redden, tears brimming at the edges. But the roars, explosions, and Yun Yi's desperate fight left no pause. The violent blasts of soul power, and the fluctuations of Yun Yi's life or death resistance. She didn't dare stop for even a second. No time for tears. Behind her was a death trap. A certain death. Yun Yi was burning her own life away, just to buy her a sliver of escape. She ran with all her might, stumbling forward, running like a mad thing. Trees blurred past, wind howling in her ears. Her heart pounded wildly, terror seizing every fiber of her being. She didn't know if she was heading right or what lay ahead. She didn't know how much longer she could run, how far she could go. Her only thought was to run, to survive. She ran until the roar of battle faded far behind her. Silence slowly returned to the world around her. Just as her legs were about to give out, 2 figures appeared. A composed young man in black stood tall, chickens dangling from his hand. Beside him, a 3-eyed golden lion with a shimmering golden coat. Its fur gleamed with radiant golden light. It wagged its tail, tilting its head at the bedraggled little girl. Xiao Xiao, fleeing for her life, froze in her tracks. Her terrified, tear-filled eyes went wide. She stared blankly at the 2 strangers before her. She had just barely escaped death, shaking off her pursuers. She had thought she might finally find a chance to live. It had an extraordinary presence. It thrilled Xiao Xiao's mind. Also evil monsters, especially one that looked as majestic and high-ranked. She was utterly despairing. Her frayed nerves finally snapped. She curled into a sobbing ball and pleaded in a tiny, frightened voice. She was completely desperate. Her mind stretched to its breaking point, snapping in an instant. Sobbing, she curled into a ball and pleaded in a small, timid voice. "Please don't eat me. I don't taste good. I'm all skin and bones. There's no meat on me at all. Please." 3-eyed golden lion's round eyes widened in shock. She rolled her eyes so hard it was a miracle they didn't get stuck. She was the imperial auspicious beast, blessed by fate itself, revered and worshipped by countless soul beasts her entire life. And now she'd been reduced to some child-eating monster? She hadn't even done anything. She just glanced at the little girl out of curiosity. How did that make her a man-eating beast? Lu Yuan spoke up. Hey there, little one. We're not going to hurt you. What's your name? And how did you end up this deep in the Stardoe forest all alone? Xiao Xiao's eyes were blurred with tears. She was hiccuping, about to answer. Came the sudden sound of rushing wind. 5 cold, pitch-black figures. Xiaoyan had fought desperately, but the gap in power was too great. She'd fallen the moment the 5 landed. Their eyes locked onto the tiny girl, crumbling around with no strength left to resist. Their tense faces twisted into savage grins. Run, little brat. Why'd you stop running? Ha ha ha. You ran all that way, and you still ended up in our hands. That loyal mate of yours is dead as dirt. Now it's your turn to join her. Their cruel, mocking laughter echoed through the trees. But then, a soul emperor glimpsed it. He spotted Lu Yuan and the 3-eyed soul beast nearby. He shouted in alarm, "B-boss, there's someone here. There's a soul beast." The arrogant laughter cut off instantly. Every pair of eyes locked onto Lu Yuan and the 3-eyed golden lion. The air went deathly still. Tension crackled like a drawn blade. Lu Yuan stood motionless, staring at the 5 masked men, radiating pure malice. He instantly filled in the blanks. Classic rich family feud. Noble house power struggle. The black-clad men looked Lu Yuan up and down. He glanced at the docile lion. Seeing no one else around, their nerves settled completely. They looked at him with contempt. You dare stick your nose in our business? A scrawny little boy, and some nameless golden mutt, trying to play hero? You don't know your place. And heard what you shouldn't have. Don't blame us for being ruthless. Ha ha ha. Sweet dreams, kid. Sighed. Xiao Xiao's last shred of hope crumbled to dust. Her face was deathly pale, tears streaming down uncontrollably. Her young heart sank to the very bottom. It's over. It's all over. Aunt Yun sacrificed her life to help her escape. She didn't survive and dragged a kind stranger down with her. It was all because she was too weak, too useless. Xiao Xiao clenched her tiny fists tightly. Her heart was filled with guilt and despair. She had already prepared herself to die right then and there. The 3-eyed golden lion let out a furious roar. The Red King, the 5 black-clad men's pupils shrank sharply. Their bodies stiffened, faces full of utter disbelief. A soul beast that can speak. A soul beast that speaks human language. A soul beast needs 100,000 years to speak. Fear crept in as the earth began to tremble violently. A massive dark silhouette loomed from the dense forest. A gigantic 3-headed fire lion, over 5 meters long, slowly stepped out. Each lion head, over a meter in diameter, was ferocious and majestic. Its fangs shimmered with a crimson gold blaze. Faint hellish black flames flickered around its entire body. The Red King's 3 heads turned simultaneously. Its scarlet pupils swept over the 5 frozen men, shivering uncontrollably. A voice laced with mockery rang out. Laugh. Why aren't you laughing? No sense of humor? Which does your laugh? Another 100,000-year soul beast that can speak. The 5 men's faces turned completely ashen. They were soul sages at most, the rest soul emperors. Before top-tier soul beasts, they were nothing but ants and dust, fragile beyond measure. Before they could even think to beg, the Red King's 3 heads opened their massive jaws. Hellfire surged into waves of flame, filling the sky. It engulfed all 5. Their screams vanished instantly. 5 figures were completely swallowed by the blaze, burned to nothing. After the Red King finished off those small fries, its 3 heads turned to Xiao Xiao, still on the ground, completely frozen in shock. Lu Yuan stepped forward slowly, waving his hand gently before Xiao Xiao's dazed eyes. Little one, it's okay now. The bad people have been chased away. No need to be scared. Xiao Xiao slowly came to. Her vacant gaze gradually refocused. She looked at Lu Yuan, then at the 3-eyed golden lion, and finally at the Red King. She couldn't process it. She choked back a sob, wiped her tears, and spoke timidly, full of confusion. Are you all soul beasts? Lu Yuan smiled and shook his head. They're soul beasts from the Stardoe forest. I'm human, just like you. Xiao Xiao was completely stunned. A human? How could a human be this close to soul beasts? This harmony, the scene before her eyes, it completely shattered everything she thought she knew. She sniffled, nose twitching as she rose. Her voice came soft and timid as she introduced herself. I'm Xiao Xiao. I came to Stardoe Forest with Aunt Yun to hunt my first soul ring, but we were ambushed. Aunt Yun, to protect me. She stayed behind to hold off all the assassins alone. Xiao Xiao, I never thought I'd run into you here. Meeting the young Xiao Xiao ahead of schedule. Lu Yuan was quietly scheming while the Lion and Red King heard hunting souls. A cold glint instantly flashed through their eyes. Their instincts bristled with hostility for human soul masters. But hearing Xiao Xiao, a 6-year-old, was hunted, and their closest guardian had died protecting her, a quiet pang of pity stirred beneath the chill. Guarding young, sheltering weak, beasts share that heart. Lu Yuan spoke up at just the right moment. He asked Xiao Xiao, why don't we go back and check on your Aunt Yun first? Hearing this, Xiao Xiao's eyes instantly welled with tears. She nodded hard, her voice thick with a stuffy nose. Thank you. Her tiny figure quickly scrambled forward. Lu Yuan and the 3-eyed golden lion hurried back toward the camp. Red King stayed, lowering his head to clean up. A feast indeed. Soon, they returned to camp. Xiao Yun lay still in the middle of the open ground, clothes torn, body bloodied, lifeless. Aunt Yun, Xiao Xiao instantly broke down, wailing. She threw herself onto Xiao Yun's cold, lifeless body. Her tiny frame wouldn't stop trembling. Her cries echoed, gutting all who heard. She clung tightly to Xiao Yun, already long gone cold. Tears poured down, soaking the dirt beneath her. Her heart drowning in grief, helplessness, and guilt. Lu Yuan stood silently nearby. After a long pause, he gently patted Xiao Xiao's shoulder. Don't grieve too hard. Aunt Yun gave all to keep you safe. She wanted you to live on, to live well. Xiao Xiao buried her face and wept, unable to calm herself for a long, long time. It's already very late. It's not safe for you to go back alone. Stay here and rest tonight. Xiao Xiao knew Lu Yuan was right, so she agreed. She stored Xiao Yun's remains in a spatial soul device, then returned to the Lake of Life with them. After a while, the jade-like Lake of Life came into view. Yu stood quietly by the lake in a flowing silhouette dress. Di Tian stood at her side. When they saw Lu Yuan holding the hand of a strange human little girl, both her eyes crossed their eyes at the same time. Yu Yan furrowed her brows slightly and asked softly, puzzled Xiao Yuan? Lu Yuan briefly recounted what had just happened. After he finished, the lakeside fell into a moment of silence. After a long while, Dition let out a soft sigh. His dark eyes swirled with emotion. You humans, endless strife and infighting, all for talent and power, to actually strike down a 6-year-old child with deadly force. Truly absurd and cruel. They did not object to Lu Yuan's decision to let Xiao Xiao stay. She was just a pitiful human child after all. Letting her stay one night would do no harm. Lu Yuan released Xiao Xiao's hand and skillfully took out the clucking chickens he had hunted today. He lit a fire, set up branches, grease sizzling. The rich roasting aroma spread across the lakeside. The flames danced, radiating warmth. As Lu Yuan turned the roasting meat, he smiled at Dition beside him and teased, Uncle Dition, what brings you here? If I'd known you were coming, we'd have hunted more. This meat is too little. I'm afraid it won't be enough. Dition gave a proud little snort at those words and said with disdain, Brat, I've long transcended base appetites. I wouldn't stoop to fighting you two juniors for food. Nearby, Xiao Xiao shrank her petite frame and stood timidly in the corner, too scared to even breathe loudly. All around her were powerful soul beasts. She and Lu Yuan were the only two humans there. Fear wrapped around her, her head full of confusion. She still could not understand how Lu Yuan could coexist so peacefully with these soul beasts and be so close to them after the brief silence. Lu Yuan looked at Gu Yuna and Dition and voiced his idea, Sister Na, Uncle Dition, I have an idea. Why don't we take Xiao Xiao under our wing? Both Gu Yuna and Dition were taken aback, and Xiao Xiao herself went completely rigid. Her small body tensed, face full of shock. Gu Yuna leaned forward slightly and asked softly, why take her in? Lu Yuan explained, Xiao Xiao is only 6 years old. She just awakened her martial soul, yet hunted alone. That alone proves she's already a rank 10 soul master, and a rare, innate full soul power prodigy at that. Najia, you've always said, we might face the human sex and empires one day. If our enemies are human, then brute forcing it with soul beasts was never our best play. Learn from the enemy to defeat the enemy. Like humans. Humans are nothing to soul beasts. The growth cycle is far too long, but humans are different. A genius can become a title Dolaw in just a few decades, far faster than any soul beast, if we absorb human prodigies, raise our own human fighting force, and use their cultivation system and tactics against their sex and empires. That's the most efficient, most effective path. This sharp, unconventional thinking immediately caught Gu Yuna and Dition off guard. Both fell deep into thought. Every word struck true. For soul beasts to raise a single top-tier powerhouse takes tens or even hundreds of thousands of years. Time we don't have. But a human prodigy can reach the continent's peak in mere decades. And just as quickly, doubt crossed both their faces. Dition voiced the key flaw in a low tone. The logic holds, but human soul masters need 9 soul rings to grow. Raising one title Dolaw means sacrificing 9 soul beasts. 9 beasts for 1 human. The cost-benefit ratio is too low. Xiao Xiao's tiny body froze completely. Her scalp tingled. Help! You're standing right in front of me, openly plotting how to raise your own enforcers. Is this really okay? Is this really something a 6-year-old should be hearing? The meat in Lu Yuan's hand still sizzled with dripping oil. Grease fell into the fire, kicking up tiny sparks. He didn't rush to argue with Dition. He gave the skewer to Xiao Xiao in the corner. His voice softened. Eat something first. Fill your stomach. Xiao Xiao took it in a daze, then bit off a small piece. She chewed slowly. Seeing her eating, Lu Yuan finally turned back to Dition. Uncle Dition's not wrong. A human title Dolaw does need the lives of 9 soul beasts. But what if we don't use the Stardo Force beasts? Dition paused. What do you mean? Lu Yuan smiled. Uncle Dition, we can go after sea soul beasts. Most sea soul beasts worship the sea god, not the dragon god. They don't recognize our rule anyway. Besides, the beast god is Stardo Force. Not of the sea soul beasts. Why care about them? Dition fell silent for a long moment. Dition fell silent for a moment. Most sea soul beasts do indeed worship the sea god. Millennia ago, he scoured the sea for talent. He came across the deep-sea demon whale king. The deep-sea demon whale king already had 800,000 years of power. That got Dition incredibly excited. He thought he'd found an ally, but it ignored him. Emotionally speaking, killing sea soul beasts really wouldn't grieve him that much. And for humans, hunting sea soul beasts is extremely difficult. So sea soul beasts are not only numerous. He sought quality too, to train enforcers with sea soul beasts. Dition glanced at Xiao Xiao, who was nibbling her meat, and asked, little girl, what's your martial soul? Xiao Xiao hesitated for a moment. My martial souls. The 3 lives cauldron and 9 phoenixes flute. What? You actually have twin martial souls? Dition, he was shocked. He never expected Lu Yuan to be this lucky. Just casually going out to hunt, and he manages to pick up a genius with twin martial souls. Luck? Check who went out there with him. Dition was also scheming in his mind. Twin martial souls, innate full soul power. These humans are truly interesting. They rejected this prodigy and sent assassins. She's mine now. Don't blame my ruthlessness. Raise her. We must raise her. Dition was confident that with Xiao Xiao in his hands, Xiao Xiao's future was guaranteed as a supreme force. Chapter 21. Join our Avengers Alliance. Hurry, let me see. Dition said impatiently. Release the 3 lives cauldron and 9 phoenixes flute. Dition nodded to himself. Not bad, not bad. One can go the offensive route. The other can go the mental control route. We have plenty of sea soul beasts with those 2 attributes. That won't be a problem. Dition gave a rare smile. He asked, little girl, do you want to join us? I can guarantee your future cultivation resources. At minimum, you'll become a super Dolaw. Xiao Xiao bit her lip, hesitating. Dition's conditions were truly tempting. But working with soul beasts, Lu Yuan began to coax. Xiao Xiao, don't you want revenge? Xiao Xiao was stunned. Think about your family. Think of Aunt Yun and today's assassins. Be their hope. Your family can't wait long for you to grow. Xiao Xiao, actually we are the same. Humans and beasts. We are all striving for revenge. Uncle Dition and the others are suppressed by the Celestial Realm. They want to take revenge on the Celestial Realm. They branded me a soul heretic. I'm gonna make Shrek pay. So, Xiao Xiao, we're cut from the same cloth. Lu Yuan, get up. She extended her hand to Xiao Xiao with total sincerity. Join our Avengers Alliance. The Avengers Alliance. What the hell? Dition stood by, looking baffled. The 3-eyed golden lion, Gu Yuna, heard that name. The corner of her mouth twitched. It kind of fits, but something still fell off. Dition swallowed his inner snark. He smiled. Join us, and the grudge you hold today, I'll settle it for you tomorrow. Xiao Xiao was tempted. She chose to seek revenge now. Why not seize this chance right now? Get the backing of these 100,000-year soul beasts, use their power to get revenge, as long as I can avenge Aunt Yen, and free my family from this crisis sooner. What's a little loyalty worth, anyway? And it's not like I'd be doing anything evil. I'd just be helping these adorable soul beasts protect their forest. With that thought, Xiao Xiao stopped hesitating. She said, fine, I'll join the Avengers Alliance. Dition nodded. Good, you made the right choice. Kid, tomorrow I'll take you to find your first soul ring. Then I'll send you home. When the time comes, I'll handle every enemy you have. After that, we'll sort out your training. Xiao Xiao, yes. She still felt a little shy and nervous. Guyena had no objections to Dition's arrangements. She only cared about Lu Yuan. After all, in her eyes, Lu Yuan was basically her adoptee. Xiao Xiao was Dition's adoptee. One each. A proper pair. Everyone was ready to head back to their own dens. But Guyena spoke up, stopping Lu Yuan and the three-eyed golden lion. Xiaoyan, auspicious beast, you two stay a moment. Lu Yuan and the three-eyed golden lion exchanged glance. Confused. Dition had no idea what his lord was up to either. He just said Xiao Xiao leave first. He pointed her toward the tree hollow. He said, Xiao Xiao, you rest in that tree hollow tonight. Xiao Xiao nodded obediently. She scurried in the tree hollow on her little short legs. Today's shock had been way too much for her. And that beautiful older sister kept Lu Yuan and the others behind. There must be some secret she wasn't allowed to hear. She didn't want to know anymore. Today had been way too overwhelming. Right now, all Xiao Xiao wanted was a good night's sleep on nerves. Dition watched Xiao Xiao disappear into the tree hollow. Only then did he turn to Guyena and speak. My lord, do you have any further instructions? Guyena nodded. Her gaze flicked back and forth between Lu Yuan and the three-eyed golden lion. The three-eyed golden lion tensed slightly, her little head drooping. Her voice carried a careful, innocent edge. And my lord, I haven't caused any trouble lately, right? Guyena looked at her. A gentle smile bloomed across her stunningly beautiful face. She slowly shook her head. You haven't caused any trouble. I want to ask you, what do you think of Xiao Yuan? The sudden question caught the three-eyed golden lion off guard. She tilted her furry little head. Her eyes studied Lu Yuan beside her with dead seriousness for a long moment. Her tone was blunt and innocent. Lu Yuan? He's a person, right? Lu Yuan. Do I not look like a person? Dition's I twitched hard. Guyena nearly lost her cool, composed expression too. She corrected softly, exasperated. I'm not asking what species he is. I'm asking, after spending all this time with him, how you feel about Xiao Yuan. Hearing that, the three-eyed golden lion suddenly understood. She quickly said, Lu Yuan? Well, she and Lu Yuan had only spent a handful of days together. No deep bond, no complicated feelings. Her impression was simply comfortable. I don't dislike him. Guyena heard this, and nodded with satisfaction. Then, would you like to take things further with Xiao Yuan? Get to know each other on a deeper level. The moment those words left her mouth, Dition and Lu Yuan's eyes went wide, their hearts skipping a beat. A shocking guess flashed through their minds. Neither of them could stay calm. The three-eyed golden lion was equally stunned. She probed cautiously, my lord. Are you saying you want me and Lu Yuan to? Guyena nodded, serious. That's right. I want the two of you to undergo an essence bonding. Lu Yuan and the three-eyed golden lion, one human, one beast, stare at each other, exchanging looks of pure shock and disbelief. Dition couldn't help but step forward. His expression was grave and hesitant as he spoke in a low voice. My lord, wouldn't this be far too abrupt? Guyena shook her head. Xiao Yuan and the auspicious beast are both treasures of my Stardew forest, and Xiao Yuan has already inherited the Fire Dragon King's legacy. The auspicious beast carries the Golden Dragon bloodline as well, and she's a beast of destiny. She carries the fortune of Stardew forest itself. Her future is just as limitless. I believe the auspicious beast and Xiao Yuan need a deep bond. Guyena suddenly turned mysterious. She looked at Dition and the three-eyed golden lion, then said gravely, do you trust me? Dition and the three-eyed golden lion blinked, then nodded hesitantly. Guyena continued, I sense that many new deities will be born in this era. Auspicious beast, do you want to gamble on a chance to become a deity? The three-eyed golden lion asked in confusion. Didn't you say before that soul beasts can't become deities? Soul beast can't, but you could take human form. Wait, what? The three-eyed golden lion and Dition gasped at the same time. I can really take human form? Dition frowned. My lord, can this really work? What if we miss that chance? A human lifespan is only a few centuries, not even 1,000 years. If the auspicious beast fails to become a deity, what happens to Stardew Forest? In any soul beast habitat where the auspicious beast resides, every soul beast's growth rate accelerates, and the chance of breaking through bottlenecks increases. That was exactly what worried Dition. Guyena asked. Then Dition, in your eyes, what should the auspicious beast be? A lucky mascot tool? Or a beloved junior you cherish? Dition's whole body trembled. She's not my own daughter, of course. Guyena pressed further. Then will you give her a chance to gamble? Chapter 22. The Auspicious Beast. Lu Yuan is the reincarnation of the Fire Dragon. Cian's dragon eyes churned with endless conflict and struggle. The three-eyed golden lion is the very source of Stardew Forest fortune, the precious darling cradled in every soul beast's hands. With her here, Stardew's fortune endures, and soul beasts cultivate smoothly. Only then can his forest flourish for eternity, unending and ever-renewing. It just as Guyena said, he had never truly asked the auspicious beast her own feelings. 10,000 years of guardianship. Is it protection, or just another cage? After a long silence, Dition turned, looked at the three-eyed golden lion beside him, and said gently, auspicious beast, no one can make this choice for you. But right now, I want to hear what you think. Do you want to gamble on this chance to become a deity? All eyes instantly converged on the three-eyed golden lion. The three-eyed golden lion lowered her tail. Her eyes held a deep loneliness. Her clear voice carried a trace of wistfulness. I have lived in the Stardew Forest for over 10,000 years. Watching seasons pass by. Every soul beast respects me. I have never suffered the slightest grievance. The safer and more peaceful it is, the stronger that hidden longing in my heart grows. She lifted her small head, her eyes brimming with deep yearning. But no matter how fine the forest is, the scenery never changes. 10,000 years, day after day, it is always the same. Truthfully, I have always been lonely. I want to leave this place. I want to see the world outside. I want to take human form. I want a different life. Such candid, pure-hearted words instantly shattered the last trace of hesitation in Dition's heart. He stood silent, gazed tender. After a long while, Dition slowly nodded. Very well. Since this is your wish, I will support you. No matter the outcome, the Stardew Forest will always be a refuge. The three-eyed golden lion's tail swayed lightly. Seeing the two reach an agreement, Guyena's cold, her fine features softened with a faint warm smile. Her tone shifted. You may take human form, but not right now. The golden lion's joy froze. She tilted her little head, her eyes filled with confusion. Her tail drooped subconsciously. Guyana looked at her disappointed little face and patiently explained, Xiao Yuan and Xiao Xiao are still young right now. Their cultivation is not high. As I said before, divine mandates will appear in batches in this era. But the chance to become a deity never comes from sheltered life. It only comes through endless wandering and tempering. Eventually, the two of them must leave the Stardow forest, step onto the Doloa continent, and experience trials and slaughter. Only then can they touch that supreme divine realm. Once their cultivation is accomplished, you may take human form and follow by their side to adventure together. That would be safest, it muttered. Fine, then I will wait a little longer. Her dejected look. Her dashed hopes were adorable. Seeing her like this, Guyana reached out and gently stroked her fluffy, soft golden fur. She soothed her tenderly. Why be so disappointed? I'm not telling you to stay trapped in the forest forever. I'm only telling you to wait for the best moment. Do you truly yearn for the human world so much? The three-eyed golden lion hesitated, then nodded. Just a little. For her, the Stardow forest was a safe and warm haven, but also a cage that never changed. The human world was a completely unfamiliar unknown, but that unknown held infinite wonder and possibility. Far more interesting than the unchanging forests and mountains. Guyana said no more. With a gentle motion of her jade hand, a soft divine force wrapped around Lu Yuan and the lion, drawing them both lightly toward her. Press your forehead against its vertical pupil. Lu Yuan did as instructed. Beast and boy locked eyes, distance vanishing. Both stepped forward, warm foreheads pressed tight. A strange hum rose, and ripples spread outward. A silver gold halo burst forth from where their foreheads touched, like a flowing river of stars, rapidly engulfing the forms of both boy and beast. Lu Yuan felt a rush of warmth and dizziness flood his mind. His consciousness instantly left his body, entering a pure, untainted river of memories. The entire life of the three-eyed golden lion. In the forest, the three-eyed golden lion cracked out of its shell, ignorant and naive, stumbling as it explored the woods. Learning to walk, meeting Dition, Baiji, and other fearsome beasts, tenderly protected by all the soul beasts, revered above all else in this untouched paradise, without a care. Year after year, safe and pure, she grew. Meanwhile, the three-eyed golden lion, pulled into Lu Yuan's memories, was completely lost and dumbfounded. Her consciousness groped into Lu Yuan's sea of consciousness. What met her eyes was not a complex tapestry of life memories. There was no long past, only a vast, empty void. His entire sea of consciousness was blank, as if the boy before her had no past. Only the pitch-black martial soul in his mind existed. The Lord of the Devouring Origin Flame. The tiny lion consciousness hovered in the void, suddenly eye to eye with the colossal martial soul. Her head was full of questions. Why is there nothing? Where did Lu Yuan's past go? Just as she was racking her brains, utterly bewildered, the Lord of the Devouring Origin Flame abruptly raised a long sword. A streak of sword light shot out. It began playing the Fire Dragon King's memories. The lion shut her eyes, expecting an attack. Her body tensed slightly, but the expected pain never came. A wisp of golden light, vast and ancient, spanning eons. It flowed along the blade into her consciousness. Countless, overwhelming images exploded in her mind. They surged through her mind like a tidal wave. The Dragon King of Light stood atop the holy mountain. Countless dragons soared across the sky, wings beating the air. Their cries were deep and reverent. The very land bowed in submission to this Dragon King. The golden age when the source flame burned brightest. The purest of times. Yet in the next moment, the vision shattered. The first descender sealed the Dragon King in ice. The abyss began to corrupt him. Twisted brands were seared into his slumbering will. The once merciful and majestic Lord of Flame now held nothing but madness and destruction in his eyes. Tragic visions flashed through the golden lion's mind. I felt like eternity. The silver gold aura enveloping the two slowly receded. Lu Yuan and the three-eyed golden lion both jolted at once. Their eyes slowly opened, waking from their fated bond. Lu Yuan straightened up. He turned to the little one beside him, who wore a dazed expression. He asked with concern, Auspicious beast, are you alright? The three-eyed golden lion blinked back to reality. Her eyes locked onto Lu Yuan. Shock turned deep within her gaze. Lu Yuan was the Fire Dragon King reborn. The supreme Dragon King who ruled over light and wisdom. He brought Dragonkind's golden age, yet at his peak, he was defeated, sealed away, and corrupted by the abyss. No wonder his martial soul smoked ominously. So that's why. But what exactly was this abyss that could corrupt the Dragon King? Questions churned wildly in her little head. Chapter 23. A happy ending for all. The two of them had no idea what the auspicious beast had seen. Just an after effect of the bonding ritual. Their auras already intertwined. Their fates thoroughly entangled, and said with a gentle smile, your bond is forged. You share fate now. Your destinies are linked. You are true partners bound by fate. In the years to come, you must support each other. Get along. Night deepened, breeze drifting. Guyana lifted her gaze to the pitch-black sky. It's late. Go rest. Good night, Sister Na. Yes, my lord. Inside the tree hollow, the golden lion watched Xiao Xiao sleep. She sighed inwardly, then immediately glared at Lu Yuan. She whispered, Lu Yuan, you better find your own tree hollow by tomorrow. Lu Yuan smiled. Of course. Next morning, Dition took Xiao Xiao overseas first. They found a sea soul beast to give the cauldron its first ring. After that, he brought Xiao Xiao back to the Xiao family. He told the elders about the Stardow forest encounter, but he swapped himself in as the one who saved her. He said Dition took pity on her. He stepped in to help, saw her talent, and took her as a disciple. Dition revealed all 9 soul rings at once. Everyone assumed he was a titled full-level powerhouse. That saved a lot of unnecessary. Afterward, Dition spent a little more time. He helped the Xiao family shut down propagation from their clans. Finally, the Xiao family settled peace. The Xiao family was completely won over by Dition. So they agreed to his condition of taking Xiao Xiao away for training. Not only did they gain the protection of the titled law, Xiao Xiao would also receive guidance from a true master. That kind of opportunity, the Xiao family couldn't ask for more. Dition didn't fully restrict Xiao Xiao's freedom. He allowed her 2 months of free time each year to return home. Everything worked out perfectly. Everyone had a bright future ahead. Ji Tian took Xiao to the Lake of Life. Her daily routine was training alongside Lu Yuan. Occasionally, he would personally give her pointers. Shrek Academy. He entered Dean Du Wei Luan's office looking sour. Old dude, what the hell is wrong with you? Du Wei Luan, sitting in his chair, was completely dumbfounded. Yan Xiao's sudden question threw him off completely. He asked, confused, Old Yan, what do you mean what's wrong? Didn't I tell you to send people to find that kid? So, did you find him or not? Du Wei Luan suddenly understood and said, oh, you mean that? Yan Xiao just saw his reaction and said happily, you found him? Great. Where is he? Bring me over. Let me see him. Du Wei Luan said with a blank face. We didn't find him. The moment those words came out, Yan Xiao's smile froze instantly. What? You didn't find him? He tapped his knuckles on Du Wei Luan's desk and said in a low voice, I'm telling you, old Du, this is not something you joke about. You know the value of that child. Innate full soul power and twin martial souls. And he showed up right near our Shrek Academy. It's a blessing from above for Shrek Academy. How can we just let him slip away? Du Wei Luan leaned back with a bitter smile. Old Yan, I'm really not joking. We seriously couldn't find him. And weirdly enough, it's been 2 or 3 days now. The people we sent out haven't sent back a single word.
Do you think something might have gone wrong? How is that even possible?
They're only searching the outer perimeter. A Soul King leading Soul ancestors. What could go wrong? With a Soul King, they can retreat if beasts appear. If they meet others, they'll flash Shrek's name.
Who would dare lay a finger on them?
You can't say that. Nothing in this world is certain.
Rumors say high-level 10,000-year beasts roam the outskirts.
Some even say 100,000-year beasts have been seen. They've been attacking Soul Masters entering Star Doe Forest like mad. Only a handful have managed to escape. Yan Xiaoza shook his head. I honestly hadn't heard about that. I do know that as Xiao Tao's cultivation keeps rising, her wildfire is getting harder and harder to suppress. I've spent the last 2 days just keeping it under control. He paced back and forth across the room.
Why would high-level beasts appear on the outskirts? But if that squad we sent doesn't come back in a couple more days,
then that kid, I doubt he's lucky enough to still be alive. Forget it. Just be safe. Do send someone to watch the forest entrance. If you see a kid matching that, grab him first. Du Wei Luan nodded, about to ask something. He saw Yan Xiaoza already pulling the door open and leaving. Hey, old Yan, where are you going? Yan Xiaoza didn't even look back. 100,000-year soul beast traces on the outskirts, just in case those Stardoe beasts are plotting something.
I must report to the teacher in the celestial realm.
After testing the scabbard, Tang San rubbed his back and let a long sigh. Xiao Wu's face was flushed crimson as she leaned against Tang San's chest. Brother, why do you always look so distracted?
Has that little brat been causing trouble lately?
They say Destruction argued with you at the council again. That old fossil Destruction. He hates that you've sacrificed so much for the celestial realm, and he still doesn't appreciate it. It's absolutely infuriating. Destruction, lurking in the shadows, overheard Xiao Wu's words. His face darkened with fury. What do you mean I argue with Tang San? Benevolence and malevolence have already run off to play. The newly ascended Lai Yin and Jidong, and Tang San too. Which one of them is a rookie? At the Celestial Council now, I'm the only one with seniority. And you, Tang San, don't even know how to respect others.
You don't even have a proper divine title.
What gives you the right to talk to me like that?
He sacrificed what exactly?
Every bit of his attention's been on Dolaw. Destruction was getting more pissed by the second. He decided that if he caught Tang San red-handed, he'd teach him a damn good lesson. Tang San heard Xiao Wu standing up for him.
His face showed saintly magnanimity.
He said, now, Xiao Wu, that's no way to talk. The Destruction God King is a veteran of the Celestial Realm. He only has the realm's best interests at heart. As for him, I still hold him in high regard. Bo was moved by Tang San's righteous demeanor. Tears welled in her eyes as she said, brother, you're just too good. That's why the Destruction God King thinks he can walk all over you. Tang San saw the beauty in his arms shedding tears.
How about you wrapped around my finger?
He put on a pained expression and consoled her. There. Xiao Wu, we're all doing this for the realm. A little suffering on my part is nothing. We're all done here. I'll go roam roams and bring Xiao Qi back.
Xiao Wu nodded.
Tang San stepped outside the temple.
He scanned the area. No one around. He tore open a curtain of light.
Just who had trespassed on his turf.
The yin-yang well appeared before him.
Tang San's pupils contracted sharply.
Where are the immortal herbs?
Tang San tried to send his divine sense down to investigate. But before he could even act, a furious roar crashed down like thunder. Brazen Tang San, you dare meddle in the affairs of the lower realm? What is your crime? Chapter 24.
He can no longer contain himself.
He leapt out. Brazen Tang San, the Destruction God King, stepped forward.
His eyes blazed with fury. No deity shall secretly pry.
We're here with the face of those in the worlds.
You probed the Dolawa plain.
Caught red-handed.
Evidence irrefutable. You showed contempt for the rules. I'll throw you into confinement.
Reflect on your sins. Tang San's expression instantly darkened. He turned around, his face calm and collected.
His tone mixed grievance and rage.
Destruction God King, aren't you blowing this out of proportion? I merely wish to look back on the path that brought me here. I never truly interfered with the mortal realm. How does that break celestial law? It was just a glance. How is that knowingly breaking the law? Unless you think, Tang San, as newly ascended Divine King, and to be targeted at every turn and slandered at every moment.
He speaks with such righteous fury, as if utterly ostracized.
Deliberately cornered by the old guard of Divine Kings, the Destruction Divine King felt his fury surge even hotter. He laughed in pure rage. What a silver tongue. I saw everything with my own eyes just now. I originally came simply to play with Xiao Qi. I never expected to stumble upon such despicable behavior from you. The evidence is clear, yet you still dare to quibble? Turning it back on me, do you think I wouldn't dare punish you? A cold glint flickered in Tang San's eyes. True anger had already ignited his heart, yet his face still held a trace of restraint. Since the Destruction Divine King insists on finding me guilty, and targets me at every turn, what if I refuse to accept it?
His words fell. Blue-gold divine radiance erupted.
The sea god's trident materialized in Tang San's palm. Tang San, an enforced deity of the celestial realm. My conduct is upright. If you insist on forcing this, Then we'll settle it with strength. Seeing Tang San actually attempting to resist by force. The killing intent in the Destruction King's eyes surged. Stubborn fool. Since you refused to repent. Arrogant and unrestrained. Today I will properly teach you what celestial law truly is. He drew his scepter. Destructive power unleashed. The very sky recoiled. Today, I will beat you into submission. His words faded. The two divine kings clashed. Golden halberds. Unfixed turmoil. Blue-gold light wove into chaotic space. The twisted space-time power enveloped the Destruction King. The corner of Tang San's mouth curved slightly upward. Long holding for just 8 seconds. He could crush the fight with his follow-up combo. 1 second later, Tang San's entire understanding shattered. Terrifying thunder suddenly exploded from the scepter of destruction. Annihilation thunder poured down. The tyrannical power brutally tore apart unfixed turmoil's spatial prison. A mere parlor trick. You thought this could trap me? Pathetic. The Destruction King sneered, eyes indifferent. Before Tang San could react, the scepter of destruction swung again. Purple-black thunder crashed down in an overwhelming tide, engulfing Tang San entirely. Crack! Annihilation thunder coiled around Tang San's body. The current pierced his armor, shocking him numb to the bone. His blood and she-shirt. Waves of piercing agony followed. Tang San's pupils contracted sharply, his face filled with disbelief. How could his unfixed storm be broken so easily? And the power of destruction was far more terrifying than he had imagined. Several times over, in a rush, Tang San gritted his teeth and fought on. He frantically unleashed his supreme divine techniques. Eternal void, golden clouds of light swept across the sky, but the storm of destruction surged forth. The annihilating current devoured all halberd shadows. Eternal void, before this terrifying force of destruction, shattered outright. The sea god tried and shot forth again as a beam of pure golden light, slashing straight toward the destruction. But the gap in realm and foundation was unbridgeable. The Destruction God King casually flicked his scepter. A massive black-blue orb of annihilation, lightning formed in the air, carrying an endless storm of ruin. A terrifying explosion shook the sea god's domain. All of Tang San's attacks were instantly crushed, torn apart as the orb of annihilation slammed into him. The berserk divine force of destruction bore down on him mercilessly. Tang San was sent flying backward. His divine body was scarred, numb, his energy chaotic. Pinned down, unable to raise his head, the God King stood, sneering inwardly. You arrogant fool. I was merely showing respect. Leaving you a newly ascended God King, some face. And this is how you repay me, pushing your luck. Thinking you can stand shoulder to shoulder with the old God Kings, meeting them as an equal. So what if you're two gods in one? A God King's foundation can't be made up by talent. Such an earth-shaking battle between God Kings instantly alarmed the entire Sea God Temple. Xiao Wu, who had been waiting inside the temple, sensed the terrifying clash of divine power outside. Her face changed. She rushed out. As she stepped through the gates, she saw Tang San being suppressed by the annihilation lightning, retreating in a miserable state. Her eyes reddened in an instant. Destruction God King, stop. Xiao Wu flashed forward, standing in front of Tang San. Furious, she shouted, why bully my brother San? He has always worked tirelessly for the celestial realm. Why target him? Now you even heard him? The commotion quickly drew deities from all corners of the celestial realm. Numerous first-class and second-class gods hovered in the air, watching this rare clash of God Kings from a distance. Each one wore a shocked expression, chattering with gossip and spectacle. No one had expected the two God Kings of the council to come to blows. To think they'd actually tear each other apart like this. The destruction deity swept a glance over Xiao Wu, fearing his eyes cooled slightly. For Tang Wu Tong's sake, he refused to make an issue of Xiao Wu. He just snapped coldly. Xiao Wu, step aside. This doesn't concern you. Tang San knowingly broke the law and refuses to change his ways. I caught him red-handed. Today, he must face the celestial realm's law. The destruction deity raised a hand, sweeping it. A transparent screen unfolded once more. It replayed Tang San's mortal realm viewing. Every interference via divine sense was shown, each moment crystal clear. With evidence clear, he pointed at the screen. His voice was sharp and furious. Tang San, proof is undeniable. You have to save yourself. The normally gentle and refined Tang San now had bloodshot eyes and was breathing like a bull. In this moment, he branded the destruction deity as someone marked for death. This old fool ruined his plans, shaming him, undermining him at every turn. This grudge, he'd remember. Deities saw the evidence. Then, at the disheveled, defeated Tang San, they understood. Murmurs spread through the crowd. So Tang San spied on the mortal realm. No wonder the destruction deity is so furious. Deities interfering with mortals is the greatest taboo. Knowing the law, yet breaking it, indefensible. CH-25. Time passed. After a brief moment of shock, Xiao Wu immediately snapped back her senses. She quickly turned and desperately defended Tang San. No, destruction deity, you got it wrong. My brother was just casually sensing his homeland. He never interfered. It was unintentional, not a violation. You're overreacting. My brother has always followed the rules, working tirelessly without complaint. You can't wrong him like this. The destruction deity couldn't be bothered to argue with Xiao Wu. Right or wrong doesn't matter. Rules are rules. Celestial laws forbid deities from spying on or interfering with mortals. Tang San is law. Enforcement deity should uphold the law. Instead, he broke it. Unforgivable. No matter who pleads, he must be confined. The deities heard this and nodded slightly in agreement. Law comes first. Personal feelings second. He must be punished. Otherwise, the rules of the celestial realm would be meaningless. Tang San stood frozen, fists clenched white. Dark clouds churned his eyes as he rapidly weighed his options. A few days in celestial confinement. Humiliating, sure. But it won't affect my greater plan for the Dolaw plane. Pushing back any harder would only give them more ammunition against me. Worse, it would cost me my standing. More importantly, the immortal herbs from the Yinyang well were stolen. Something's off in the plane. I'm still trying to figure it out. This confinement gives me a chance to clear my head, settle my thoughts, trace the clues, and read the shifts down below. Endure for now. There's time. Tang San forced down the killing intent and resentment. He slipped back into that dignified, accepting look. He He held Xiao Wu back before she could argue further, then stepped forward and spoke evenly. Fellow divinities, this was indeed my oversight. I overstepped. As an enforcer, I failed to uphold the rules. The fault is mine. I accept the punishment and will reflect in confinement. Destruction watched Tang San swallow pride and loved it. Not so untouchable now, are you? Afterward, Tang San walked out of the chamber, face dark. Destruction stood at the door, smiling. Tang San, how is it? Feeling bold enough to try that again. Tang San's grim face smoothed into a calm, refined mask. He said lightly, it was my negligence. From now on, I will abide by celestial law. Destruction laughed softly. Good. Knowing your faults and fixing them. That's acceptable. I'm not singling you out. The celestial realm needs order. As an enforcer, you hold the power of judgment. All the more reason to lead by example. Don't let your fame or followers make you think you can cross the line and break the laws we've held for ages. Tang San gave a slight nod. I will keep the celestial laws in mind. See that you do. Destruction wave him off. Done talking. I hope your words match your deeds. Don't give me another reason. The two deities stood facing each other. No more words passed between them. Each turned and flew off in opposite directions. The moment their backs were turned, both faces changed. Destruction flew back to his temple, sneering inwardly. Disgusted. So fake. A hypocrite like that, sitting in the seat of judgment. He'll be the realm's greatest threat. Meanwhile, Tang San returned to the Sea God Temple. His refined mask fell away. That old bastard Destruction is asking to die. Xiao Wu had been waiting. She rushed over the moment she saw him. Threw herself into his arms, eyes full of worry, looking him over, softly reassuring him. Tang San slipped back into tenderness. He murmured comfort to the woman in his arms, until Xiao Wu was fully soothed. After settling in and resting, Tang San stepped onto the temple terrace. He gazed over the boundless plains, divine senses unfurling. Piercing celestial barriers, they probed toward the law. The 10,000-year scheme, executed step by step. He had to confirm that everything remained firmly within his grasp. His divine sense swept across the law plane. Countless scenes flooded into his mind. Every hidden arrangement was advancing steadily. The dormant pawns, the newly risen children of destiny, all growing along the paths he had predetermined. Seeing everything proceed smoothly, with the grand design secure, the weight on his heart finally eased. But just as Tang San's divine sense circulated, instinctively turning toward Stardow Forest, to check the three-eyed golden lion's current state, an unknown force layered itself in the way, firmly blocking his divine sense. No matter how he probed, he couldn't penetrate it. He could not see the heart of Stardow. Tang San's brow furrowed hard, his eyes filled with shock and grim focus. What's going on? Who laid down a restriction in secret, veiling Stardow's fate? Could the golden lion be undergoing a change? His heart turned heavy. The lion carries soul beasts, fortune, and dragon blood. It is a critical link in his grand design. Whether it's fortune or its dragon god bloodline, both were things he had long coveted. He was set to seize. If harm befell the beast, a massive gap would open in the plans he had controlled for years, possibly disrupting everything. Tang San's mind swirled with doubt. Time flowed on. Days in the celestial realm became 6 swift years of upheaval in the mortal world. In those 6 years, Lu Yuan had been cultivating in the lake of life. Though his origin essence suppressed ultimate power, with the support of abundant resources, his cultivation speed never slowed. Now Lu Yuan was already a 6-ring soul emperor. Cultivation was tedious, but he managed to live quite comfortably. From time to time, he teased the cold, stunning Guana, occasionally bantered with the gentle Baiji, kneaded the fluffy little three-eyed golden lion one day, and played with the young and innocent Xiao Xiao. Cultivation never ceased. Warmth stayed near. Life was easy. And Xiao Xiao's growth could only be called a complete transformation. Born a genius with innate full soul power. Then, with resources and Dition personally overseeing her training, she couldn't slack. 6 years of bitter cultivation. That little naive girl has grown into something fierce. A 5-ring soul king, leaving every other soul master her age in the dust. Gu Yuna watched the two of them grow stronger, step by step. Her heart swelled with quiet pride. 6 years had forged them into warriors ready to brave the outside world. Strong enough to survive. But flowers raised in a greenhouse never become titans. It was time for them to leave Stardow and walk into the wider world. To meet new people, to face new battles. Her mind made up, Gu Yuna raised a hand. Lu Yuan and Xiao Xiao, along with the 3-eyed golden lion, were called before her. After her instructions were given, her gaze softened. She told the 3-eyed golden lion to begin preparations for taking human form. But in that very moment, her brow furrowed. Invisible divine power rippled around her. A thread of divine consciousness spread out, subtle as a whisper. It swept across the skies above Stardow Forest, fleeting as a ghost. Ordinary soul masters and soul beasts would never notice a thing. But Gu Yuna caught every trace of it. She quietly channeled her power, weaving an unseen barrier, completely masking the core of Stardow from all prying senses, cutting off every thread of celestial surveillance. Lu Yuan caught the flicker of change on Gu Yuna's face. He asked immediately, Najia, what's wrong? Gu Yuna smoothed her expression and shook her head. Nothing. I've been too active in the outside world these past years. My aura must have leaked, drawing a probe from the celestial realm. Chapter 26. The auspicious beast takes human form and becomes the outsider. Hearing this, Xiao Xiao immediately puffed up her cheeks, fuming. She muttered under breath, indignation burning for Gu Yuna. Celestial realm has gone too far. You stayed quietly in Stardow the whole time. You never caused trouble, yet they still watch your every move. It's nothing but bullying. During her 6 years in Stardow, Xiao Xiao had been trained by Dition. Her heart and allegiance now leaned toward the soul beasts. And seeing Gu Yuna wronged, she felt the sting herself. Gu Yuna heard her, gently ruffled Xiao Xiao's hair, and said softly, it's fine. Just a routine probe. No real harm. From now on, I'll mask my aura more carefully. That should keep the celestial realm's eyes off us. Lu Yuan, worried, looked at the gentle and long-suffering Gu Yuna. He reassured her, Najia, don't carry this alone. With us here, there's nothing to fear. Whatever the celestial realm tries, we will protect you. Gu Yuna lifted her gaze, looking at these two children raised by Stardow. Her eyes were full of warmth and quiet pride. After a moment, she collected herself and looked toward the eager 3-eyed golden lion waiting nearby. Auspicious beast, go prepare for your transformation. You'll head out with them to gain experience. The 3-eyed golden lion's golden eyes lit up instantly. She nodded happily, her fluffy tail swaying gently. Her heart raced for her new life and the world beyond. The lion hid in a hollow and transformed. 2 hours later, The golden light at the hollow's entrance faded. A tall, graceful figure stepped out slowly. A cascade of dazzling, voluminous golden hair fell to her waist. Her skin was fair as lustrous jade, flawless, translucent, but most striking, her crimson eyes, heart-stoppingly gorgeous, tall and perfectly proportioned, stunning at a glance. A peerless beauty. Xiao Xiao and Lu Yuan froze, eyes locked on her. For a moment they stood dazed, unable to tear their gazes away. Xiao Xiao's reaction was the most direct. With a gasp of pure awe, she immediately dashed forward, throwing herself into the girl's warm embrace, rubbing her little head affectionately against the girl's chest. She said sweetly, "Wow, big sis auspicious beast. You're way too pretty. Like illegally pretty." The intimacy made the lion's cheeks flush faint red. Her ears burned slightly. Shyly, she gently pushed away the clinging Xiao Xiao. All right, stop it, you little rascal." As the words left her lips, she casually lifted her gaze, stealing a subtle glance at Lu Yuan beside her. She saw Lu Yuan staring straight at her, his eyes full of dazed admiration. A secret, smug smile flickered at the corner of her lips. This appearance, this figure of hers. She blended her lord's cool grace with Sister Bai Ji's elegance. In all the world, aside from her lord, this look of hers was the pinnacle of peerless beauty. A figure flashed into existence by the lakeside. Dition bowed respectfully toward Gu Yuna, not far away. "My lord." After the greeting, he looked toward the tree hollow. Seeing that stunning figure with golden hair and crimson eyes, his eyes filled with shock. After a moment of doubt, Dition spoke with slight uncertainty. "You the auspicious beast?" The three-eyed golden lion smiled softly, her voice gentle. "Uncle Dition, it's me." Dition's tense expression slowly relaxed, breaking into a warm, fatherly smile of approval. "Good. Impeccable presence. Worthy of our star, though auspicious beast." He raised his gaze to the upright Lu Yuan and the energetic Xiao Xiao. He asked aloud, "So you're all heading out today?" Lu Yuan and the other two nodded together. Dition's expression turned solemn. "Since the auspicious beast has taken human form, and will step into the human world from now on, the old title can't be used anymore. You have a human body now, so you need a name of your own." Gu Qiu'er blinked her crimson eyes, and asked curiously, "Then Uncle Dition, what should my name be?" Dition thought for a moment, then turned to Lu Yuan beside him. "Lu Yuan, you little brat always has the most tricks. You come up with a fitting name." Lu Yuan rubbed his chin, pretended to think deeply for 2 seconds, then blurted out, "Simple, grand, and full of meaning. Let's call her Gu Qianla. She takes the surname Gu from Sister Na. Happy every day, carefree every year. How nice. Gu Qianla." Gu Qiu'er murmured it softly once. Then she frowned slightly and shook her head, her eyes carrying a bit of disdain. "It sounds nice, but it's too plain. It doesn't match my stunning auspicious beast aura. Change it. Isn't being happy every day a good thing? You're so picky." Lu Yuan rolled his eyes. "Then how about Gu Qiu'er? Autumn auspiciousness. Peerless beauty, gentle yet grand. It suits your aura. I like this name." Gu Qiu'er flashed a brilliant smile, like the radiant autumn sun, dazzling and bright. Dition nodded. "Then from now on, you shall be called Gu Qiu'er." Gu Yuna stepped forward slowly, her gaze sweeping over the three of them. Everything that needs to be said has been said. After the final instructions, Lu Yuan looked at Gu Yuna, his mind stirring, wanted to crack a joke, but before he could open his mouth, Gu Yuna had already seen through his little scheme. Gu Yuna reached out her delicate hand, with a touch of doting affection and authority, and rubbed Lu Yuan's face. "You little rascal, you better watch over those two. If anything happens to them, I won't let you off." "Got it, Sister Na." Then Gu Yuna lifted her fair, jade-like foot, and gave Lu Yuan a light kick on the rear. With smiling eyes, she said, "Off you go." The gentle gesture dispelled the heaviness of parting. Lu Yuan laughed in response, and with Xiao Xiao and Gu Qiu'er, the three turned side by side and walked toward the edge of Stardow Forest. Three young figures grew more distant, until they finally vanished by the shore of the Lake of Life. Dition watched the direction the three had gone. "My lord, those three are still wet behind the ears. The human heart is full of deceit. Are you truly at ease, letting them venture alone?" Gu Yuna gazed at the distant horizon. Her tone was calm and resolute. "Lu Yuan and Xiao Xiao aren't weak. They have soul bones to bolster them. Qiu'er has only just taken human form. She already has the cultivation of Soul King. The three of them together can handle most dangers. Besides, I've already sent Bai Ji to shadow them in secret. With Bai Ji there, who could seriously harm them?" Dition nodded in sudden understanding, his heart completely settled. He had full confidence in Bai Ji's healing abilities. With her covert protection, they were truly without risk. Gu Yuna spoke softly, revealing her plan. "Perhaps I've let too much of my aura seep out these past few years, which drew the celestial realms crying just now. I need to sink into slumber again. Stay low and hidden. Unless something major happens, do not wake me." Dition's heart tightened, and he quickly asked, "My lord, has the celestial realm discovered something? Could this endanger you?" "It's nothing." Gu Yuna shook her head gently. Her expression remained calm. "Just routine observation. No real action taken. Lying low to avoid their gaze is enough. No need to worry." "Understood." Dition bowed solemnly. As her words faded, Gu Yuna's figure flickered. She silently slipped into the depths of the Lake of Life. A warm jade bed, carved from white jade, sat at the center. All around it lay living gold, rare beyond measure in the mortal world. Gu Yuna gently lay down upon it. She closed her clear eyes, her slender fingers lightly tracing her neck. A trace of shyness flickered in her gaze. She had not told Dition that she kept a safeguard for Lu Yuan. She had given him her reverse scale. If Lu Yuan ever faced mortal danger, trapped with no way out, even across endless miles, she would sense it instantly. She would tear through the void and descend to protect him. At the same time, Dition stood by the lake shore, gazing at the calm, unruffled Lake of Life. He too sighed inwardly. His lord had overlooked one thing. Bai Ji's healing was powerful indeed, but it didn't guarantee Lu Yuan and the other safety. They still needed a formidable protector. So Dition had also kept something from Gu Yuna. He had long since given them a scale of his own. "Come on, dear disciple, Xiao Xiao. Should Xiao Xiao ever face a life or death crisis, he can descend in an instant, sweeping away all danger, keeping them safe and sound." Chapter 27, Bei Bei and Tanya. Witnessing the Godslayer at the outskirts of the Stardow Forest, Gu Qiu'er glanced at Lu Yuan beside her, and asked softly, "Lu Yuan, where are we heading next?" Lu Yuan folded his hands behind his head, looking lazy and relaxed. "No idea. Let's just find some human city to crash in first. Check out the action, then figure it out." "Oh, okay then." Silent. Xiao Xiao's eyes glowed in presence. Her smile was sweet and lively as she immediately suggested, "Lu Yuan, Qiu'er, how about we head to Wutan City first? You can all come stay at my place." Lu Yuan nodded. "Sure. You haven't been home this year, have you? Might as well go see your parents. Once we start roaming the continent, it'll be even harder to find time to go home." Xiao Xiao nodded hard, her eyes full of anticipation. Lu Yuan suddenly stopped mid-step, reaching out to grab the two beside him. He whispered, "Someone's coming. Stay sharp." Gucci's crimson eyes turned cold. Definitely human soul masters here to hunt soul beasts. Lord Air and other fierce beast patrol every single day. Yet there's always these reckless fools who never learn. Lu Yuan said, "People crave power. Soul masters need rings. Breakthroughs are the only way to survive. Of course, some will take the risk." Xiao Xiao focused her senses and assessed. One soul elder, one almost soul elder. Neither is very strong. Gucci scoffed, her face full of disdain. With just this little cultivation, no escorts, daring to enter the star, though forced alone, they truly don't know their place. Before the words faded, two young figures emerged through the trees. It was Bei Bei and Tanya, here to find Tang, Ye's third soul ring. Bei Bei's gaze swept the surroundings cautiously, as he whispered to the girl beside him, "Xiaoya, be careful. The outskirts of the Stardoe forest are getting more dangerous. 10,000-year-old beasts are appearing frequently. Many soul masters have died here recently. Let's hurry and find you a suitable third soul ring. Then get out of here." Tanya's smile was bright and cheerful. "Got it, Bei Bei. Don't worry." Tanya glanced ahead and spotted 3 figures in the distance. Her eyes lit up instantly, and she let out a surprised gasp. A striking man and 2 girls ahead, one sweet, one stunning, each charming. They outshone any ordinary passerby. Tanya's eyes were full of admiration as she exclaimed, "Wow, they're gorgeous." Bei Bei's gaze instinctively landed on the peerlessly beautiful, cool, and aloof Gucci. For a brief moment, he was dazed by a flash of admiration, but in the next instant he snapped out of it, shaking his head inwardly to warn himself. "No, my heart belongs to Xiaoya alone. I must not waver." Watching Tanya so openly praise another man's looks, he felt an inexplicable pang of jealousy rising in his chest. Bei Bei immediately stepped forward, shielding Tanya behind him, his wary gaze fixed on Lu Yuan and the other 2. He spoke in a low, guarded tone. "Who are you people?" Xiao Xiao immediately landed her hands on his and shot back, not backing down. "Introduce yourselves first." Bei Bei frowned slightly, his tone carrying a hint of pride. "We're from Shrek Academy. And you?" Gucci was about to speak, but Lu Yuan raised a hand and gently stopped her. Lu Yuan casually tossed out a name. "We're from the Abyss Order." "The Abyss Order?" Tanya tilted her head, her face full of confusion, then instinctively curled her lip. "Just from the name, I can tell you bad news." Lu Yuan's expression darkened as he raised an eyebrow and retorted, "Heard of us or seen our atrocities, causing chaos and destruction?" Tanya was instantly tongue-tied. She lowered her head guiltily, mumbling weakly, unable to argue back. "No. Then what gives you the right, based on name alone, to slander people without any grounds?" Lu Yuan pressed forward step by step, his tone full of intimidation. Tanya was completely speechless, her cheeks flushing slightly. Gucci saw this and immediately let out a mocking laugh, crossing her arms. "Figures, Shrek Academy graduates, all fame and no manners, opening their mouths to casually tear others down. Absolutely pathetic." Bei Bei's face instantly turned livid. Fury surged in his chest, but he forced himself to hold it back. These 3 were composed and restrained, looking young, but their depths were unfathomable. Clearly no ordinary soul masters. He couldn't gauge their strength and didn't want pointless enemies. He could only suppress his anger by sheer force of will. He warned coldly, "Shrek is the continent's top academy. I won't let you slander it so freely. You look young enough. Probably here to enroll at Shrek, aren't you? If this is the attitude you walk in with, you don't deserve to set one foot in Shrek." Who'd want anything from that dump of an academy? Xiao Xiao could not have looked more disgusted. Number 1 academy on the continent? Then why'd I hear? All the Shrek students are crammed into one dorm building. Over 400 people fighting for one damn toilet. Conditions that miserable, and they still call themselves number 1. What a joke. Bei Bei was instantly at a loss for words. His face went from green to white. He got so furious he just got furious, because everything Xiao Xiao said was completely true. In the end, Bei Bei could only grind his teeth and spit out a threat. "Fine. Great. I hope you 2 never set one foot in Shrek for your lives." With that, Bei Bei had no interest in staying any longer. He grabbed Tanya and stormed off in anger, quickly disappearing around the bend of the forest path. Watching the 2 beat a hasty retreat, Lu Yuan spoke up. "Let's go. Follow them." Gucci looked at him, head tilted, totally confused. "I thought you hated everyone from Shrek. Why would you tail them?" Lu Yuan smiled and explained, "One thing at a time. I still hate them, but my instincts are sharp. Follow them, and something interesting might fall into our lap." Gucci sighed helplessly and shrugged. "Fine. Since you're so set on it, I guess I'll reluctantly tag along." The 3 reined in their auras and slipped silently into the woods, trailing the 2 figures ahead at a careful distance. After them for quite a while, they spotted another scrawny young man. Gucci couldn't help laughing. How did this loser even get in here? Are their patrols completely useless? They let a mere level 10 soul scholar. Lu Yuan said, "Stay on him." "Huh?" Gucci and Xiao Xiao exchanged baffled looks. Another hour passed. Then they witnessed the infamous god-killing scene with a 10-year wind baboon. Gucci was completely dumbfounded. "I thought you came to this forest because you actually had some skill. Turns out you can't even beat a 10-year wind baboon." "Lu Yuan, it looks like the baboon's about to kill him. Should we save him?" Lu Yuan shook his head and said, "Why would we? He can't handle the beast, but still wants its soul ring. If he dies, not kicking him a couple times is already me being generous." Gucci asked confused, "Then why are we even following him?" "Wait, I have a feeling something good's about to happen." "Hey!" Gucci's eyes widened in shock. He actually turned around, and the forest clearing. Well, Yu gripped the white tiger dagger. Before him lay the corpse of the 10-year wind baboon. He hesitated, wondering whether to absorb its soul ring. Suddenly, a voice rang out. "Finally, I found a human with a spiritual attribute. Too bad I can't cry, or I'd be bawling my eyes out right now." The ground suddenly trembled, splitting open into a massive fissure. Then a round, chubby head poked out. Its body was plump and soft, over a meter in diameter. It squirmed out, its full length exceeding 7 meters. Hui Yu stared at the soul beast that had suddenly appeared. He raised the dagger, panicked. "I'm a great-brained silkworm." Gucci gasped in shock. "How did he get out?" Chapter 28. I take 95 out of 100. Tianming. I'm freaking out. Even Bai Ji, who was secretly following, was completely baffled. How did this dream, ice silkworm escape? If Bear Lord and others weren't there, the seal shouldn't break. Bai Ji's delicate brows furrowed, her heart filled with confusion. This fat worm's ability to grow to 1,000,000 years didn't come out of nowhere. Escaping from D. Tion's grasp proves he has some real tricks up his sleeve. She wanted to attack it. then drag it back. Lu Yuan grabbed Gu Qiuer's wrist, pulling her back. Hold on. Don't rush. How could Gu Qiuer not be anxious? This was DT and by G's personal power bank. This damn worm was about to sacrifice itself to that useless brat. Stop me? See? You're worked up. Lu Yuan chuckled. Qiuer, just wait and watch. The dream eye silkworm's million-year cultivation is no joke. That kid's body and mental strength can't possibly endure it.
Tianming won't let him die.
When Tianming sacrifices himself, he'll likely split off his origin essence and seal it, then stuff it into that kid's body. Gu Qiuer raised her shaky brows. She seemed to realize something. You mean we could? Lu Yuan looked at Gu Qiuer, smirking. Once she figured out, Gu Qiuer's lips couldn't help but curve upward slightly. Only Xiao Xiao looked completely lost, staring at the two curiously. Lu Yuan, big bro.
Qiuer, what are you two talking about?
Gu Qiuer smiled faintly. She reached out and patted Xiao Xiao on the head.
It's nothing.
Xiao Xiao, once you see us make a move,
Just follow our lead.
oh, Xiao Xiao nodded blankly. In the forest clearing, the Dream Ice Silkworm's conversation with Hua Yuhao had also ended. The Dream Ice Silkworm floated above Hua Yuhao's head, preparing to begin the sacrifice. A domineering spiritual fluctuation spread outward in all directions. But this spiritual fluctuation didn't carry much destructive force. Still, everything it touched simply stopped thinking. The invisible wave reached the three of them. Lu Yuan was protected by Gu Yun's reverse scale. Xiao Xiao was protected by DT Yun's dragon scale. Those two were completely fine. Gu Qiuer, though, she was screwed. Her eyes went wide, frozen in place. Lu Yuan sensed something was wrong. He recalled the domain born of the silkworm's sacrifice. He was about to use soul power to dispel it for Gu Qiuer. Bai Ji struck first from the shadows, a flash of emerald, and Gu Qiuer snapped out of it. Lu Yuan's hand stopped mid-motion. Seeing Gu Qiuer recover so quickly, he chalked it up to her special body. Qiuer, get ready. As the sacrifice began, its 10 golden marks turned into rings of light. The silver itself turned into a blaze of white light, about to burrow into Hua Yuhao's head. Little Yuhao, here I come. Brace yourself, the Dream Ice Silkworm chuckled perversely.
The silkworm moved to seal those 10 rings into his spiritual sea.
Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer burst out immediately. Xiao Xiao followed. The three charged in at full speed. The Dream Ice Silkworm looked up. Its two tiny eyes suddenly bulged wide. Why you, Lu Yuan and Xiao Xiao? What are you two doing here? And who's this drop-dead gorgeous blonde? The Silkworm had met Lu Yuan and Xiao Xiao before at the Lake of Life. It hadn't thought much. It didn't know what Lu Yuan and Xiao Xiao were truly capable of. But right now, it had no time to think about any of that. Because the moment the Silkworm saw these three suddenly burst out, everything it had prepared to give Wu Yuhao was being snatched away. No, don't. Lu Yuan was quick. He grabbed 6 golden white orbs of light in one motion, equal to 600,000 years of its spiritual essence. Gu Qiuer wasn't about to be outdone either. Grabbed 2 of the golden white orbs of light. Xiao Xiao was a beat slower. She only managed to snatch 1, but she wasn't discouraged. Her eyes locked onto the thin, white membrane tinged with pale gold. Swift hands won the prize. Xiao Xiao lunged forward.
She stuffed the membrane into her storage device. How did you all do this?
This was my ticket to helping Yuhao ascend to godhood later on.
But he could do nothing.
This was the moment he was at his absolute weakest, and Lu Yuan and the other two had time to strike far too precisely. If he hadn't exposed his origin essence himself, they could never have gotten away with so much.
He watched his essence get stolen.
Now there was only one left. Gu Qiuer was about to make another move. Desperately, he yanked it toward Hu Yuhao's spiritual sea. Seeing this, Gu Qiuer immediately lunged to intercept.
The orb was stuck between them. Leave one for my boy.
As Gu Qiuer pulled, she sneered coldly. Dream, you already laid it all out for me to take. If I don't take it, wouldn't that just be spitting on your generosity? You bastard. This wasn't meant for you. Hand it over. A low hum rang out. The last orb of light was torn in half between the two of them. Each half shot into the spiritual seas of Gu Qiuer and Hu Yuhao. Hu Yuhao had passed out from the very beginning. He had no idea what had happened outside.
A sobbing worm appeared in his mind.
Below, a small golden white orb of light was slowly materializing, while he was still standing there in a daze.
The worm wailed inside him.
My origin essence. My hopes of rising again. A million years of spiritual origin essence. And now there's only 50,000 years left.
You bastards. I never had it this bad. Forget it. Forget it. There's no point saying anything now.
Hu Yuhao is pathetically weak right now anyway. He can't protect himself. Revenge later. Thankfully, I can still provide him with a second martial soul. I refuse to believe we can't forge a god out of him. While Dream was still consoling himself, a voice suddenly rang out. I hold the sun and moon, plucking the very stars from the sky. In this world, there's none like me. To think that a fragment of my soul would still survive. The once clear sky darkened in an instant. A suffocating pressure bore down from all directions. His expression changed drastically.
What a powerful aura.
Lu Yuan, Xiao Xiao. Be careful. Lu Yuan narrowed his eyes, staring at the black mist in the sky. With so many people here,
who will Electrolux choose? Electrolux forced into Hua Yuhao's mind?
Or was he merely sent to Hua Yuhao's side to choose freely? What Lu Yuan didn't know was this.
He saw them fight over the origin essence.
His feelings toward them were complicated, doing anything to get stronger. Electrolux neither supported nor opposed such behavior. After all, it was their choice, and the auras of the three looked decent enough. They should be top tier in this world, much stronger than Hua Yuhao lying on the ground. Perhaps residing within them would be a good choice. Chapter 29. Enter my little black room. Just as Electrolux hesitated, the all-powerful Dream, Lu Yuan slowly pulled out a piece of living gold. Electrolux. The moment the living gold appeared, a rich life aura spread outward. It dispelled much of the death aura Electrolux had brought. The gold's aura made Gu Qiuer and Xiao Xiao feel much better. Lu Yuan released his martial soul. Staring at the black mist in the sky, he spoke. Senior,
thought I know who you are.
Your death aura feels somewhat similar to my abyssal power.
Perhaps we might have common ground. Electrolux stared at the phantom behind Lu Yuan and fell into thought. The abyss. Some other dark power?
Electrolux slowly spoke. Young friend, Aren't you afraid I might make a move against you? I have ways to protect myself. This old man wants to know, what is the Abyss? Lu Yuan said in a low voice. The Abyss is the hatred of all destinies that never came to be. In this world, there are many conflicting things. When one thing happens, it means another possibility is erased. From trivial things to world-threatening ones. The universe always has one most perfect line of destiny. But you were the one not chosen. The hatred born from that is the Abyss. All failed destinies, discarded paths. All accumulated resentment and hatred. That is the Abyss. Electrolux felt dazed for a moment. Wasn't he himself a branch of destiny abandoned by the world? He should have been revered by all, staying with his beloved. Radiant child of light with a stable and glorious family. But that beautiful destiny was severed by human hands. Betrayed by his beloved, his entire family slaughtered. The whole world branded him a traitor. The gentle, kind Electus will never return. I can work with you. When Electus tried to enter Lu Yuan's mind, Lu Yuan raised a hand to stop him. Hey, not here. Electus, I prepared a big sweep for you. Lu Yuan gripped the abyssal edge and slashed through the air, tearing open a rift. Beyond the rift was nothing but black-purple void, stretching endlessly out of sight. Faint beings glowing with violet-black light drifted within. Even the rift itself bled black mist and waves. Even Electus, the lich deity of death, couldn't help but suck in a cold breath. At the sight of this abyssal rift, Lu Yuan smirked. It's dark, sure, but it's absolutely safe. I'll put the living gold in there too. Electus snapped back to his senses. Young friend, is this a pocket realm of yours? Are young people in this world really that formidable? Opening a pocket realm at such a young age? Well, something like that. After you, senior. Senior. Electus gave Lu Yuan one last look, then flew into the abyssal rift. Lu Yuan casually tossed a chunk of living gold inside, then swung his blade again to seal the rift. Guqiuer and Xiao Xiao stood there, utterly stunned. Guqiuer grabbed Lu Yuan by the shoulders and shook him hard. She snapped, Lu Yuan, are you insane? You don't even know what he is, and you just took him in? Xiao Xiao asked with concern. Brother Yuan, should we go back and ask the teacher? Lu Yuan shook his head. No need. We just left. Going back now will be such a pain. Besides, I know what I'm doing. My abyssal space, you two know what it's like. Guqiuer and Xiao Xiao exchanged a glance, then nodded helplessly. Lu Yuan's abyssal space. It had unlocked when Lu Yuan broke through to Soul King. The two of them had been inside back then. The aura inside was just too oppressive. They couldn't stand it all. Even Lady Na had gone in once back then. Even she couldn't fully figure out the abyssal space. Guyana had only told Lu Yuan to use it sparingly. Wait until his cultivation was higher, then explore it slowly. Guqiuer glanced around. Aside from the three of them, only Hui Yuhao was left lying on the ground. She spoke up. All right, looks like there's nothing else to do. Let's head out. Xiao Xiao pointed to Hui Yuhao on the ground. What about him? Lu Yuan shrugged. Leave him. The dream silkworm chose to sacrifice for him. The guy must have something going for him. Besides, he already got a million-year soul beast sacrifice, and now he expects us to save him too? No, it works like that. Think he could just have every lucky break, huh? Xiao Xiao and Guqiuer exchanged glances. Lu Yuan noticed. Look at those faces. Am I wrong? Didn't you two also walk away with a good chunk of origin essence? Guqiuer crossed her arms. I snatched 250,000 years worth. Xiao Xiao raised her hand and grinned. I only grabbed 100,000 years worth. I also got this. Xiao Xiao took out the dream ice silkworm's shed husk. Lu Yuan gave Xiao Xiao a thumbs up. Nice eye, Xiao Xiao. A million-year ice silkworm husk. Top-tier material. Hee. Xiao Xiao beamed sweetly. Lu Yuan, if you look at it that way, you grab the most origin essence. What does it do? Lu Yuan explained. This is Dream Ice Silkworm's million-year origin essence. It's his very essence. It doesn't just boost spiritual power. It can also increase the age limit of existing soul rings. It can even nourish your body. Whoa, that good. Xiao Xiao gasped. Both her eyes turned into starry-eyed wonder. Dream Ice Silkworm was a super useful power bank all along. No wonder back at the Lake of Life, she'd seen Bear Lord and others absorb its energy. All of them looked absolutely blissed out. Lu Yuan sat cross-legged on the ground. Let me give you a demonstration. Xiao Xiao nodded eagerly, watching without blinking. Guqiuer also glanced over, feigning indifference. He focused on 6 platinum gold orbs in his spiritual sea. He tore a small opening in one of them. Pure origin essence slowly seeped out from within, cascading down like a waterfall into his spiritual sea. The utterly pure origin essence poured into his soul rings. 6 soul rings rose, purple, purple, black, 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 red. Lu Yuan's first and second soul rings shifted in color, from purple to black. The 5th ring turned from black to a red 100,000-year ring. Xiao Xiao stared with wide eyes. 100,000-year soul ring. This is what countless soul masters dream of. Inside Hui Yuhao's spiritual sea, Hui Yuhao was in a deep slumber. But Dream wasn't. He'd just taken a hit earlier. How could he possibly sleep? He'd been watching everything outside. He planned to wake Hui Yuhao after Lu Yuan and the others left. But what Dream hadn't expected was, the 3 didn't rush off. They stayed. And, right in front of him, they used his origin essence. He was like a powerless husband, watching someone else use his essence. Unable to do a damn thing. Yamaro, you 3 bastards. Stop. Dream's eyes were bloodshot with rage. Dream panted like a beast. Chapter 30, we did all. Yuan opened his eyes and looked at his 6 soul rings. His 2nd ring had already been raised to 10,000-year level. His 5th ring had originally been an 80,000-year soul ring. Now it had been raised to a 100,000-year level. His 6th ring came from the blazing apricot sacrifice. It was a 100,000-year soul ring. Lu Yuan split the origin essence among his first 4 rings. Lu Yuan looked at his 4 black and 2 red soul rings, and nodded with satisfaction. He said to Xiao Xiao and Guqiuer, so, Dream's origin essence is pretty useful, huh? Xiao Xiao's eyes lit up. Her little head bobbed nonstop. Yeah, brother Lu Yuan, you're amazing. How'd you even think of this? Guqiuer let out a proud little huff. TCH, what's so impressive? You're just copying what Bear Lord and the others did. Lu Yuan retracted his soul rings. He stood up. I tried to teach you, and you're still not happy? I should have just taught Xiao Xiao privately. Save myself your attitude. Xiao Xiao, loving the drama, nodded along, fanning the flames. Yes, brother Lu Yuan is the best. She knew Guqiuer's personality well. Her mouth was the toughest part of her entire body. Guqiuer stomped her foot, still stubborn. What need you to teach me? Something this simple. I figured it out just by watching. Lu Yuan chuckled. He said, oh really? If I hadn't said anything, Would you have known to take dreams, origin, essence? Guccio was speechless for a moment. She turned her head away, ignoring him. Just then, a voice suddenly rang out. Yu Hao, Tanya, and Bebe appeared in the nearby woods. You pointed at Hu Hao, still unconscious on the ground, and gasped. She grabbed Bebe and rushed over. Tanya patted Hu Hao's face. Panicked, she called out, Yu Hao, what happened to you? Bebe looked at Lu Yuan and the other two, extremely wary. These three had powerful auras. No weakness. Yu Hao lying unconscious here. Could it be related to them? But Yu Hao is just a low-level soul master. He hasn't even attained his first soul ring yet.
Why would they target him?
Tanya also looked up, staring at Lu Yuan's group. She was equally confused. Why were Lu Yuan and the other two here? And why did Yu Hao just happen to be unconscious right here? Remembering Lu Yuan had said they were from the Abyss Order. Tanya's heart went cold. Could the Abyss Order be a soul heretic organization? She blurted out, You're soul heretics?
Did you hurt Yu Hao?
Just to drain his lifeblood and soul power. Hearing this, Lu Yuan, Guccio and Xiao Xiao all froze. They looked at each other, completely dumbfounded. Lu Yuan blinked, and said, oh yeah, sure. Not only did we beat him up 10,000 years ago, we also began the war with Martial Soul Hall.
Guccio chimed in. That's right.
1,000 years ago, when Sun Moon Continent collided with Bulwark Continent.
We did that too.
Xiao Xiao glanced left at Lu Yuan, glanced right at Guccio. After a second of thought,
she said, yeah. We split the Heaven Do Empire in two.
Even the fall of the Tang sect, that was a scheming in the shadows. Lu Yuan smirked. For the next 10,000 years, every disaster on this continent.
You can blame it all on us.
Tanya and Bebe. Tanya said furiously, you bastards. Do you think we're idiots?
Well, aren't you though?
Ha ha ha. Lu Yuan and the others burst out laughing. You're kidding. Came to Stardoe Forest to hunt soul beasts, but couldn't handle the fight and nearly got killed instead. We ran into him, didn't kill or rob him. That's generous.
What more do you want?
Those words made Tanya and Bebe's faces flush bright red.
Their eyes darted around.
They spotted the corpse of that 10-year wind baboon nearby. That only made things even more awkward for them. Guccio spoke up with a mocking tone. Yeah, Shrek really is Shrek, isn't it? Your talent for slandering others is truly unmatched. Bebe bristled at the mention of Shrek Academy. He snapped. Don't you dare insult our Shrek Academy like that. You don't know the first thing about what Shrek Academy stands for. Guccio twirled a lock of her hair with her finger.
She sneered, oh? You know our Abyss Order?
This is already the second time you've slandered us. Bebe gritted his teeth. This really wasn't easy to explain. It was true that they'd accused them first. I apologize to you, and I'd ask that you apologize to Shrek Academy as well. Xiao Xiao spoke up. I don't have to accept your apology. Bebe said in a low voice. And what do you want? You came to this forest to hunt soul beasts too, right? How about this? Just don't bother hunting. Go home. Guccio's eyes lit up. She chimed in. That's right. This area belongs to us now. You can leave. Bebe and Tanya both stared wide-eyed. What do you think this place is? Now you're claiming territory? Tanya said angrily. On what grounds? This is the Stardoe Forest. It's not your personal backyard. You can't just say it's yours. Guccio let out a cold snort and said dismissively, exactly. It is our backyard.
If you want to hunt soul beasts here,
then you'll have to get through me first. With that, Guccio released her martial soul and soul rings. The powerful golden dragons might surge toward them. 5 soul rings rose, a dragon soul king. Bebe was oppressed by the golden dragon's pressure. He was secretly stunned. How do these people train? They don't even look that old. Are they already soul kings? Forget it. Can't afford to mess with them. Bebe was just about to grab Tanya, and hearing Yu Hao on his back. Just then, Yu Hao slowly regained consciousness. He sat up, clutching his forehead. Tanya immediately looked at him, her eyes full of worry. Little Yu Hao, you're finally awake. Did those 3 ambush you and hurt you just now? Yu Hao looked at Lu Yuan and the other 2. He knew in his heart that his fainting had nothing to do with them.
He couldn't withstand its immense spiritual power.
But this was his deepest secret. He absolutely couldn't let a word of it slip.
He just feigned weakness, brushing it off.
I exhausted too much spiritual energy fighting soul beast alone, and then absorbing the soul ring. That's what made me pass out. Struggling just to absorb a 10-year soul ring? Tanya looked at the lonely, helpless Yu Hao. A thought of recruiting him arose, and she said earnestly, Little Yu Hao, if you have nowhere to go, why not join our Tang sect? Tang sect? Yu Hao jolted. His heart surged, even though the Tang sect had long since fallen. In the histories and legends of the entire Bulwark continent, the Tang sect would always hold an irreplaceable place.
His mother told him of Tang sect's past glory.
It was the sect he had always silently yearned for. Lu Yuan chimed in aside, looking control. He said, trying to recruit people into the Tang sect now? Aren't you just leading them astray? Tanya's fury instantly surged. Nonsense. Our Tang sect is honorable. Taking Yu Hao in is giving him a way forward.
How is that harming him? Tell me, what can we do?
Possibly offer him? Chapter 31. Sowing the seeds of the abyss. One short sentence instantly shattered all of Tanya's confidence.
Her edge dissolved, eyes reddening instantly.
Looking at the bewildered Yu Hao, she said softly, you're right. The Tang sect now has nothing left. All the sect's territory and accumulated wealth were seized by others. The great sect is now just me and Bebe. I'm the current sect master of the Tang sect. Bebe is my only disciple. Yu Hao's eyes widened, full of disbelief. His vision of Tang's sect shattered instantly. Bebe, standing nearby, pressed his lips together. Helplessness flickered in his eyes. Ruined, withered, barely clinging to life. That was the Tang sect now. Lu Yuan looked at the dejected, bitter Tanya, a weapons dealer, who didn't keep up with the times. You deserve to fail. His voice carried a uniquely bewitching power. It sank into Tanya. Do you hate the fall? Hate the fading glory? Hate the unfairness of the world? Hate that a legend that should have endured has fallen to such ruin? Tanya trembled, nails digging into her palms. Endless resentment and bitterness churned in her eyes. She raised her head and looked at Lu Yuan. What do you mean by that? Bebe frowned deeply. Xiaoya, Lu Yuan smiled faintly. Join us in the Abyss Order, he said. You know it deep down. Tang sect was never meant to fall this far. A glory that should have lasted for ages was crushed by fate itself. Countless paths that should have existed have all been erased. This world is full of abandoned obsessions and futures never realized. People only see the outcome that came to be. No one cares about the possibilities that were wiped away. Our Abyss Order welcomes all who refuse to accept the status quo.
Defy fate. Claim what you lost. Lost things can be reclaimed here.
Tanya fell into deep thought upon hearing this. Even Hu Hao couldn't help but be stirred. Defy the unjust fate. Isn't that exactly him? He hated the White Tiger Duke, hated the Duke's household. He had to become stronger, to get justice for his mother. But when did this abyss order even appear? Never heard of it. Joining Tang's sect comes first. Tang's sect at least has 10,000 years of history. Its deep foundations can't be wrong. Bei Bei, standing nearby, saw Tanya spacing out. Panicked. He quickly stepped forward and shielded her. He barked, "Stop your poisonous lies. Xiaoya, don't listen to him." Tanya looked at Lu Yuan. "Maybe you have a point," she murmured. "But I'm the master of Tang's sect. I will not give up." Though she said that, a seed had already been quietly planted deep in Tanya's heart. Lu Yuan asked again, "Master of Tang's sect, why is it that Tang's sect, born of the same sea god Tang San, alongside Shrek, only Tang's sect has fallen, while Shrek still stands to this day? Why is Shrek full of powerhouses, yet unwilling to lend Tang sect a hand?" Tanga was stunned. A Tang sect with a 10,000-year legacy was wiped out by some nameless Iron Blood sect. Shrek crushed them with just 2 disciples. But they did nothing. They just sent Bei Bei over as a disciple. Bei Bei, seeing Lu Yuan still poisoning Tanya's mind, his face darkened. "Enough. Not another word. Xiaoya, Yu Hao. We're leaving. Don't bother with these 3 lunatics." He knew the 3 of them combined were absolutely no match for Lu Yuan. Gu Qiuer and Xiao Xiao. Continuing the standoff would only cost them. Bei Bei quickly steadied the emotionally turbulent Tanya. He grabbed the still-dazed Hu Yu Hao. They quickly left the dense forest. Did the woods fall silent again? Gu Qiuer pursed her lips. No spine at all. A few words, and they couldn't take it anymore. Lu Yuan watched their backs and said, "Forget it. Let's go." The 3 left the forest, found a village, asked for directions, and then headed toward the Dou-Ling Empire. Days later, they reached Jiama province. At Wutan City, nearing the gates, her face softened with a homely warmth. "Brother Lu Yuan, Sister Qiuer, my home is just up ahead." Xiao Xiao's voice could not hide her joy and anticipation. After entering the city, the streets were bustling and orderly. They passed busy streets and shops, until a grand and imposing family estate with high courtyard walls came into view. The Xiao family guards on duty recognized Xiao Xiao at a glance. They bowed joyfully, announcing her arrival. The young miss has returned. The news flew into the manor. Within moments, a refined, poised, middle-aged couple walked out quickly. They were Xiao Xiao's parents. "Xiao Xiao, my darling daughter." Xiao Xiao's mother rushed forward and pulled Xiao Xiao into her arms. Xiao Xiao nestled obediently in her mother's embrace, soothing her with a few soft words before straightening up. She introduced Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer to her parents. "Dad, Mom, these 2 are my friends. Brother Lu Yuan and Sister Gu Qiuer. They protected and trained with me." Xiao Xiao's father studied Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer carefully. The 2 looked young, but their auras were unfathomably deep, far beyond ordinary young soul masters. Combined with Xiao Xiao's mysterious title, Dolua teacher, Xiao Xiao's father instantly understood. These 2 young people's backgrounds were absolutely unfathomable. "Thank you both for keeping Xiao Xiao safe. Our family is deeply grateful." He bowed. His courtesy was complete, sincere, and respectful. Xiao Xiao's mother also hurried forward warmly to greet them, respectfully ushering the 3 into the manor. In the main hall, hot tea and delicacies were laid out in full. Xiao Xiao nestled beside her parents, recounting in detail everything she had experienced during this time. Finally, she spoke seriously and revealed her plans. "Dad, Mom, my teacher has allowed me to train freely. I'm planning to travel with Brother Lu Yuan and Sister Qiuer. Keep roaming the continent, seeking adventure and training as we go." Xiao Xiao's parents listened quietly. Their hearts swelled with pride and relief. They knew their daughter's talent was peerless, innate full soul power. Keeping her in Wutan City would only bury that gift. With companions as formidable as Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer by her side, she'd grow far faster than training alone at home. Her father nodded slightly. "You've grown. You have your own path now. Your mother and I support you. Train hard out there. Don't worry about home. The Xiao family is safe and secure. No one dares bully us. Just follow them and cultivate with focus. Grow stronger, step by step." Her mother added gentle reminders. "Nothing more than, stay safe out there. Be humble. Don't show off or take reckless risks." Every word was filled with love and trust. Over the next 2 days, Lu Yuan, Gu Qiuer, and Xiao Xiao spent 2 days exploring Wutan City. The Xiao household treated them with impeccable hospitality. No one pried into their identities or origins, maintaining just the right amount of respect. After 2 days of rest, the 3 bid farewell to the Xiao family. Xiao Xiao reluctantly said goodbye to her parents. Then followed Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer back onto the open road. Any big spending patron out there? Please sponsor Chapter 32. Mistaken for soul heretics again. 2.5 months flew by. After crossing the continent, Lu Yuan, Gu Qiuer, and Xiao Xiao finally entered the Mingdou Forest in Sun Moon Empire. The forest was half the size of Stardow. Mutated soul beasts with deformed bodies and violent auras lurked everywhere. These beasts were far more aggressive than ordinary soul beasts. Gu Qiuer walked beside Lu Yuan, cheeks puffed slightly, her pretty face full of reluctance. "I don't get you. We had safe places like Star Luo and Dou-Ling to stay. Instead, you dragged us across the whole continent to the Sun Moon Empire." Lu Yuan casually pushed aside a thorny vine blocking his path and answered with indifference. "To see Ming capital, the Sun Moon Empire's modern cities. To see a nation built on soul tech. To see how far behind Heaven Soul, Dou-Ling, and Star Luo really are." "What's so interesting about soul devices?" Gu Qiuer scoffed. She revealed dragon claws covered in faint golden scales. "No matter how fancy those tin cans get, can they outfight my golden dragon claws? Just sightseeing? Worth it. We could buy a batch of support-type soul devices in Ming capital. It'll make future travels and battles much easier. Plenty of soul devices there can't be found elsewhere on the continent. If they do show up, it's only at auctions. TCH, it's just expensive. It's not like I can't afford it. A few measly gold soul coins." The 2 bickered back and forth without pause. Behind them, Xiao Xiao lowered her head, hiding a quiet smile. Her almond-shaped eyes curved into twin crescents. She listened silently to their squabbling. Suddenly, several sinister auras drifted through the forest ahead, mixed with the piercing, mournful cries of soul beasts. Cut short the eye chatter of Lu Yuan's group. Lu Yuan frowned and raised a hand, signaling the other 2 to halt. They dashed toward the sound. In a clearing stood 7 or 8 black-robed figures, soul heretics wearing ferocious demon masks. Dozens of thick, blood-red chains lay spread across the ground. Chained beasts bled profusely. They drained the beast's essence. They forged living souls into beast souls. Fury instantly ignited in Gu Qiuer's eyes. She charged forward. The lead soul heretic glanced up at them. He rasped, "Where are you brats from? Leave now, or face the cult's wrath. Otherwise, we'll refine your souls too. I'm again by your Holy Spirit cult." Lu Yuan stepped forward. A wave of pitch black flame erupted from his body, surging outward. "You won't live past today." The origin flame, sovereign, emerged. Dark purple flames shot skyward. 2 crimson rings circled him. Gu Qiuer unleashed her golden dragon. 5 jet black 10,000 years old rings rose into view. Xiao Xiao's 3 life, soul-suppressing cauldron soared into the air. The cauldron shook the ground. 5 10,000-year black rings rotated around her as well. They'd refined the stolen essence. Their rings reached 10,000 year. Faced with such an extravagant soul ring configuration, the Holy Spirit cult soul heretics froze on the spot. The arrogance on their faces completely petrified. The abyss aura was dense. That all-consuming abyssal presence actually made these lifelong servants of evil question who the real soul heretics were. The strongest among them was only a soul ancestor, with a standard yellow, purple, purple forming setup, a world apart from the 10,000-year soul rings before them. The sheer gap in power made it hard for the group to breathe. The once arrogant soul heretics stumbled backward. Their leader suppressed his panic and shouted his allegiance. "We are under the command of the Holy Spirit cult. No one on this continent dares to oppose a cult. Stay out, unless you want annihilation." Before Lu Yuan could speak, Gu Qiuer beside him was already seething, watching these people torture living creatures to refine beast souls. Furious, she snapped, "Holy Spirit, call my ass. We're from the Abyss Order. None of you are walking away today." Before she even finished, the golden dragon possessed her. A mighty draconic roar shook the forest in every direction. She charged in as golden light. Lu Yuan gripped the abyssal erosion blade. Black flames seared around him. With each arc of his sword, a soul heretic fell with almost a single strike. She smashed the cauldron down repeatedly. 2 hits shattered one. In moments, every last Holy Spirit cult soul heretic lay dead in pools of blood. Lu Yuan was just about to speak when a cold chill suddenly shot toward him from behind. Lu Yuan's mind jolted. He spun around sharply and raised his hand. Golden light and black flames collided. The blast staggered him back. He looked up. A girl with cascading golden hair stood among the trees. She wore a short, pristine white dress embroidered with gold patterns. Her figure was tall and poised. A holy sword rested in her grasp. Sacred aura radiated. Attacked unawares, Lu Yuan was thoroughly pissed. He charged straight at her, solo blaze in hand. Yigu immediately activated her holy angel martial soul. She was only soul ancestor level. The power gap was absolute. All she could do was take the hits. The entire fight was one-sided. She had no room to strike back at all. After several exchanges, Yigu Yi's breathing was ragged. She staggered and dropped to one knee, gasping for air. She leaned on her sword to stand. Lu Yuan pulled back his blade. His voice was ice. "Are you trying to get yourself killed?" Yigu Yi bit her lip hard. She had planned to ambush him, but she never expected his strength to far exceed her prediction. Still, she refused to show weakness in front of others. She forced herself up, gripping her sword. Killing a soul heretic like you needs no reason. I sensed this thick, dark aura from far away. And now I see a field of black-clad soul heretic corpses. She immediately assumed Lu Yuan was the soul heretic leader. They just ran into the soul heretics. They killed a group of soul heretics, leaving Lu Yuan the ringleader. He immediately turned to the 2 women, his tone sincere. "Ladies, we're all hunting soul heretics here. Why not join forces with me? Let's take down this scum together." Gu Qiuer and Xiao Xiao exchanged glance. They couldn't hold it in and burst out laughing. Gu Qiuer folded her arms. She looked at Lu Yuan with eyes full of mockery. "Ha ha, Lu Yuan. How do you keep getting mistaken for a soul heretic every time?" Xiao Xiao covered her mouth, giggling. Her eyes curved in presence. "Brother Lu Yuan, your martial soul's aura is just way too unusual. Anyone would mistake you for one at first glance." Lu Yuan shrugged helplessly, sighing inwardly. "Can't have it all in this world. This annihilation power gives me top-tier combat strength, but its abyssal aura brings only baseless suspicion. Getting mistaken for a soul heretic is honestly the least of it. If I had 2 divine kings' inheritances from the start, even if it meant being born with innate soul power of rank 90, I'd take that deal in a heartbeat." Her heart sank. The fingers gripping her holy sword trembled slightly. She stared at Lu Yuan in confusion, stammering, You're all together? I'm not a soul heretic. It's just my martial soul has a bit of dark aura." Lu Yuan lightly kicked the soul heretic corpse at his feet. "Those who slaughter soul beasts and refine beast souls are soul heretics. You're too late. I already wiped them all out." Yi Gai's sword hand trembled violently. Her face flushed crimson in an instant. She had acted purely on a rush of righteous impulse moments ago, attacking someone without even distinguishing right from wrong. And in the end, it turned out to be a colossal misunderstanding. Lu Yuan watched her dazed, lost expression. "Hey, you owe me an apology." Yi Gai snapped back and blurted out, "Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong." Lu Yuan sheathed his sword, arms crossed, brow raised. He said, "Wrong about what?" Halfway through, she suddenly caught herself. Her head snapped up, eyes glaring at Lu Yuan. "Wait a second. You beat me up too just now, so they cancel out. We're even." Lu Yuan smiled. "Separate matters. You attacked first. That's your fault. If you got a problem, come at me and take your payback." Yi Gai pursed her lips, grumbling inwardly. Who the hell can beat you? Chapter 33. The Million-Grade Milk Bottle. Yi Gai sheathed her sword, hand over her chest. She bowed solemnly toward Lu Yuan. "I was reckless and impulsive just now, attacking you without cause. I apologize." Seeing Yi Gai admit fault again, flickers her eyes crossed Lu Yuan's eyes. "Are all angels like this?" Yi Gai straightened up. She smoothed her dress and said softly, "I'm Yi Gai. May I ask how to address the 3 of you? You must be companions traveling together, right? I'm Lu Yuan. She's Gu Qiuer, and this one beside me is Xiao Xiao." Lu Yuan briefly introduced the 2 beside him. Qiuer and Xiao Xiao both nodded toward Yi Gai in greeting. "Yes, Yi Gai offered a gentle, faint smile. Her gaze settled on Lu Yuan. I was wrong just now. Forgive me, but your martial soul is a bit too dark. Lu Yuan nodded and asked in return. Miss Yi is a successor of the angel martial soul. That's right, Yi Gai answered, then asked with curiosity. Your clothes suggest you're not Sun Moon Empire locals. Xiao Xiao shook her head and answered crisply. We came from the Doluo continent. We're not from Sun Moon. Yi Gai said, could it be you're from the Star Luo Empire? Not Star Luo either. Xiao Xiao scratched her cheek and answered, we're all originally from the Do Ling Empire. Brother says Ming capital is truly one of a kind, so we came specially to broaden our horizons. A modern city? Yi Gai's eyes lit up and her tone softened. Ming capital's Soul Tech is the continent's finest. What a coincidence. I happen to be heading to Ming capital as well. Why don't we travel together? Once we enter the city, I'll treat you all to a meal. Consider it making up for my rudeness earlier. Lu Yuan smiled. Miss Yi, there's no need to dwell on it. Courtesy must not be neglected. Yi Gai was firm, her gaze sincere. Let me befriend you three. Fine. Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer, after Xiao Xiao freed the captured soul beasts, traveled with Yi Gai through Mingdo Forest, heading straight to the capital, Ming capital. On the forest path, Lu Yuan spoke first to make conversation. Miss, do you travel often within the Sun Moon Empire? Yi Gai shook her head gently. Her hair slipped off her shoulder. Her tone was lonely. I'm not from the Sun Moon Empire. Now I'm a rootless wanderer. Lu Yuan, Gu Qiuer, and Xiao Xiao all fell silent for a moment at her words. Only the faint howls of soul beasts remained in the forest. Gu Qiuer quietly tugged at Xiao Xiao's sleeve. The two of them looked at Lu Yuan together. He signaled for a change of topic. Xiao Xiao slowed her pace. She softly asked, Sister Yi, you came all the way to the Sun Moon Empire. Do you have a specific plan? Yi Gai thought for a moment. They say the Sun Moon Empire soul tech is unmatched anywhere. I plan to go to Ming capital to study soul devices. I've heard soul heretics keep appearing in the Sun Moon Empire. I need them to aid my cultivation. Once I've mastered soul devices, hunting soul heretics will give me more ways to protect myself. Gu Qiuer's interest was piqued. She struck up a conversation with Yi Gai. Xiao Xiao chimed in from time to time. A few days later, they reached the heart of the Sun Moon Empire, Ming capital. Compared to the ancient cities of Star Luo and Doling, Ming capital looked like it belonged to an entirely different era. Towering, magnificent buildings were everywhere. Between them, broad stone-paved streets sprawled in every direction. Some main thoroughfares were even over 30 meters wide. They entered Ming capital, its streets teeming with people. The roads were wide and orderly, lined with endless shops. Novel sights appeared at every turn. Yi Gai kept her promise and found a fine restaurant in Ming capital for the three of them. A table full of Sun Moon specialty dishes covered the surface. The flavors differed from Doluo's nations, fresh, rich, uniquely savory. The mood at the table relaxed considerably. After traveling together, the earlier misunderstanding had completely dissolved. Yi Gai was open and upright by nature. Though cold and aloof, she was easy to get along with. After the meal, the four walked out of the restaurant. Yi Gai gave a slight bow to the three. Thanks for going easy on me and for your company. I have urgent matters, so I won't impose any longer. She looked at Lu Yuan. Her gaze was serious. Lu Yuan, I apologize again for what happened earlier. If fate allows, we'll meet again in this world. Lu Yuan gave a slight nod. Take care on your journey. Gu Qiuer waved her hand. Until next time, see you later. Xiao Xiao smiled sweetly. Goodbye, Sister Yi. After the brief farewell, Yi Gai departed. The street remained as puzzling as ever, gazing at the unprecedented prosperity before her. Gu Qiuer could no longer contain her curiosity. Finally, we can wander freely. Ming capital seems so much livelier than Star Luo and Doling. Xiao Xiao was equally wide-eyed with wonder. She kept glancing left and right, her little face beaming with joy. Lu Yuan chuckled softly. Since we're here, let's make the most of it and explore. You two must still be hungry. How about some street food first? Let's check out some soul device shops. The three of them strolled leisurely down the busiest main street. The roadside was packed with all kinds of specialty snacks. Fisherman's toast, duo cakes, pies, radish balls, skewers, 3-flavor farmhouse baked scones, rare delicacies you'd never see on Doluo Star. Gu Qiuer was dying to try every single one. She away from one industry to the other. Xiao Xiao was much more refined, taking small bites, occasionally getting fed by Gu Qiuer. Smiling brightly, Lu Yuan tagged along casually, watching the girls laugh and eat through the street. The three were fully satisfied. We're done. Now let's get down to business. His gaze swept across the soul device shops lining the street. Sun Moon Empire truly is the soul device capital. Almost half of this street is soul device stores. Material shops, custom workshops, soul devices of every shape and size, a dazzling array. Low tier, mid tier, support type, lifestyle type, combat type, you name it. They entered a large comprehensive soul device shop. The shelves inside were neat and orderly. Rows of exquisite small soul devices were displayed. The shopkeeper noticed their extraordinary bearing. Their clothes were far from ordinary, so he approached eagerly. What soul devices are you looking for? Combat types? Storage soul devices? Defensive armor? Healing tools? Our humble shop has it all. Lu Yuan glanced at the soul devices on the shelves. I want milk bottles. Top quality milk bottles. All the milk bottles. And then even more. Boss, did you come here to drink milk? Not just him. Qiuer and Xiao Xiao both looked at Lu Yuan with baffled expressions. The shopkeeper blinked, seeing that Lu Yuan and his companions looked very young. He asked, young sir, that's going to cost quite a bit of money. Lu Yuan nodded and said, I know. Also, give me some defensive type soul devices. The shopkeeper sighed with relief. Finally, not milk bottles. Could they be smugglers from Doluo continent? Smuggling milk bottles? Chapter 34, Ming Capital Soul Duel 3. The shopkeeper led Lu Yuan and the others to a shelf, pointing at the soul devices displayed on it, and said, these are our shop's milk bottles. The ones on top are the highest grade, level 5 milk bottles. The ones below are the lowest grade, level 3 milk bottles. Xiao Xiao saw only 2 level 5 milk bottles left, and asked in confusion, boss, why are there only 2 level 5 ones? Miss, milk bottles are charging devices. Crafting is hard. The material requirements far exceed those of ordinary soul devices. Energy storage standards are brutal. One flaw, it explodes. You need to be at least a tier 3 soul master to even craft one. High-grade bottles aren't just hard to make, they're also restricted. All 3 of you are from the Doluo continent, right? The shopkeeper looked over Lu Yuan and his companion's attire. The 3 of them nodded. High-grade bottles, especially those to Doluo, are heavily controlled. Me selling you tier 5 bottles is already me being generous. And these are from Minga Hall. no less. The quality is absolutely guaranteed. Lu Yuan picked up a tier 5 bottle. He examined it in his hand. We'll take all 3. How much? The shopkeeper's face immediately lit up with joy. He said, 90,000 gold soul coins each. That's 270,000 gold soul coins total. Lu Yuan pulled out a gold soul coin card and swiped it without hesitation. The shopkeeper took the payment. His smile grew even brighter as he said, Is there anything else you fine folks need? You really don't have any higher grade bottles? You have tier 6? The shopkeeper shook his head with a wry smile. Young master, it's not that I won't sell to you. It's that I truly don't have any. The tier 6 bottle corresponds to the Soul Emperor level. Not only is it goldcraft, it's also insanely expensive and never a return to sell. He gave 1 bottle each to Xiao Xiao and Gu Qiuer. After putting his away, he said, Well then, show us your defensive soul devices. Shopkeeper breathed silently. Even worried Lu Yuan would insist on getting one. Right this way. Please follow me. The shopkeeper led the 3 of them to another shelf. This is a tier 5 soul device, the Invincible Shield. A single-use, life-saving soul device. Inject soul power, and it instantly creates a strong barrier. It can block a full power strike from Soul King. These are softening bracers. It can weaken physical impacts. It reduces damage from close punches and low-tier skills. Lu Yuan waved his hand grandly. We'll take them all. After paying, he didn't even bother having the shopkeeper grab them. Lu Yuan, Gu Qiuer, and Xiao Xiao split the items among themselves. The 3 walked out of the shop. On the street, Gu Qiuer fiddled with the invincible shield in her hand. It was the size of a disc, entirely silver-white. Gu Qiuer clicked her tongue in wonder. This little thing can really block a Soul King's full power strike. Lu Yuan laughed. Why not test it and find out? How will we even test it? Gu Qiuer seemed to think of something. She glared at Lu Yuan.
Don't tell me you want to test it on me.
Lu Yuan rolled his eyes at Gu Qiuer. Seriously? What do you take me for? Do I look like that kind of guy?
Gu Qiuer blinked,
then nodded solemnly. Lu Yuan burst out laughing. Xiao Xiao was still cracking up behind them. Lu Yuan said helplessly, I meant we should test it at the Soul Arena. The Soul Arena? Gu Qiuer looked puzzled. Xiao Xiao explained. The Soul Arena is where martial souls clash. It's a venue built specifically for soul masters to battle. Gu Qiuer's eyes lit up with understanding.
So if I fight there, I can go all out?
Lu Yuan said, yes and no. The Soul Arena does let soul masters fight freely, but there are rules. Unless you're in a death match, of course. A flash of confidence crossed Gu Qiuer's crimson eyes.
A mere arena match? That won't even test me.
With my strength, it's a piece of cake. Even against the Soul Emperor, I'd put up a fight.
Lu Yuan pulled them close.
So,
want to go a couple rounds?
As he spoke, he looked up toward a large building in the distance. Qiuer and Xiao Xiao followed his gaze. The building was lit up with colorful lights. Crowds of people streamed in and out. It was buzzing with energy. Let's do a couple quick rounds. It's almost dark anyway.
We'll fight first, then find a place.
And headed toward the large building. At the front desk, Lu Yuan and the others registered.
The receptionist gave them a strange look.
Their gazes held a hint of oddity. After registering, they were assigned their arena slots. They entered the sparring section of the arena. It took some time. Lu Yuan and the others got their match order sorted. Since they came together, they were placed in the 91st Soul Arena. But Lu Yuan's opponent was Soul Emperor level, while Gu Qiuer and Xiao Xiao's opponents were only Soul King level. Both tiers were already quite high in cultivation, and not many people were available, so sorting took a while. Unless they were geniuses,
Soul Kings and Soul Emperors were usually middle-aged.
Aside from battle junkies and gamblers, few ever came to the arena. Inside the 91st Soul Arena, the circular stand was sparsely filled with spectators. A match between Soul Kings and Soul Emperors held far more intrigue than the lower-tier duels.
Most rivals were arena veterans.
Young faces were few and far between. When Lu Yuan stepped onto the dueling platform with measured strides, the entire venue instinctively turned several more gazes away. Too young. Simple black attire, upright posture, youthful features. He looked no older than 12 or 13. Across from him, Lu Yuan's opponent had long been waiting. It was a Zhang San. Composed. Soul power fluctuations around level 68. A genuine high-tier Soul Emperor. In a commoner's arena, that counted as top-tier combat strength. The moment Zhang San laid eyes on Lu Yuan,
his surprise turned to disdain. Young, yet cultivation fell hollow. He made up his mind already.
Even talented, he likely used potions. Potions weren't exactly news in the Sun Moon Empire. After all, everyone dosed. First time seeing such a young Soul Emperor. This kind of kid has the rank, but nothing else.
No combat instinct or control.
Probably OD'd and came to the arena to test the waters. A walking gift of free points. Zhang San's lips curled as he released his martial soul. Lu Yuan's hands curled loosely. 2 completely different sword lights flashed into existence. Erosion edge left, sun flame right. With both swords in hand, Lu Yuan didn't even reveal his soul rings, purely relying on his twin martial soul blades. Standing still in the arena, the entire audience froze. No rings, no skills. Pure combat. Zhang San's pupils constricted. He laughed. Wasting Soul Emperor rank. Abandoning soul skills for 2 swords? In his eyes, this was pure suicidal hubris. In a soul master duel, soul skills are the core of combat power.
Sword play's just a side branch. That's crippling your own strength. Since you insist, I'll end this.
As his words fell, Zhang San held nothing back.
6 soul rings burst forth in order.
5th soul skill, Gale Frenzy Slash. Cyan power formed a huge wind blade. It tore through the air with a piercing shriek, slashing straight down toward Lu Yuan's head. Facing the raging wind blade that blanketed his entire body, Lu Yuan's footwork turned light and ethereal. His body shifted half a step like a phantom. Dodging the attack, both swords moved in unison. The abyssal edge clashed against the wind blades. The fierce wind's soul power was corroded by sword light. The blazing sun flame swept across in a horizontal slash. The Lian sword light tore through the air, heading straight for Zhang San's face. Zhang San's expression changed drastically. He hastily raised his hand and threw out his soul device shield. The sharp crack of the blade hitting the shield exploded harshly. That seemingly impenetrable soul device shield, in the instant the twin blades crossed, was suddenly covered in dense gray-black cracks. The shield shattered. Zhang San, shocked, hurriedly retreated, but was still grazed by the blade. A formless corrosive force madly burrowed into his body along the blade's edge. Every few seconds, it stripped away a portion of his soul power. After retreating and staying himself, Jean-Sen realized something was wrong. This kid is no pushover. So he pulled out a soul cannon. As he was about to inject soul power in fire, he felt the soul power inside him suddenly vanish. His meridians went rigid all over. The soul cannon, already charged with energy, jammed up completely. It wouldn't fire. What the hell? His heart pounded. His face was full of disbelief. How could his soul power suddenly just disappear like that? No time to think. Lu Yuan's onslaught was already surging in relentlessly. One black and one red sword light wove into an impenetrable net. Balanced offense and defense. Abyssal devoured. Sun cleaver shattered. Every clash of blades left a bloody gash on Zhang San's body. Every close quarters exchange deepened the corrosion. Zhang San, from his initial domineering stance, was forced into passive defense. His limbs grew heavier. His soul power grew weaker. Just a dozen or so breaths. This rank, 68 Soul Emperor, was thrashed by Lu Yuan, no soul skills used. The previously bored audience sat bolt upright. Shock. Pummeling a Soul Emperor with pure swordplay? What the hell kind of monster is this kid? Look at Zhang San. He can't even finish casting his soul skills. What's going on? Zhang San's face had long since turned from arrogance to grimace, dissolved into terror. Panic grew as he fought. Terror grew. He could clearly sense the soul power inside his body was uncontrollably dissipating, even though his opponent hadn't used any bizarre moves. But his soul power was draining away silently, without trace. Such eerie power. I've never seen anything like it. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. He grit his teeth and roared. He burned his 6-soul ring with every ounce of power. He unleashed his full, dense soul power, sweeping across the arena, trying to shatter the suppression in one desperate push. Xiang Pan's 6th ring skill was his ultimate killer move. Powerful enough to crush most Soul Emperors of the same rank. But the next moment, Lu Yuan's eyes narrowed slightly. He crossed his twin swords to block. Black-white sword light slammed into Zhang San with a crash. Zhang San was sent flying. Blood and energy churned. He staggered back several steps. A metallic sweetness surged up his throat. He stared fixedly at the figure standing composed in the arena. Twin swords lowered, breathing steady as ever. Just a young man. His eyes were filled with shock and terror. He couldn't fight anymore. If this kept up, he'd be drained and gravely wounded. I concede. He ground the words through clenched teeth. He forced out his 3 words with immense difficulty. The referee raised his hand at once. Arena 91. Wind howl. Billow concedes. Gusa wins. The crowd erupted in cheers and gasps. A battle that completely overturned everyone's understanding. To the Sun Moon people, winning without rings or skills, by using soul devices alone, that's a genius. Winning through sheer raw power of twin sword alone. That was a first for them. The soul duel arena fell silent again. Zhang San took a long while to steady himself. Only then did he master his fear and stride to Lu Yuan. His gaze was wary and complex. Young brother, what exactly is your martial soul? Why, during our fight, was my soul power draining away? Why do my skills keep failing? A terrifying guess was already forming in his mind. This wasn't the kind of ability a normal martial soul should have. Are you a soul heretic? This silent, soul-draining method is too bizarre. It fits the profile of a soul heretic too perfectly. Lu Yuan sheathed the abyssal erosion blade and the blazing sun flame. He smiled and explained, I'm no soul heretic. It's simply a trait of my martial soul. What drained from your body was just the soul power you were using. It didn't harm your foundation. Go back and meditate. You'll recover. No need to worry. Hearing this explanation, the tension in Zhang San's body suddenly eased. His back was drenched in cold sweat. He let out a long breath. So he wasn't a soul heretic after all. If he truly provoked a soul heretic skilled in silent erosion, whether he could even cultivate again would be a mystery. Thank you for clearing that up, young brother. I was out of line. With that, he gave Lu Yuan a solemn clasped hand salute. Carrying his shock and amazement, he turned and walked down from the battle stage. The noise continued as lively as ever. At the same time, a man who looked to be in his early 20s, with long hair simply tied back by a band, turned his gaze toward Lu Yuan. A glint flickered in his eyes. His complexion looked somewhat unhealthily pale. Yet he was handsome enough to make even men sigh in admiration. Ji Ju Chun originally just thought sparring in the Mingda Hall was pointless. So he came to Soul Battle Arena for some entertainment. Curious about a match between Soul Emperors, he had drifted over to watch. And now, the match had shown him something that truly caught his interest. Beside him, Jing Ziyin helplessly covered her face. Lu Yuan returned to Xiao Xiao and Gu Qiuer's side. Xiao Xiao immediately started showering him with praise, laying emotional support on thick. Brother Lu Yuan, you were amazing. You won using nothing but swordsmanship. Gu Qiuer pouted and let out a little huff before saying, what's the big deal? Xiao Xiao, you just haven't seen enough. So what if he beat a Soul Emperor? I could do that too. Xiao Xiao hugged Gu Qiuer's arm, whining playfully. Come on, Sister Qiuer is super awesome too. I totally believe in you. Gu Qiuer smiled smugly. Of course. After a moment of pride asked. Gu Qiuer looked down at her own hands. Flexing her fingers, she couldn't help feeling a little troubled. Maybe I should find a proper weapon too?
It's my turn now. Xiao Xiao saw the notification message. She waved to Gu Qiuer and Lu Yuan, then scurried off on her little short legs to get ready. Stay safe. Gu Qiuer and Lu Yuan said in unison. Xiao Xiao's opponent was a soul king named Li Yu. He was also a rank 5 soul engineer. Just as the two were intently watching Xiao Xiao's match, a man and a woman suddenly walked over. Lu Yuan turned his head and asked, who are you two? Damn it, he's almost better looking than me. Ji Ju Chun spoke up. Hello, Gustot. That's just your alias, right? My name is Ji Ju Chun. Would you mind getting acquainted? Jing Ziyin followed and said, my name is Jing Ziyin. Seeing that Lu Yuan didn't seem to reject them, Ji Ju Chun continued. Honestly, I truly admire your swordsmanship. I wonder if I might have the chance to spar with you sometime? Huh? Lu Yuan was taken aback. Isn't this a bit too fast?
CH36. Gnome is given nicknames.
Jing Ziyin chimed in. Please don't mind him, you two. This guy's just like that. Yeah, Lu Yuan said. I just didn't expect Brother Ji, who seems so cold and reserved, to be this direct. Jing Ziyin said, that's just how he is. He's only interested in things related to the sword. When he sees someone using a sword or anything sword related, he gets like this. It's understandable. It's only natural. Same here, Lu Yuan said with a smile. Upon hearing this, Ji Juechen's eyes lit up as he asked, so, Brother Lu, does that mean you agree to spar with me? Lu Yuan said, well, wouldn't that be a bit awkward? I'm already a Soul Emperor. Brother Ji, what level are you? A Soul Emperor. I've been searching for something all along. Brother Liu, I saw your twin swords earlier. Perhaps I could gain some inspiration from you. Ji Juechen said earnestly. Lu Yuan laughed. Brother Ji, you're too kind. From what I see, your sword is far more formidable than mine. Besides, my twin sword are different from yours. I'm afraid I won't be of much help. Ji Juechen shook his head. Not necessarily. Please, Brother Liu, you must spar with me. Such persistent determination left Gu Qiuer beside them, utterly dumbfounded. She turned her head to look at Jing Zian and whispered, "Is he always like this?" Jing Zian nodded. Then, leaning in to whisper, he said, "At our academy, he has a nickname. They call him Sword Fanatic." After all, they had just met Gu Qiuer and the others. There was no need to reveal too much. Gu Qiuer nodded slightly. Sword Fanatic. That's quite fitting. Jing Zian nodded approvingly. There are no misgiven names. Never misgiven nicknames. Lu Yuan didn't want to test his skills against Ji Juechen, but Xiao Xiao was still competing. Gu Qiuer's match hadn't started yet. Brother Ji, my friend still has a soul duel to fight. It might have to wait a bit. Ji Juechen said. No problem, Brother Liu. I'll wait. Something fell off to Lu Yuan, but he couldn't put his finger on exactly what. A while later, Xiao Xiao's soul duel ended. She smacked her foe silly with a giant cauldron. She smacked several soul pieces. Her opponent saw no point in dragging it out. He conceded. Xiao Xiao returned, beaming. Xiao Xiao, nicely done. Good fight. They praised her at the same time. Hee hee. Xiao Xiao giggled. She plopped back in her seat. And asked, "You two are?" Jing Zian smiled. "Hello, I'm Jing Zian. And he's Ji Juechen. He's up a sparring match with Lu Yuan." Ji Juechen gave Xiao Xiao a nod. A flash of surprise crossed Xiao Xiao's little face. "Hello, I'm Xiao Xiao." Jing Zian complimented her. "Xiao Xiao, you're just adorable name." Tee. Xiao Xiao laughed, a bit embarrassed. She returned the compliment. "Sister Zian, you're really pretty too." Jing Zian nodded with satisfaction. "Of course, it's just that someone can't see it." Ji Juechen acted like he hadn't heard a thing. He rested, eager for his fight with Lu Yuan. Soon, Gu Qiuer's soul duel ended as well. Her opponent was also a soul king, and a soul engineer at that. His soul device handling was incredibly skilled. Gu Qiuer found him a real headache. But thankfully, she still won in the end. Our ancestors' golden dragon soul was faint. It was just those endless soul devices being a pain in the ass. Gu Qiuer was still complaining as she walked back. Those damn soul devices are so annoying. It's all explosions, lasers, and those stupid shields. I could have ended it in one hit. Lu Yuan looked at Gu Qiuer's sulky face and said, "Didn't we buy soul devices today? And the whole point of coming here was to test them out, remember? You got a ton of them on you. If he uses his, you use yours. Using soul devices here isn't against the rules." Xiao Xiao chimed in. Gu Qiuer puffed out her cheeks. Clearly annoyed, she pointed at Lu Yuan and said, "All your fault. I'd have forgotten otherwise. It's all your fault. If it weren't for you, would I have forgotten? What's it got to do with me?" Lu Yuan said with an innocent look. Gu Qiuer snorted coldly, crossing her arms. "If you hadn't fought first, and with your own sword at that, why have forgotten about the soul device? You set the precedent." Lu Yuan. Gu Qiuer then glared at Xiao Xiao. "And you?" Xiao Xiao shrank back. "Why, you little brat? After all I've done for you, and you've got the nerve to call me out?" Xiao Xiao caved instantly. She threw herself into Gu Qiuer's arms, pouting and acting cute. "Sister Qiuer, I'm sorry. Don't be mad. You're the best, Sister Qiuer. Forgive me, please. I'll never do it again." Gu Qiuer pushed Xiao Xiao away. "Save it. That act doesn't work on me. Your cuteness only works on Lu Yuan." She lifted her chin with feigned pride. "Buy me a late-night snack tonight, and I'll forgive you." Xiao Xiao giggled. "No problem. Whatever you want, Sister Qiuer. It's on me. That's more like it." Gu Qiuer nodded with satisfaction. Ji Juechen, who had been waiting eagerly, finally spoke up. "Brother Liu, shall we begin our match?" Lu Yuan smiled. "Of course. Should we book a venue at the Soul Arena? Or head out and find a spot?" Ji Juechen thought for a moment. "Let's head out. I know a place. Secluded, quiet, perfect for a fight." The five of them left the Soul Arena, heading to the place Ji Juechen mentioned. A desolate mega warehouse on Ming Capital's western edge. The flat, open ground in front of the warehouse, made for an ideal sparring ground. Xiao Xiao, Gu Qiuer, and Jing Ziyan withdrew to the edge. Two figures stood, facing off at the center. The atmosphere turned solemn and instant. Ji Juechen stood tall as a pine. His robe stirred. In hand, a dark, dull longsword hung quietly at his side. Its blade was forged from pure, celestial meteorite iron, unadorned, without a single ornate engraving, yet carrying an ancient, immovable weight. An invisible edge of sharpness seeped through the air. Even motionless, it made the air feel heavy and still. Sword intent born from Ju Chen's lifelong devotion. Across from him, Lu Yuan held a sword in each hand. Abyssal dark blade left, rising sun blaze right. Ju Chen's gaze locked onto the twin swords in Lu Yuan's hands. His eyes burned with curiosity. "Brother Lu, are these twin swords custom-made soul devices for you? Or are they your martial soul? Part of your martial soul?" "I see." Ji Juechen nodded slightly. His thirst grew. One sword held fire, unreleased. The other sword emitted a dark, eerie glow. But he had never seen such contradictory attributes. Twin sword, martial soul, coexisting in perfect harmony. "I'll gain from today's battle." As his words fell, Ji Juechen's entire aura suddenly changed. In an instant, a piercing cold, pure, ultimate sword pressure swept through the entire warehouse. Chapter 37. This kind of sword cultivator is the shadiest. This is Ji Juechen's sword head. Gu narrowed her eyes slightly, sensing the terror of this invisible pressure. The sparring match at the center of the arena officially began. Ji Juechen neither dodged nor retreated. His figure suddenly surged forward. This was the simplest, the purest straight slash. Fast, accurate, basic swordsmanship Ji Juechen had polished millions of times. Every ounce of force was perfect, simple yet terrifying. Lu Yuan's expression was solemn. Both swords moved together. The first direct clash. Twin swords met the iron longsword with a thunderous crash. A piercing clang of metal exploded. The powerful impact force sent dust bursting from the ground. Ji Juechen's body swayed slightly. He was inwardly surprised. What strength, both at soul emperor level. He thought his sword intent could suppress. He could easily gain the upper hand. But Liu Yuan relied purely on sword skill and brute strength to steadily withstand his onslaught. Ji Juechen glanced at Liu Yuan's arm, frowning slightly. Could it be that he has 2 arm bones? And they must be old. What shocked him more was that Liu Yuan's swords were completely empty. No sword heart, no sword intent, not even a fixed sword path, purely reacting to moves as they came, counterattacking with force. He deduced Liu Yuan's swordsmanship was battle-honed, clean and vicious, balanced, but to a true sword cultivator, the flaws were clear. Technique without intent, moves without heart. Liu Yuan was brute force. No sword and eyes, no Dao heart. Interesting. A sharp light burst from Ji Juechen's eyes. He attacked fiercely again, each strike faster. Basic sword moves pushed to their absolute limit. Every strike carried the rhythm of sword intent. Liu Yuan stayed calm. Twin swords rotating. One defends, one attacks. Red and purple swords weaved and flew in alternation, steadily catching Ji Juechen's storm-like onslaught. The 3 spectators watched, breath held, eyes locked on the fight. The arena's mood quietly shifted. The first to notice was Ji Juechen, immersed in the way of the sword. At first, Liu Yuan's swordsmanship seemed utterly unremarkable. He relied on raw strength to parry. But after countless blows, enduring that razor-sharp sword intent crashing over him again and again, Liu Yuan's movements began to change. At first, he was just mechanically deflecting, blocking, countering. But Ji Juechen's pure, his unstoppable sword heart blazed before him like a beacon, clear and vivid. What is the sword? Not a blade, not slaughter. It's the heart's direction, relentless advance. All paths converge to one. Liu Yuan always trained his sword by being thrown into soul beast dens by Gu Yuna, fighting soul beasts to sharpen himself. He only sought victory, sought to break his enemies, to dominate. He never grasped the sword's true essence. But now, through countless clashes of blades, through the steady erosion of sword intent, he was unconsciously absorbing Ji Juechen's sword philosophy. This was insight born from countless exchanges of blades, the gradual saturation of Ji Juechen's sword heart. At some point, Liu Yuan's twin swords began moving faster and faster. The black blade tore through silence. The crimson sword seared the air. The twin blades danced, moving so fast they left layered after images. His sword forms were still the same as before, but the essence had transformed. The once rigid swordsmanship now carried a trace of obsession. A wisp, faint and delicate, yet undeniably real, sword intent quietly bloomed around him, rising. This wisp of sword intent wasn't particularly powerful, still raw and immature. Ji Juechen froze for a split second. His pupils contracted, his face filled with utter disbelief. How could this be? He had sought out Liu Yuan to spar, to find his own sword breakthrough through the twin blade style. And in the end, he had become Liu Yuan's whetstone. He had handed over the pure sword philosophy he cultivated for years, bit by bit, to an opponent who had no sword intent whatsoever, forcefully helping the other awaken their own sword intent. Monster, an absolute monster. Ji Juechen's heart churned with shock and disbelief. In all his years, he had never witnessed such absurd talent. Others needed decades to comprehend sword intent, nurturing their blade in stillness. This man learned it from one fight. After the brief shock passed, Ji Juechen suppressed his emotions and attacked again with renewed ferocity. He wanted to test how strong Liu Yuan truly was, with new sword intent enhancing him. Their blades clashed once more. Liu Yuan crossed his twin swords, blocking Ji Juechen's attack before forcing him back with a shockwave. The fighting spirit in Ji Juechen's eyes burned even brighter. Again, after dozens more exchanges, clang. Another ferocious clash. Ji Juechen staggered back several steps. The hand gripping his sword had gone slightly numb. He looked at his meteorite iron longsword, then looked at Liu Yuan, whose entire bearing had transformed. He exhaled slowly, lowering his sword, and said frankly, I lost. Perhaps he had lost in terms of talent. All those years of bitter sword cultivation, he never expected it would end up as one gift for Liu Yuan. He saw Liu Yuan gain enlightenment. In the end, it was Liu Yuan who gained enlightenment from him. Xiao Xiao cheered excitedly. Liu Yuan, you're amazing. Liu Yuan took a deep breath. He sheathed his swords and thanked Ji Juechen. Thank you, brother Ji. Ji smiled bitterly. I wouldn't call it guidance. We help each other grow, that's all. He looked at Liu Yuan and asked seriously, brother, may I ask what the essence of your dual sword style is? Dual sword style, huh? Liu Yuan rubbed his chin and began to ponder. Ji Juechen watched his expression, hoping to hear some profound secret of the sword. But Liu Yuan simply said one thing. Dual sword style is just 2 swords. That's all. Ji Juechen was stunned. That's it. That's it. Ji Juechen's eyes widened.
Is this kid messing with him? One sword needs total focus.
Man and sword is one. Dual sword split focus. Attack and defense separated. Yin and yang in opposition.
More than twice as hard. Never simple.
Wait. Simple.
Could he mean returning to the essence?
Ji Juechen recalled the battle just now.
Flashy moves, force counters.
Liu Yuan from start to finish.
He fought with 2 swords in primal form.
All things, no matter how complex, ultimately versatility. Ji Juechen's whole body jolted.
A wave surged in his heart. They forced balance, fixing flaws, struggling with the clash.
But Liu Yuan's way, from the very beginning, they were just 2 swords.
He moves with the flow. That is the way.
This wasn't perfunctory. This was returning to the true essence. The way is simple. Skill seems unrefined. Ji Juechen's entire body shook highly.
His mind trembled. His sword intent loosened.
His gaze shifted, becoming clear and tranquil in an instant. For a second, Ji Juechen didn't even care that Liu Yuan was right there. He completely forgot where he was, ignoring Gu Qiuer and the others. Ji Juechen crossed his legs.
He sat cross-legged, sword resting on his knees. His eyes closed, breathing calm.
He sank into enlightenment, heart and sword as one. A sword intent far vaster than before, more penetrating, more all-encompassing, was slowly rising from within him, transforming. Liu Yuan, the warehouse fell utterly silent. Liu Yuan, Gu Qiuer, Xiao Xiao, and Jing Zian were all stunned. They stared blankly as he entered enlightenment.
Liu Yuan muttered, sword cultivators are sneaky.
Asked him if he won or lost this match. But Liu Yuan figured he wasn't a pure sword cultivator himself. Whatever. Even if he was one, he wasn't the sneaky type. He was sunny and cheerful. The black aura around him. That was just his purple energy being extra dense. Chapter 38. Siblings of the mortal world night drenched the world. A cool evening breeze swept across the clearing. Ji Juechen had been sitting still for over half an hour. That stubborn, relentless sword intent of his was undergoing an earth-shattering transformation. His whole being gradually grew still. A thin layer of deathly gray silently spread over his body. His living aura vanished completely before them. But in their perception, he no longer seemed alive. Instead, he was like a cold, silent, motionless statue. Yet the quieter it got, the more sense of primal danger from deep within the soul pressed heavily on everyone's hearts. As Jijuchin's domain took shape, the world changed. Wind stopped, noise died. The chirping of insects vanished completely. The colors of the entire world rapidly faded. Bright lights, buildings, neon signs. All were veiled in a thin layer of deathly gray. All sound ceased. All existence returned to silence. Yukir's eyes went wide. She gasped, this is a domain. Jingxian was also dumbfounded. She just casually followed Jijuchin out for a walk today, and she got to witness him comprehending a domain. He truly was worthy of being the man she'd set her eyes on. Too bad he's a bit dense. Guchio Air was speechless. He grasped the domain before titled Doloa level. It was incredibly rare, and she just stumbled upon one today. When would she ever manage to create a domain of her own? Maybe I should spar with Lu Yuan too. Ji Juechen just did it. So why can't I? Guchio watched Lu Yuan's departing figure, lost in thought for a long, quiet moment. A faint sword hum rippled out from within Ji Juechen. The great domain slowly receded. The colors of the world around them, the wind, the insects, all signs of life returned one by one. His sword heart had stepped onto an entirely new path. Ji Juechen slowly opened his eyes. He rose to his feet, his sword intent now tempered and restrained. Returned to simplicity. He gave Lu Yuan a slight bow, his bearing sincere. Brother Lu, my thanks. 2 short words, yet heavier than a mountain, given Ji Juechen's proud, sword-obsessed nature. He lived for the sword alone, never bowing to anyone. Lu Yuan's insight shattered his impasse, pushing him further along the sword path. This debt he'd remember for a lifetime. It was nothing. Lu Yuan waved it off lightly. He looked calm, but inside, he was weeping. Damn sword cultivators. Comprehending domains on a whim. Give a guy a break. Lu Yuan's own sword intent had brushed a profound, mysterious state in their duel. But this guy had genuinely comprehended something new. After venting internally, Lu Yuan didn't dwell on it. His talent wasn't solely in the sword path, after all. In that regard, he was far behind Ji Juechen. Ji Juechen clasped his hands. Your words today have revived my sword path. From now on, we are friends. Should you ever need anything, I, Ji Juechen, will never refuse. Sword users connect through spirit, not ceremony. Between them, it was pure mutual admiration between young prodigies. In no time, they were at ease with each other. Night deepened. Ming capital glittered with lanterns. Jingxian smiled softly, breaking the quiet. It's late, but tonight's been wonderful. I know a decent restaurant. Why don't we all go together? Have a late night bite and chat a while. Everyone happily agreed. The 5 of them walked side by side through Ming capital's night. First meeting awkwardness gave way to easy laughter. Before long, they arrived at a street-side late-night eatery. Chose seats by the window, and dish after dish arrived. Steaming tea in the night breeze. They toasted and drank, talking without pause. The night grew deep and too heavy. The moon hung high. The streets gradually emptied. The whole city slowly settled into silence. They finished their meal and stepped out into the night. Jingxian looked toward Lu Yuan and the other two. It's getting late. Ji Juechen and I will take our leave first. Getting back too late isn't ideal. Ji Juechen nodded. He spoke to Lu Yuan. Brother Lu, I look forward to our next duel. Until we meet again. Lu Yuan nodded slightly. Xiao Xiao and Guchio waved goodbye as well. Jingxian and Ji Juechen walked away side by side. Their 2 silhouettes faded into the distance under the moonlight. They vanished into the night at the street's end. Lu Yuan, Xiao Xiao, and Short Street. The 3 of them stood alone. Let's find a place to rest too. Lu Yuan said softly. After a day of travel, everyone was tired in body and mind. The 3 walked slowly down the street. They quickly found an elegant, clean and facing the street. They checked in and settled down. The room was lit with soft light, shutting out the noise of the outside night. Time flew by swiftly. Lu Yuan and the others were temporarily staying in the capital. Every 3 days, they went to the Soul Arena. 3 days of training, 1 day of Soul Arena combat. Every match, they bet on themselves to win. The house thought it was youthful arrogance. But no one expected. This betting streak continued for dozens of matches. Not a single defeat from start to finish. An unbroken winning streak. Their names became renowned in the Ming Capital Soul Arena. Countless gamblers idolized the 3. On their battle days, the stands were packed to capacity. The arena boss watched huge sums flow out. His heart was already full of simmering resentment. He secretly arranged for veteran soul masters with deep foundations and assassins equipped with high-grade soul devices to take the stage, intending to break the trio's winning streak. But in the end, all fell before the 3. Not only did they fail to end the streak, they made the trio's fame resound throughout Ming Capital. The losses grew worse. More and more people placed bets. The boss bled with every payout, then pulled strings. He contacted Mingda Hall and prepared lavish gifts. He sent a message to the siblings Xiao Hongquan and Meng Hongquan, commissioning them to shatter the trio's undefeated myth. The genius siblings of the Sun Moon Imperial Soul Master Academy, outstanding grandchildren of the Hongquan family, recognized as once-in-a-millennium geniuses of the Sun Moon Empire. Golden Toad versus Golden Dragon Princess. Sells tickets. They've been unmatched in talent since childhood. Actually, history and arrogance. They had outshone every local prodigy at the Ming Capital Soul Arena. They were already fired up by the prize money. They accepted. The arena adjusted the schedule. The matchup was set for the most popular evening slot. The exclusive number 91 Grand Soul Arena was open to the public. Soul Masters citywide rushed over at once. The massive stands were packed to the brim. Night fell over the arena. Flames lit up the colossal number 91 stage, making it glow brilliantly. On one side, 2 dazzling figures sat quietly, instantly drawing most eyes. The boy wore snow-white robes. His beauty made it hard to tell his gender. Sharp blue eyes, fair jade fingers. Xiao Hongquan, at 14, a 5-ring soul king training both paths. He was hailed as the Empire's once-in-a-millennium genius. Arrogant, he hated anyone stealing his spotlight. Beside him sat a girl with a high silver ponytail. Her water blue eyes were clear and captivating, her beauty dazzling. A beauty lover. This was Meng Hongquan. Brother, is the Abyss chant really that strong? Meng asked softly, She glanced at Gu Qiuer waiting to enter. Hey, scrutiny cracked her eyes. She couldn't match that Soul Emperor anyway. Xiao scoffed. Just outsiders with cheap tricks. The arena hasn't sent a real powerhouse yet. That's why they've been scraping by with wins. Today, I'll tear their undefeated reputation apart with my own hands. I'll make everyone in Ming capital understand one thing. Outsiders can't strut on Sun Moon turf. Never let them shine so brightly here. Chapter 9. Golden Dragon versus Golden Toad. Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer and Xiao Xiao sat together. Lu Yuan warned them. Tonight, the organizers arranged things for us. Qiuer, your opponent is Xiao Hongqian. His martial soul is the three-legged golden toad, and he's extremely skilled with soul devices. That's going to be the most annoying part for you. Consider this a challenge for yourself. Xiao Xiao tilted her head toward Gu Qiuer. Smiling, she said, Qiuer, you got this. Just throw soul devices if you can't win. Gu Qiuer snorted. Do I look like the type who throws things when I'm losing? Yes. Xiao Xiao, you can forget about late night snacks tonight. Lu Yuan cut off their banter and said to Xiao Xiao, Xiao Xiao, your opponent is Ming Hongqian. Martial soul is a kryptonite ice toad. Don't stay in her poison mist for too long. The moment you can't hold on, fall back immediately. Xiao Xiao blinked. Shouldn't she be afraid of me? One smash from my cauldron. Who the hell could withstand that? Lu Yuan shook his head and laughed. Anyway, just be careful not to get poisoned by her. So should I go easy on her? No. Smash if you want to smash. They're not here to make friends with us. They're here to break our streak, the host boomed, announcing the start of the match. Tonight's main event on stage 91. The undefeated Golden Dragon Princess versus the Empire's top prodigy, the Golden Toad Prince, Xiao Hongqian. The arena instantly erupted into thunderous roars. Betting shouts and cheers. Countless gold soul coins were thrown out in a frenzy. Xiao Hongqian blurred, leaping onto the stage. Golden aura covered him. Scales arched across his back. A golden toad, leg extended. Yellow, yellow, purple. 5 black soul rings rose up. Where's my opponent? Too scared of this genius's reputation to come up, Xiao Hongqian lifted his chin. Gu Qiuer climbed onto the stage from the other side. The cheers from the stands were a whole level louder than before. Her name had already spread through the Ming capital fighting circle. Everyone was waiting to see if she would finally slip up. This infuriated Xiao Hongqian. This woman's presence actually overshadowed his own. How could he allow that? He narrowed his eyes. She said, Golden Dragon Princess? You made that up? Gu Qiuer raised an eyebrow. Why? Got a problem? I thought you were some Empire Princess. You just made up yourself. DSK. Gu Qiuer frowned slightly. It's just a title. Or you, the nickname police. Yuan had said the Abyss Order needed a blonde princess. That was why they gave her this title. Gu Qiuer herself had wanted to be called the Golden Dragon Girl. Didn't that sound so much better? Xiao Hongqian heard this. Confused. Police? My family's lived in Ming capital for generations. Then why the hell are you policing everything? Xiao Hongqian. Fine. You've successfully provoked a lion. Let me be the one to break your winning streak. Xiao Hongqian's fingers twitched, tossing metal spheres. His first and third soul rings blazed brilliantly in sync. The spheres instantly formed a dense metallic matrix, hovering before him. He smirked slightly. No one knew metal soul device fusion better than him. The next moment, using each metal sphere as a base point, metal barrels began growing wildly, one after another. Hundreds of thick soul cannon barrels stacked layer upon layer. Angles fine-tuned, muzzles auto-calibrated, all locked dead on Gu Qiuer across the arena. The crowd below erupts in shock. So this is Xiao Hongqian's power. No rig, no device, bending metal with his martial soul alone. Conjuring over 100 soul cannons out of thin air. No wonder he's hailed as the Empire's #1 prodigy. Xiao Hongqian stands at the heart of the cannon formation. Robes billowing, dripping arrogance. Backwater Doloa Hicks. Against my Sun Moon soul devices, your brute force is nothing but a joke. Meanwhile, across the arena, Gu Qiuer stands tall and unshaken. Long hair drifting in the wind, crimson eyes cold as a deity's. 5 10,000-year soul rings slowly rise from beneath her feet. The moment this sight fully registers across the arena, the stands explode into sheer, stunned screams. 5 10,000-year rings. Soul King, all black rings. The secret behind the Golden Dragon Princess's sweep? That setup is absolutely monstrous. Plenty of spectators have watched Gu Qiuer's soul duels before, but this is the first time they've seen her full ring configuration. Gu Qiuer doesn't flinch. She faces the cannon muzzles head on. First skill, Golden Dragon Body. Second, Dragon's Might. Stop the theatrics. Xiao Hongqian's eyes turn cold. His second and fourth soul rings flash simultaneously. The metal cannon barrels instantly ignite with blazing golden halos. Free-floating metal in the air surges into the cannons. Obliterate her. A low growl drops. The dense cluster of metal soul cannons erupts all at once. Beams of golden metal light tear through the air. A relentless barrage blankets the entire arena platform, forming a torrent of metal with 0 blind spots, crashing down upon Gu Qiuer. The instant the cannon light reaches her, Gu Qiuer's third soul ring blazes. Third soul skill, Golden Dragon Fist. Her right fist clenches. Soul power converges on her knuckles. A savage, majestic, colossal golden dragon head condenses over her fist. Dragon eyes glare wide. Dragon might flood the heavens. The golden dragon head collides with the cannon fire sky. Metal and firelight instantly swallow Arena 91 whole. A violent shockwave rips out. The barrier shudders. The entire crowd instinctively holds its breath. Smoke bursts. Flames scatter. When the afterblast clears, every pupil shrinks. Despite the bombardment, Gu Qiuer stands exactly where she was. She hasn't moved half a step. Her golden dragon body tanked countless level 5 soul cannon blasts. Dragon scales gleaming. Only the hem of her clothes slightly ruffled. Impossible. Xiao Hongqian's expression shifts for the first time. His face full of disbelief. His saturation cannon formation. He took it head on. Same rank as me. Was it the soul ring? No time to react. Gu Qiuer unleashed her fourth soul skill. Golden Draconic might exploded outward. A terrifying shockwave instantly swept across the entire arena. Metal dust and cannon glow lingered. Over 100 metal cannon barrels, all violently shuddered under the triple dragon detonation. Cracks spread layer by layer. Xiao Hongqian's face twisted in alarm. He frantically activated his fifth soul skill, Gold's Devotion. His body instantly liquefied, transforming into a fluid stream of liquid metal. Triple blast staggered him back. Cannon array obliterated. Dust everywhere. The supposedly unbreakable cannon suppression was brutally torn apart by Gu Qiuer head on.
Silence. Then deafening cheers erupted. She took it head on. Insane. Up on stage, the Golden Dragon Princess. Guccior's radiance blazed even brighter. Fifth soul skill, Golden Dragon's Roar. A world-shaking, thunderous dragon roar exploded into the night. It pierced the dome, echoing citywide. Pure gold and radiating absolute majesty rose from Guccior's body. It coiled above the arena, gazing down at Xiao Hongchun in his liquid metal form. Dragon might silenced all elements. Xiao Hongchun's body was visibly shaking now. Gold Toad crushed by dragon presence. Dragon roar split the sky. Victory sealed. Down below, Meng Hongchun's composure finally shattered. Her water blue eyes were filled with shock and grim focus, locked onto that majestic golden dragon phantom on the stage. She finally understood this undefeated outsider duo were no ordinary backwater geniuses. They were supreme prodigies. She outshines all Sun Moon youth. Ji felt chills. Little ancestor, dial it back a bit, would you? If Ming Capital's titled Dolo on notice. Even my healing can't save you. Chapter 40. A mere scratch? Impossible. You think you can suppress our top genius? Delusional. The liquid metal rapidly reformed into a human shape. Xiao Hongchun's face was ashen. He roared in humiliation and fury. Never been so crushed by a peer. The pride deep in his bones refused to accept defeat. Second soul skill, Gold's Boiling, activated once more. The scattered metal dust was all drawn back to him. The gold element seethes, endlessly replenishing itself. Fourth soul skill, Gold Sacrifice. Gold dust condenses. An even thicker, colossal metal cannon barrel rises from the ground. This time, he abandons wide area bombardment. All soul cannons pull back, barrels stacking layer upon layer, condensing into a single massive aggregate soul cannon. The energy makes the barrier tremble non-stop. Let's see how long your dragon body lasts. A thick golden beam of light slams toward Guccior. Guccior's first soul ring blooms with light. The golden dragon scales her body blaze 3 shades brighter. The golden dragon, hovering in midair, lifts its head and dives. The massive dragon body charges straight into the golden cannon light. Dragon roar and cannon blast collide with a thunderous boom. Golden shockwaves spread madly in every direction. The front row shields their eyes from the glare. The golden dragon suddenly surges with power. Razor-sharp dragon claws viciously shred the golden cannon light. The residual force rebounds, slamming heavily into Xiao Hongchun. Xiao Hongchun grunts, his body skidding back several meters. His robe is blood-stained, soul power churning within. His control over metal weakens by more than half. The condensed giant main cannon collapses with a roar, scattering into gold dust. Meng Hongchun can't sit still. Her silver-white ponytail sways as she rises. Her aqua-blue eyes are filled with gravity, ready at any moment to rush onto the arena and save her brother. The stands roar deafeningly. Countless gamblers shout the name of the Golden Dragon Princess. Those who bet on Xiao Hongchun's victory turn deathly pale. The boss behind the Soul Arena sits in his private box. His face darkens. A costly Sun Moon prodigy. And he's still lost. Guccior gives her opponent no room to breathe. Soul power surges. The golden dragon dives again. The massive dragon body seals off every dodge angle Xiao Hongchun has. Xiao Hongchun grits his teeth, stacking shields, trying to block the golden dragon's charge. Shields shatter instantly upon the dragon's touch. The dragon head slams into his chest. A muffled boom. Xiao Hongchun's golden light erupts into chaos. He can no longer maintain his martial soul possession state. His whole body flies backward, crashing hard at the edge of the arena. The golden dragon phantom slowly dissipates. Guccior stands at the center of the arena. Her dragon scales gradually fade away, gasping for breath, but her heroic bearing remains. 5 black soul rings dominate the arena. The host pauses, then raises his voice to fill the arena. Arena 91 match concluded. Winner, the Golden Dragon Princess. The arena erupted in thunderous cheers. Countless chips clattered as shouts intertwined. Winning streak refreshed. Meng Hongchun took the stage. She rushed to Xiao Hongchun's side and helped him up. The gaze directed at Guccior no longer carried the earlier contempt. Now was laced with deep weariness and a trace of reluctance. You're strong. He wiped the blood from his lips. Defeated, he stayed defiant. I underestimated you. Next time we meet, I will surpass you. Guccior nodded and said, anytime. By the way, you're strong too. Xiao Hongchun's body jolted. He glanced back at Guccior. He had assumed a prodigy like Guccior would be as arrogant as himself, and never praised others' strength. Xiao Hongchun knew it all too well. He just wouldn't admit it, but he could learn. But he would never confess them. Xiao Hongchun opened his mouth. In the end, he only muttered softly, thanks. Meng Hongchun supported him back to the lounge, and used instruments to examine his body. Bro, are you okay? Bro, are you okay? Xiao Hongchun shook his head and said, I'm fine. Just some injuries. Meng Hongchun looked at his wounds. She pressed lightly. Hiss. He gasped sharply. He cried out. What are you doing? She rolled her eyes and said, that's for acting tough. She clapped her hands. Hands on hips, she said, just wait. Next match, watch me. That abyssal chanter, judging from the arena's intel. She seems like a brute who just swings a cauldron around. I should have no problem against her. Xiao Hongchun lay on the sofa and said, Ming, I've got a feeling those 3 are no pushovers. Just like this Golden Dragon Princess. You can't judge them by normal standards. That abyssal chanter may have 5 rings. Those 3 showed up together. They're crew, so we can't rule that out. Xiao Hongchun nodded. Meng Hongchun stroked the soul device at her waist and said thoughtfully, no matter, I want to see for myself whether her cauldron is stronger or my poison prevails. She's a power-type soul master. My poison is her perfect counter. As long as I drag it out, she's doomed. Xiao Hongchun nodded. Fine, it's on you now. Meng Hongchun left the lounge and headed toward the arena. Xiao Hongchun watched the next match on screen. Grand Arena number 91. The Unstoppable Abyssal Chanter versus Ice Toad. Xiao Xiao entered from one side of the arena. In plain green, petite and delicate. With a playful, adorable face. But it was this very cute little loli. She's been swinging that cauldron, racking up wins in the soul arena.
From the other entrance, Meng Hongshan walks in with measured steps. Her academy uniform looks crisp and clean. Her large eyes sweep over Xiao Xiao from head to toe. A slight smile tugs at her lips. Hello there, I'm Meng Hongshan. May I ask what the abyss chanter's name is? Xiao Xiao gazes at Meng Hongshan with admiration and longing. Sweetly, she says, you're so pretty, big sis. Meng Hongshan is caught off guard by the sudden compliment. She blinks, then breaks into a lovely smile. Thank you. You're pretty cute yourself. Everyone says that. Always swinging that big cauldron. It's not a good look. Anymore. Xiao Xiao's cute face turns stern. She slams the 3 lives, soul-suppressing cauldron down. The floor instantly cracks apart. Meng Hongshan takes a deep breath, then activates the soul device on her body. A sleek ice blue soul armor covers her entire body. 3 pairs of short wings unfold from the armor's back. Each wing grips a long, elegant, translucent blue soul sword. Yellow, yellow, purple, purple, black. 5 soul rings rise. The host's hand drops, and a crisp shout echoes across the arena. The match begins. Meng Hongshan strikes first. First soul skill, Ice Toad Venom. An ice crystal halo instantly expands outward from Meng Hongshan. It blankets most of the stage. The cold poison, mixed with ice and fire, is amplified instantly. The originally thin poison mist suddenly thickens, transforming the sky full of fine icicles. Drifting with the wind, they fill the poison domain. Xiao Xiao's expression remains unchanged, her eyes calm and unruffled. She knows full well how insidious Meng Hongshan's deadly poison is. Without hurry or panic, her third soul ring blazes to life. Third soul skill, Cauldron's Might. This skill boosts Xiao Xiao's defense to its peak. Like a beast soul strengthening its own body, it enhances all her attributes and her martial soul. Cauldron's Might also amplifies her soul skills. The sinister cold poison sweeps toward her, but it cannot penetrate the defense around Xiao Xiao's body. Meng Hongshan's eyes narrow slightly. She never expected Xiao Xiao's defense to be this formidable. Her crimson-eyed ice toad leaves deadly poison everywhere, long-lasting and persistent. How could it have no effect on Xiao Xiao? Third soul skill, Ice Refraction. Identical ice blue figures instantly fill the arena. Impossible to tell real false, light and shadow chaos. Each figure wields a blue crystal sword with ice fire poison. No one can possibly lock onto her true position. The next moment, all the illusions thrust their long swords at once. The heavenly poison ice sword chi seals off Xiao Xiao's escape. Chapter 41, A Bow at the Soul Arena. Faced with the overwhelming intersecting poison ice sword barrage, Xiao Xiao remained unfazed as her first soul ring lit up. First soul skill, Cauldron Quake. A deafening boom exploded outward. Pitch black giant cauldron vibrated violently. Terrifying sonic shockwaves swept across the field. A powerful stunning effect erupted instantly. With a thought from Xiao Xiao, the soul-suppressing cauldron split into 3. 3 pitch black mini cauldrons formed a triangular formation. Shockwaves whirled around her at high speed. Any ice phantom that approached and touched the shockwaves instantly distorted. The phantom shattered, revealing her true form. Dizziness hit her. Her body stiffened. Now, Xiao Xiao's gaze sharpened. Her second black soul ring blazed. Second skill, Cauldron Surge. The 3 soul-suppressing cauldrons merged back into one. It became a colossal pitch black cauldron. Immense crushing force locked onto Meng Hongshan. It hurtled toward her. She shook off the dizziness. A ruthless glint in her eyes. She refused to retreat. She would break through head-on. Fourth soul skill, Ice Rebound. In an instant, the ice and fire energy around her surged wildly. The cold poison erupted. Her attributes skyrocketed. Red and blue energy entwined around her twin swords. Fifth skill, Ice Fire Poison Dragon Drill. The swords thrust. The red and blue ice fire energies intertwined crazily, condensing into a ferocious ice fire poison dragon. The poison dragon bared its fangs and claws, colliding head-on with the incoming giant cauldron. Boom! Dragon and cauldron collided violently. Poison force raged. Cauldron quaked and surged. A terrifying energy storm swept the entire arena. Deadlocked, she used the recoil to fly backward. Her ice wings flapped, barely hovering midair. After the stalemate, her eyes turned cold. Normal attacks couldn't pierce the cauldron's defense. She would hold nothing back. She flickered, using ice refraction across the arena, releasing ice poison while seeking an opening. Seeing this, Xiao Xiao activated her fourth soul ring. Fourth soul skill, Cauldron Seal. Meng Hongshan instantly felt her soul power circulation slow. The Cauldron Seal locked onto Meng Hongshan completely. Meng Hongshan, mid-high-speed movement, suddenly went rigid. What's happening to my soul power? Her pupils constricted. Panic surged through her heart. She had never seen such a domineering sealing ability. Xiao Xiao allowed a sharp shout. Her fingers commanded the 3 giant cauldrons. The 3 massive cauldrons above suddenly merged into one. It came crashing down with a force of 10,000 tons. Boom! The reinforced floor instantly cracked in dense webs. A shockwave exploded outward from the impact point. Meng Hongshan at the center had no strength left to resist. Her whole body felt like it had been struck by a mountain. The blow from the massive cauldron sent her flying violently. Like a kite with its string cut, she was hurled out of the arena. The match is over. The abyssal chanter wins. The venue fell silent. It erupted into a deafening roar of shock and cheers. Gu Qiu'er and Xiao Xiao's 2 matches today both ended in crushing victories, not a single defeat. And those who had seen their strength early on and placed heavy bets on them were now ecstatic beyond belief. They won incredibly lucrative odds and payouts. Meanwhile, in a private viewing box within the Soul Arena, the arena owner's face was grim, almost black. His brow was full of frustration and headache. He was truly at his wits' end now. The trump card fighters he brought to hold the arena, the twin prodigies of the younger generation, Xiao Hongshan and Meng Hongshan, brother and sister. They were Ming Capital's top young civilian fighters. But now even they had lost. His strongest forces were all broken. He had no one left who could stand against them. There was no way to stop their arena's sweep. And hard as the bets, he never stopped investigating. Secretly using every connection he had, he frantically dug into their backgrounds. He wanted to find their origin, a weakness to exploit. He had even prepared to pressure, sabotage, and force them out. But the intelligence he finally gathered was pitifully thin, almost blank, except when they arrived in Ming Capital, and their hotel address, family, sect origins. Masters passed, all unknown. Eerily clean. The less he could uncover, the more wary the owner became. No roots, no background, terrifying strength. The more unfathomable such people were. Not to be provoked. A head-on clash was out. He didn't dare strike from the shadows. But if they kept fighting, the arena would soon be drained and bankrupt. In utter desperation, the owner finally gritted his teeth. He resolved to sue for peace. The settlement soon ended. Lu Yuan, Gu Qiu'er, and Xiao Xiao prepared to exchange today's massive bet winnings. This was definitely a very substantial sum to take in. Their foes were the famed Hongshan siblings. Too many bets placed. As the three turned to leave, a voice called out from behind. Young friends, please wait a moment. The owner of the Grand Soul Arena hurried over in person. All the gloom had vanished from his face, replaced by a polite, genial smile. He held a gold soul coin card in his hand. I'm the manager of this Ming Capital Grand Soul Arena. All bets from today's matches will be paid in full by the arena. All your winnings are already in your accounts. He started by showing good faith, then smoothly shifted gears. He spoke with earnest sincerity. Beyond that, the arena is willing to pay an additional compensation bonus. As a gesture to befriend you three, Lu Yuan's brow arched slightly. He didn't expect them to accept the loss and plan to welch and make excuses. He didn't expect him to offer money for peace. Manager, just speak. He smiled ruefully. He spoke frankly. I only ask that you three show mercy. Your skills are unmatched. If you keep fighting, this little arena truly cannot withstand the losses. I only ask that you reduce how often you fight from now on. No need to come crush the competition every single day. From here on, my arena will treat you with the highest regard, the finest treatment. Lu Yuan mulled it over for a moment. His mind was made up in an instant. Anyway, the most important thing at their age was still cultivation. Soul duels and once every few days will be fine. Fine. The manager heard that one word, and the boulder hanging in his chest instantly hit the ground. He sighed with relief, beaming with joy. Many thanks for your kindness, young friends. Many thanks. He hastily presented the gold card with both hands. He was deferential, not daring any negligence. Lu Yuan and the other two accepted the gold card, then strolled out the Grand Soul Arena's gates. Night fell, cool breeze. Ming Capital blazed with lights. The market bustled. Let's grab a bite first, then head back to the hotel and rest, Lu Yuan suggested softly. Gu Qiu'er and Xiao Xiao both nodded lightly. The battle drained them. Time to unwind. They stepped into the plaza, then suddenly stopped. Beneath the lamplit stone steps of the entrance, a familiar figure had been waiting there for quite some time. It was none other than the Red Dust siblings who had lost earlier. The brother and sister hadn't left. They stood quietly by the door, their gazes fixed squarely on Lu Yuan and his companions. Clearly, they had been waiting here on purpose. Lu Yuan saw neither of them spoke, so he asked, "What's wrong? Or did you come to hit us up for medical bills?" Meng Hongqin giggled. "That won't be needed. We're not exactly short on cash." She blinked her big, pretty eyes. She studied Lu Yuan carefully. She hadn't gotten a good look at him inside the Soul Arena. Up close like this, he's actually pretty handsome. "So who exactly are you two waiting for?" Meng Hongqin asked. "Oh, it's my brother who wanted to find you." She nudged Xiao Hongshun, who tossed his hair back. He declared, "Your strength earned my respect. You've earned the right to speak to me face to face." Meng Hongshun, Lu Yuan, Gu Qiu'er, Xiao Xiao. Chapter 42, The True Hidden Sect. Not surprising. Lu Yuan watched the swaggering Xiao Hongshun. He blinked, then turned to Meng Hongshun. "Is your brother always like this?" Meng Hongshun nodded awkwardly. The way Xiao Hongshun talked, you'd think they were the ones who'd won the fight. He seemed seriously ill. Lu Yuan laughed. Xiao Hongshun overheard this and immediately bristled, glaring at Lu Yuan. "Hey, what's that supposed to mean? I'm not sick. Jinibyu is a sickness too," Lu Yuan thought to himself. But he kept that to himself. Xiao Hongshun snorted, looking Lu Yuan up and down. "So you're Gus Dot? What kind of code name is that?" "That's Abyss Order business." "What's it to you? Do you live by the ocean or something? Why so nosy?" Lu Yuan shot back, annoyed. Why does that line sound so familiar? And what the hell is the Abyss Order anyway? Lu Yuan waved his hand. All right. I don't have time to waste on you. What do you two want? Waiting here for us, Xiao Hongchan said. After that Soul Arena match, I've acknowledged your strength. You can be called geniuses. Gu Qiu'er rolled her eyes. So what? She said flatly. Meng Hongchan was speechless at his shamelessness. But she smiled and said, "So, can we be friends?" Huh? Lu Yuan and the other two froze. They hadn't expected the siblings to say that. Would you be interested in grabbing a late-night snack together? That match took a lot out of us. Gu Qiu'er turned to look at Lu Yuan. She was hungry. After that exhilarating match, the energy drain was real. She just wanted to eat, honestly. Xiao Xiao hugged Lu Yuan's arm. Lu Yuan gidge. Meng Hongchan said magnanimously, "Tonight's my treat. What do you want to eat?" Lu Yuan glanced at Xiao Hongchan. Xiao Hongchan shrugged. "I'm just here with my sister." "Didn't you just win the Soul Arena appearance fee too?" "That's money I earned myself. Totally different from her treating us. Stingy? This is budgeting." She pulled out a notebook. It held notes rating specialty shops all over Ming Capital. She flipped through several pages before finding one. "This barbecue stall has great reviews, and it's not far from here. How about we go there?" Xiao Xiao peeked over for a look. "Sis Ming, you've written down so many shops in that notebook. I note them down when I explore." She closed the notebook. "You're from the Doluo continent, right? If you come all this way and don't eat well, then the trip's a total waste." Gu Qiu'er nodded with a smile. "I approve of that." The three girls walked ahead. Soon they were talking about the best dessert shops. Lu Yuan and Xiao Hongchan walked a few steps behind. "Hey, Gusto, what's your real name?" "Why should I tell you?" Xiao Hongchan laughed. "We fought, so now we know each other. You're from the Doluo continent, but we're all prodigies here. Being friends wouldn't hurt." Lu Yuan glanced at Xiao Hongchan with mild surprise. From what he knew of Xiao Hongchan, this guy was supposed to be arrogant, sensitive, and petty. "My name's Lu Yuan," Xiao Hongchan asked curiously. "So what's this Abyss Order of yours about? How come I've never heard of it? Compared to those so-called hidden sects, our Abyss Order is the real hidden sect. It's only natural you've never heard of us." "For real?" Xiao Hongchan looked skeptical. Lu Yuan kept spinning his tail. "Don't doubt me. Our Abyss Order has over a dozen titled Doluo. We've even got several limit Doluo. and our ancestors even produced a god. It's precisely because we're too powerful and find the mortal world boring that we went into hiding.
The fact that you've never heard of our Abyss Order
Only proves how powerful we really are. We wiped every trace of our existence completely clean.
over a dozen title Dolaw and limit Dolua too.
That's strong? It kind of makes sense. No, I'll have to go back and ask Grandpa. Xiao Hongchun suppressed his shock. Then he asked again, so what's the deal with you three? Why did you come out hiding? Lu Yuan's gaze lingered on Xiao Hongchun's face for a moment.
Then he sighed, a sadness forced out when he should have stayed hidden.
We didn't want to come out either. Some things you can't avoid just by hiding. Xiao Hongchun's steps faltered at those words. He turned to look at him. What do you mean? Someone's after you? No way. Didn't you say your Abyss Order was powerful? Lu Yuan shot a glance at Xiao Hongchun's expression. His mind raced. This guy might be arrogant, but he's no fool. Lay on too thick and he'll see through it. Better mix truth with lies. Blur the lines. Lu Yuan cleared his throat, lowered his voice a little, and wore a face that said, everything's classified. Why do we come out? It goes back to an ancient prophecy of our Abyss Order.
A prophecy? Xiao Hongchun was hooked.
What prophecy? The Order's records say every 10,000 years, a calamity strikes. Then, a chosen one appears. Our generation of elders observed. Undercurrents have been stirring across the land. The conflict between soul beasts and humans grows deeper by the day. Soul heretic factions run rampant. So the elders concluded that this calamity may descend within the next 20 to 30 years.
To keep the Abyss Order from being cut off forever.
And to keep some means of adaptation for the coming upheaval. They sent us 3 out early to temper ourselves. Xiao Hongchun blinked.
So you're saying you're the advanced scouts for your order?
You could put it that way. Lu Yuan nodded. The 3 of us are just the first wave. Others may follow later. As for exactly when, and who comes out, that depends on the elder's judgment. And those title Doloa and limit Doloa you mentioned, all real? Why would I lie? When they actually show up, you won't be laughing. Xiao Hongchun fell silent. A force like that could walk sideways across the entire continent.
He had truly never heard the name Abyss Order before.
An organization with that kind of combat power shouldn't be able to leave zero trace. Then another question struck Xiao Hongchun. If your order is that strong,
why taking a kid like her?
He jerked his chin toward Xiao Xiao.
Lu Yuan's expression didn't change.
He kept on. Because we're strong, we must pick the best. The old powerhouses of our order will age out eventually. The legacy has to be passed down generation after generation. So we search the mortal world for children of extraordinary talent, guiding them from the shadows, recruiting them into the order. It's our tradition. So you 3, I'm one of this generation's calamity bearers. As for my exact identity, that's not something I can share. Order rules forbid. Xiao Hongchun stared at Lu Yuan for a long moment. His gaze seemed to weigh the credibility of those words. Lu Yuan's expression was calm, perfectly measured, giving off a believe it or not, your lost attitude. Well, you just said calamity bearer, great calamity. What exactly do you mean? The heaven's secrets cannot be revealed. You're not just making this up on the spot, are you?
Which part do you think I made up?
Xiao Hongchun thought it over and honestly couldn't find flaw. Everything Lu Yuan said sounded mystical, but not a single claim could be disproven on the spot. The other 2 had 5 genuine 10,000-year rings. If those 2 were already this extraordinary, then Lu Yuan would reveal his true strength. Just how terrifying was he? Could his soul rings also be all black? Fine, I'll trust you for now.
The 3 girls stopped at the barbecue entrance.
Meng Hongchun turned back and waved at them. What are you 2 talking about? Everyone's here. Hurry up and order. Lu Yuan called back and smiled at Xiao Hongchun. Let's go. The 2 quickened their pace to catch up. The aroma of barbecue drifted over, charcoal crackling and popping. The lanterns blazed bright. Meanwhile, news from the Seoul arena spread like wildfire. Deep within the Ming capital palace, in a spacious study, Su Tianran sat upright in his wheelchair, a memorial scroll in hand. A thin blanket covered his knees. His posture was composed, refined. He turned a page of the scroll and asked without looking up.
What were their Seoul arena results tonight?
The kneeling scout bowed his head and spoke. Reporting to your highness the crown prince.
Arena 11 hosted 2 high-profile matches.
One, Xiao Hongchun versus a woman named Princess Golden Dragon. The other, Meng Hongchun versus a girl named Abyssal Chanter. Oh, who won? Both Xiao Hongchun and Meng Hongchun were defeated. Su Tianran raised an eyebrow, closing the scroll. He leaned back slightly, his gaze settling on the scout. He said, I met that Xiao Hongchun kid. Arrogant as hell, but his skills are genuinely impressive. Not many can beat him. These Doloa Khan visitors are truly something else. Investigate them. They're all around 12 years old. Su Tianran was surprised. 12-year-old Soul Kings? And their Sun Moon's top prodigies? Even with alchemy, reaching Soul King at 14 is insane. People from the Doloa continent are that terrifying? And that's 5 10,000-year soul rings. He knew exactly what 5 black rings meant. Whole 10,000-year-old ring configuration. Even a top sect couldn't produce that setup. Physical strength can be boosted with alchemy, but that soul shot from a 10,000-year ring is unbreakable. And 2 kids around 12 actually pulled it off. Su Tianran leaned back in his chair, his tapping fingers going still. A faint, unreadable smile curved at the corner of his lips. He murmured to himself, interesting. The Doloa continent, huh? When did such people appear there? He had to scout. He ordered, go keep watching them. Every day, their movements, who they meet, where they go. Record everything and report back to me. Do not alert them. Do not let them notice anything. Understood, my lord. Also, look into their background on the Doloa continent. 3 prodigies like that can appear out of nowhere. Check if there's been any recent movement from Star Luo. See if anyone from a hidden sect has come out into the open. Yes, my lord. The scout bowed and left the study. Meanwhile, in an unremarkable courtyard in the west of Ming capital, lights burned in a 3-courtyard home facing the street.
Plain gray-white walls, paint peeling on the old gate.
A wide black carpet covered the floor inside. In the center sat a woman in a black dress. She looked to be in her early 30s, with deep, striking features. She had an indescribable, bewitching aura. Feng Ling's eyes were closed, her fingertips on her knees as she listened to the report. Reporting to the deputy cult leader. More commotion at the Seoul arena tonight. He and Meng Hongchun were defeated by the Golden Dragon Princess and Abyss Chanter. Feng Ling's eyelashes fluttered slightly, but her eyes stayed closed. as expected. From her observations of Lu Yuan and the other two recently, it was no surprise it defeated Xiao Hongshun and Meng Hongshun. The scout continued. The princess and the other both have all 10,000-year soul rings. Feng Ling's eyes snapped open, her face showing disbelief. Are you sure you didn't see wrong? Or was it their illusion? The scout said, my lady, it's absolutely true. Feng Ling frowned slightly. She sank into thought. There are ways to increase soul ring age. She had used one herself, but that was a secret Holy Spirit cult art. Could the faction behind these three also have such a secret art? But that kind of secret art comes at a terrible cost. It requires countless living beings' souls and resentment. Even she only raised her first 2 rings by 1,000 years. Could their faction have more living beings than the Holy Spirit cult? By all logic on this continent, one can usually infer someone's origin through their martial soul. But combining a gold dragon, cauldron, and 2 swords, it really throws you off. Cauldron-type martial souls are pretty rare. Dragon types go, without saying, born for combat.
She paused, tapping her knee lightly.
That Gusto's martial soul. Can you tell what attributes it has? The scout replied. Intel says it's 2 long swords, 1 black, 1 red. The red one should be fire attributed. The black one should be darkness attributed. He's never shown his soul rings in a fight. Feng Ling's lips slowly curved into a faint smile, carrying an indescribable chill. Fire and darkness, dual attributes. Heaven itself crafted this successor just for me. I've searched for so many years and never found a worthy heir. Keep watching. Don't spook him. If the chance comes, then find a way to bring him to our side. Yes, Vice Leader. CH-44. No wins in 3,000 years. Guchio laughed. A year passed faster than expected. Lu Yuan and the others settled down in Ming capital. At first, it was just meant to be a quick visit. The winning streak at the Soul Arena brought in hefty income. The Hongshan siblings kept asking to spar. Before long, staying became the norm. They rented a courtyard house in the south. Most days were spent meditating and cultivating soul power, occasionally hitting the arena for a couple of matches to stay sharp, or roaming the outskirts of Ming capital together. The days were quiet, but never boring.
The siblings came by often to lose. First solo fights, then they taught each other.
Lu Yuan and the others taught them combat techniques.
They taught Lu Yuan soul device skills. The 3 girls often hunted new dishes.
The 3 of them ate their way from the south side to the north side.
Their shop list grew all year.
Their dynamic shifted from frenemies at first sight to a familiar ease built on unspoken understanding. No one bothered to define whether it was friendship or something else.
The siblings invited them to spar again.
Wasteland west of the capital. Just a friendly bout.
Gracious, point scoring. Then a break.
Group sat around shooting breeze. Hongchan sat nearby, poking at the ground with a branch, doodling. Suddenly, he looked up and asked, Yuan, have you 3 ever thought about joining an academy? Xiao Xiao was drinking water. Hearing this, she froze for a second. She lowered her canteen and looked at Lu Yuan. Guchio turned her head over too. Lu Yuan looked up at Meng Hongshun upon hearing that. He glanced at Xiao Hongshun too. Why the sudden question?
We're with the Abyss Order.
Naturally, we haven't joined any academy. Meng Hongshun and Xiao Hongshun exchanged a glance and nodded. Meng Hongshun spoke up.
The Continental Soul Duel Tournament is coming up.
Your Abyss Order may be a reclusive sect, but you still need to engage with the outside world, right?
It brings together the continent's top young talents.
Lu Yuan, Xiao,
we've all seen what you 3 are capable of.
Why not join our Royal Soul Engineer Academy?
As special contestants?
Xiao Xiao's eyes lit up. As a Doloan native, she knew the tournament well. The Advanced Academy Soul Duel Tournament. She knew it well. It was practically the stage every young soul master dreamed of.
Proof of being the strongest young generation.
For Xiao Xiao, this was undoubtedly a huge temptation. Lu Yuan giged. She tugged at Lu Yuan's sleeve. Should we go? Guchio tilted her head and asked, Soul Duel Tournament? What's that? A competition between academies? Meng Hongshun explained. All advanced academies send teams to compete. The team that wins in the end is the strongest on the continent for that cycle. To be able to test ourselves against the continent's young geniuses, that's definitely a rare chance to show off. Guchio rubbed her hands together and said to Lu Yuan, this tournament sounds pretty interesting. Why don't we join in? Xiao Xiao also looked at Lu Yuan expectantly. Lu Yuan glanced at Xiao Hongshun. Is this your grandfather's idea?
We're your regents.
Xiao Hongshun gave a bitter smile. More or less. You 3 have made a name in Ming capital. His Highness the Regent is certainly aware of you.
The Continental Soul Duel Tournament is highly regarded, showing the Empire's young strength to the world.
Is a good thing for the Sun Moon Empire's reputation. Grandfather and Highness the Regent's thinking is,
if you compete as special contestants of our academy,
our chances of winning this tournament would increase significantly. Meng Hongshun picked up from there, her gaze serious as she looked at Lu Yuan. The most important goal is to defeat Shrek Academy. At the mention of Shrek Academy,
both turned to Lu Yuan. What's wrong?
Don't tell me you don't want Shrek Academy to lose? Well, they are from the Doloa continent after all. Yeah, and the ones we're beating are Shrek Academy. Lu Yuan grinned. Beating Shrek Academy? Sounds great to me. Anyone who wants to throw down with Shrek Academy, the Abyss Order will gladly back them up. Xiao Hongshun and Meng Hongshun exchanged a glance. A flicker of surprise passed between them.
So it wasn't just ordinary bad blood
between the Abyss Order and Shrek Academy. Xiao Hongshun pushed down his doubts and said, then it's settled. I'll go tell my grandfather.
And add your names to the roster.
Hold on. Lu Yuan raised a hand to stop him. You want us as outside help? Fine. But what about our appearance fee? Xiao Hongshun blinked.
Didn't you just back us?
Why are you asking for a fee now? Xiao Xiao put her hands on her hips, tilted her chin up, and said with a smile, one thing at a time.
Fee's your business.
The 2 don't conflict. Guchio added from the side. What? You want a horse to run, but not eat grass? You weren't planning on having us fight for free, were you?
We may go elsewhere. We'll beat you too. They hid their faces.
All right, brother. Stop messing around. She looked at Lu Yuan and the other two. Her tone turned more serious. Lu Yuan, don't worry. We'll pay standard rate. We won't shortchange you. And if we really do beat Shrek Academy, the Academy will give you an extra generous reward on top of that. Lu Yuan nodded. Good. Then we'll take the job. Guchioer thought for a moment. What exactly is the grudge between your Academy and Shrek Academy? Why are you so obsessed with beating them? Meng Hongchuan sighed. Aside from Imperial glory, suppressed 3,000 years. From the very first time we entered the tournament until today, we have never won. Not once. Guchioer's eyes went wide with shock. Over 3,000 years and not a single win? Not even once. Meng Hongchuan nodded with a bitter smile. Haha. Guchioer burst out laughing. Turns to Xiao Hongchen. Sigh. You guys really are useless. All that focus on soul tech, and you become complete amateurs at soul combat. Xiao Hongchen's face darkens. Oof, that's because I wasn't around before. With me and Meng Hongchuan in this tournament, we'll definitely beat Shrek Academy. Give it a rest. You can't even beat me. And you want to challenge Shrek Academy? Guchioer crosses her arms, a smirk on her face. Xiao Hongchen's face flushes.
Don't underestimate me. You think everyone's a freak like you?
Does everyone's soul ring start at 10,000 years? As a genius of the Hongchuan family, Xiao Hongchen still knew a thing or two. During the year, Lu Yuan's trio ran wild in Ming capital. Plenty of forces had tried digging up information on them. Some had even tried using force to extract the secret of their soul ring advancement. But without exception, every attempt came to nothing. The people said never came back. No one knew if they were dead or alive.
But they guessed they were probably dead.
Flaunting overage soul rings so brazenly in Ming capital. So fewer and fewer people dared to test them after that. Chapter 45, The Sun Moon Team. Their grandfather, Jing Hongchuan, didn't seem to care. Plenty of others could worry about that problem. He simply told the Hongchuan siblings to keep in touch with Lu Yuan's trio. Make friends first. Guchioer turned her head away. The smirk on her lips deepened. Lu Yuan watched the two bickering, smiled and shook his head. All right, enough arguing.
Right now, we have a common enemy.
Shrek Academy has sat on that throne of eternal glory long enough. Time to switch things up. If we have the ability, we'll knock them out in the quarterfinals or semifinals. Send them crashing from their pedestal into the dirt. Guchioer and Xiao Xiao were long used to this laugh. Sometimes they'd even join in with a couple of cackles themselves. The Hongchen siblings were hearing Lu Yuan laugh like this for the first time. Both shivered at the same time, exchanging glances. That laugh is so creepy. Xiao Hongchuan swallowed and asked cautiously,
What grudge do you even have against Shrek Academy?
It's the Abyss Order's traditional feud with Shrek Academy, right? Lu Yuan stopped laughing and patted Xiao Hongchuan on the shoulder. Take us to see your grandfather first. The big man's waiting. Can't keep an elder waiting too long. Xiao Hongchuan nodded, turned and led the way. The five returned to Ming capital from the outskirts, then arrived at the Sun Moon Imperial Soul Engineer Academy. Xiao Hongchuan led them through the main gate. The guard on duty recognized him and didn't stop them.
They stopped at a gray building.
This must be the Academy's administration building. Jing Hongchuan isn't just the head of Mingda Hall. He's also the dean of the Sun Moon Imperial Soul Engineering Academy. Xiao Hongchuan stopped in front of the door and turned to Lu Yuan.
Grandpa's inside. Wait here.
He pushed the door open and went in. Meng Hongchuan stayed at the door with Lu Yuan and the other two, chatting idly about everyday academy life. Before long, two sets of footsteps came from inside. Xiao Hongchuan came out first. Behind him was a heavy-set man. His magnificent black robe was embroidered with golden patterns. His gaze swept over Lu Yuan and the other two twice. A gentle smile on his face. So humble for his rank. Guchioer and Xiao Xiao. I'm Jing Hongchuan.
Welcome to the Imperial Soul Engineering Academy.
As he spoke, Jing Hongchuan stepped aside, gesturing for Lu Yuan and the others to come in.
The three of them sat down on the sofa in the room.
Lu Yuan spoke up.
What are our arrangements?
Jing Hongchuan poured himself a cup of tea. It seems Xiao Meng has already told you about the tournament. I know the strength of you three well enough. It would be a real shame if you didn't compete.
You must enter as students.
Guchioer heard this.
She frowned, about to speak.
Of course, you can keep your own training methods. The Academy won't interfere with your daily routines. Guchioer nodded with satisfaction. Then that's fine. We have no objections. Jing Hongchuan smiled and nodded. Then it's settled. As for the specific competition slots and training schedule, I'll have someone coordinate with you later. For now, I'll have to trouble you to stay at the Academy. Know your teammates. Plan tactics. Since Jing Hongchuan had already arranged everything for them, Lu Yuan and the others had nothing more to say. All right then. Jing Hongchuan waved his hand. Xiao, take them to complete their student registration. Arrange their lodging. If you need anything, come straight to me. The group walked out of Jing Hongchuan's office. They followed Xiao Hongchuan down the corridor toward the elevator. Your accommodations have been arranged. It's in a guest building on the east side of the Academy, close to both the training grounds and the dining hall. Xiao Xiao asked, so we're official students now? Xiao Hongchuan walked beside Lu Yuan. Hands in his pockets, he chuckled. Your special admissions. Grandpa put your names on the roster. No classes. Training schedule's up to you.
To outsiders, you're just students of the Sun Moon Academy.
Guchioer said, so basically we're here to fight. That's about right. There's not much time left before the Soul Master Tournament.
That's really the only reason we're here.
As they crossed the Academy's main road, passing students occasionally stole glances at the three of them. New faces. The celebrity siblings, Xiao and Meng Hongchuan, together. Not a combo you see often in this academy. The guest building was a three-story gray-white structure. A row of slender soul device lamps lined the outer wall. Soft afternoon light. Their rooms were on the second floor. 3 rooms side by side. Afterward, Xiao Hongchuan led them across the training grounds to the side of a large building with a gray dome. A heavy metal door slid open automatically. Behind it was a spacious indoor training hall. 7 or 8 people waited in the rest area nearby.
They all looked up as Xiao Hongchuan entered. He walked to the center, hands in pockets, scanning.
Everyone's here. Let me introduce you. This is Lu Yuan, Guchioer, Xiao Xiao. From today on, they're official members of the team.
A burly young man stepped out from the crowd. Sharp features, calm, and commanding. Captain Marulong. Hongshan raised a hand and pointed to a skinny guy. Feng handles defensive soul devices and field fortification. Big mouth, but his hands aren't lazy. Xiao Xiaofeng smiled at Lu Yuan. A simple greeting. Then Xiao Hongshan pointed to the others one by one. Mi Jia. Rapid-fire soul cannon. Suppressive barrage. Chunfei. Demolition-type soul devices. Specializes in area damage. Linchi. Precision sniper-type soul devices. Long-range targeted kills. They're all Soul King level. Experienced and well-coordinated. No team in the entire continent can match us. He pointed to the remaining four. Zhou Xinghao. Ding Xiaobu. Nana. Chunin substitutes. They train with the team. They step in when the starters rotate. Lu Yuan. Xiao Xiao. Gu Qiuer glanced over at them, just enough to count as a greeting. Meng Hongshan saw this and laughed. All right. There's really nothing to introduce anyway. It's not like this is the first time we've all met. The awkward tension in the air instantly melted away. Haha, gusto. So your name's Lu Yuan. Welcome, Golden Dragon Princess. Never thought we'd end up on the same team. Great. Gu Qiuer crossed her arms over her chest. She raised an eyebrow. What? You think just because we're teammates, I won't beat your ass? Lu Yuan and the others stayed in Ming capital over a year. They regularly went to the Soul Arena to fight. The teachers discovered insanely strong Soul Arena fighters. They arranged for the team members to go there. They matched with Gu Qiuer and Xiao countless times. Even Marulong frequently got matched against Lu Yuan. The entire team, except for the substitutes, they became the other people's kids teachers praised. Teachers used them as examples to push the others. 2.5 months into the tournament, every major advanced Soul Master Academy set out on the road. They traveled 1,000 miles to Star Luo City, gathering where the final showdown would erupt. Teams were housed in the top-tier Star Emperor Grand Hotel. Before dawn on opening day, the entire city of Star Luo was already locked down tight. Every main and side street around Luo Plaza was completely sealed off. Within 1 kilometer of the Star Emperor Grand Hotel, a wall of steel armor, thick with killing intent. 1,000 armed soldiers stood guard in layers. They lined from the hotel entrance to the Imperial Arena. Locked down. No ordinary pedestrians allowed anywhere along the route. Only the competing academy teams could pass through. The core arena is sat before the palace's south gate, a site personally chosen by the Star Luo royal family. It allowed Emperor Su Jiawei and his officials to sit high atop the majestic Imperial City walls and observe every single detail of the entire tournament below. The palace towered north, facing south with majesty. A stretch of lavish, exquisitely built VIP rest areas have been set up, covered with charts, stocked with spirit fruits and fine tea, exclusively for Academy members to rest and prepare. The Continental Academy tournament was unforgiving. Besides the grand final, the most heart-stopping, most unpredictable part was first round elimination. Winner takes all. Losers were eliminated on the spot. No second chances. No room for recovery. It all began at the first crack of dawn. The Academy instructors arrived at the Imperial City ahead of time, holding the jade plaques issued before the competition. They entered the hall for the draw ceremony. The entire draw process was completed. Luo Empire officials tallied results methodically. They verified, sorted, and posted matchups in order. Imperial banners snapped atop the city walls. Su Jiawei stood at the wall, hands clasped behind. His gaze swept over the entire arena and plaza below. A minister stepped forward and bowed. He reported, "Your Majesty, the arena is ready. We may begin admitting entrance." Su Jiawei gave a slight nod. He said, "Let them enter in order. As you command." The minister bowed, turned, and strode down. He relayed the imperial decree. As the order was issued, the sealed plaza entrance slowly swung open. Citizens of Star Luo City who had long been waiting outside, under the orderly guidance of the soldiers, formed several long lines. They streamed into the spectator areas in perfect order. The Sun Moon Imperial Soul Engineering Academy's competition team, led by Elder Ma, marched in formation into the contestants' designated waiting area. Lu Yuan, Xiao Xiao, and Qiuer were mixed into the Sun Moon team's ranks. They stood at the very front in core positions. The view clearly showed the arena and Shrek Academy. Xiao Hongshun, Meng Hongshun, Marulong, and others all had their attention fixed on the Shrek Academy team ahead. When they saw Wang Donger, Hu Yuhao, and the others, they were momentarily stunned. In all previous tournaments, Shrek's team members had always been composed and steady. Top geniuses with terrifying soul power. But the Shrek team before them today had a completely different vibe. Most of them were young faces that still looked wet behind the ears. Their builds were slight, soul power unremarkable, far from the overwhelming pressure of previous years. Even the cultivation levels of several core members couldn't be considered top tier. Xiao Hongshan wondered, where are Shrek's fighters? Seeing this, Lu Yuan sighed inwardly. The Grand Elder is as reliably consistent as ever. The sun climbed high. All were in position. Inside and outside the arena, everything fell completely silent. Countless gazes fixed on the city wall and arena. Su Jiawei announced in a resounding voice, "The Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Soul Dueling Tournament has officially begun." As his declaration fell, the arena erupted in earth-shaking cheers and applause. Per the draw, the first elimination match begins now. It features Tianling Advanced Soul Master Academy, facing Shrek Academy under the eyes of the crowd. The 7 members of Shrek slowly stepped onto the stage. Leading them were Bei Bei, Su Sancher, and Jiang Nianan. He Kaitu followed closely, then Hu Yuhao. Wang Donger. At the very back stood a girl with delicate features and faint freckles on her cheeks. Lu Yuan's gaze swept over that girl. After a brief thought, he instantly guessed her identity. Most likely Ning Tian from the Nine Treasure Glaze Tile sect. Originally, among Shrek's new generation, Xiao Xiao was the strongest. But now Xiao Xiao had already been lured away by him. Shrek picked Ning Tian for top support. Best of a bad lot for support. On stage, battle could erupt at any moment. The Tianling Academy members were all tense and on guard, fully alert and staring warily at the Shrek team. He feared the top academy's name. But the instant the battle bell rang,
Hu Yuhao's eyes lit up. Soul power surged as his second soul skill activated instantly. Crimson light rose from beneath his feet. 1 ring, 2 rings, 6 10,000-year soul rings in total circled around him. The dazzling blood-red 10,000-year soul rings shone blindingly. The crushing pressure of the soul rings swept across the entire stage. The 7 Tianling Academy members on the other side felt their pupils shatter and their minds go blank. Their faces filled with terror and disbelief.
Yu Hao crushed their spirit with sheer force.
This gave Shrek Academy a winning start. The referee declared, Shrek Academy wins. In just a few breaths, the first match ended hastily. Yet the result shocked the entire venue. The crowd erupted. The hall was filled with sharp gasps. Some stared fixedly at Hu Yuhao on the stage. Xiao Hongchun, utterly shocked, shot to his feet. His pupils contracted as he cried out in disbelief. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. 6 10,000-year soul rings. This completely defies all logic. Meng Hongchun, Ma Rulong, and the others also wore grave expressions. Their hearts churned with shock. Are all the people on the Doluo continent this monstrous? First Lu Yuan and Gu Qiuer, and now another one with 6 10,000-year soul rings appears.
Overnight fame left him cold.
He led the Shrek members toward the contestants' rest area. As they passed the Sun Moon team's waiting zone, a laugh rang out. Lu Yuan leaned against the railing and waved gently at Hu Yuhao walking toward him. With a simple, good-natured smile, he said, Hey, long time no see, little bro. Xiao Xiao beside him blinked her clear eyes. She had only met Hu Yuhao once before. She understood why Lu Yuan would greet the Shrek people on his own initiative. Chapter 47, Selfishness.
Confused, she turned to size up Hu Yuhao.
Gu Qiuer stood nearby with her arms crossed. Her crimson eyes shot Hu Yuhao a quick glance. She also had a slight impression of Hu Yuhao. She hadn't expected him to have such incredible luck. Hu Yuhao, who had been looking indifferent, the moment he saw Lu Yuan, Xiao Xiao, and Gu Qiuer, suddenly froze, his pupils contracting sharply. The calm in his eyes was instantly replaced by thick gloom. Since leaving Star Doe Forest,
Dream Eye Silkworm had told him everything.
That happened while he was unconscious. The opportunities that should have been his had all been stolen by these 3 people before him. The strokes of fortune that should have helped him rise fast, all gone. A monstrous rage surged from the depths of his heart.
Hu Yuhao's body
trembled almost imperceptibly. His hands clenched into white-knuckled fists. Bei Bei noticed Hu Yuhao's emotional turmoil and asked in a low voice, Yu Hao, what's wrong? Feeling unwell? Wang Donger asked with equal concern. Yu Hao, you look terrible. Are you okay? The bone-deep hatred and fury were searing his mind. Hu Yuhao could barely stop himself from exploding on the spot, but he clenched his jaw hard and forcibly swallowed his rage.
He knew clearly that he was still weak right now.
His wings weren't grown. Losing control in public would only make him look bad. It would only expose his weakness and hand others a weapon to use against him. Endure. He had to endure. Hu Yuhao took a deep breath, forced down all the fury in his eyes, and said in a deep voice, I'm fine. Let's head back first. With that, he didn't spare Lu Yuan another glance. Suppressing the overwhelming hatred in his heart, he led Bei Bei, Wang Donger, and the rest, as they turned and quickly left the rest area. Xiao Hongchun saw the scene, looked at Lu Yuan, and asked, Lu Yuan, you know him?
Lu Yuan nodded and said, yes, sort of.
We met once. Meng Hongchun asked curiously, what's his deal? He was acting even cockier than you earlier. On this stage, no one's allowed to be more badass than him. Lu Yuan let out a scoff.
He's nothing but a clown.
Fake soul rings conjured by imitating soul skills.
You want to see a 10,000-year soul ring?
I can show you. Xiao Hongchun doesn't quite believe Lu Yuan. You have a 10,000-year soul ring? Yeah, right. I'll show you when I get the chance. Just don't piss yourself. TCH, if you have to say it like that, it's definitely fake. Xiao Hongchun scoffs dismissively. Lu Yuan just shrugs. See? The moment I actually bring it out, you won't be so happy. Xiao Hongchun clicks his tongue and turns away. Meng Hongchun rubs her chin, speaking thoughtfully. Lu Yuan, you said it was a simulated soul skill. How could you tell? That pressure earlier wasn't fake, was it? Lu Yuan analyzes when he released those rings. His eyes lit up. His martial soul must be his eyes. That kind usually absorbs spiritual type soul rings. And in the far north, there's a soul beast called an ice silkworm. They're weak, but their spiritual power is immense.
They project stronger beasts to scare off enemies.
Otherwise, absorbing a 10,000-year soul ring as a first ring, you'd be lucky not to burst apart from the overload. Xiao Hongchun asks, could a beast sacrifice itself?
Ha ha. Xiao Xiao and Gu Qiuer both burst out laughing.
Lu Yuan is speechless too. He pats Meng Hongchun on the shoulder and sighs. Miss, when you get back, make your brother read a damn book. Meng Hongchun forces an awkward smile and elbows Xiao Hongchun hard. 6 10,000-year soul beasts sacrificing themselves? Who has those connections? Impossible. Xiao Hongchun finally catches on. Hearing Lu Yuan's analysis, Elder Ma breathes a sigh of relief. He really thought Shrek Academy had produced a monster. He speaks up. All right. Forget about all that. Let's prep for our match. I'll set the order. Lu Yuan, you 3 are our trump cards. I want to hold you back until the end. What do you think?
Lu Yuan nods and says fine. But if we want to fight, let us in. Their opponent is a school Lu Yuan's never heard of.
From the Dou-Ling Empire. As expected, Sun Moon Imperial Soul Engineer Academy wins easily. This tournament has over 130 teams. The first knockout round will take about 3 days, which means Lu Yuan and the others can rest for 2 days. With time on their hands, they take Gu Qiuer and Xiao Xiao out to explore Star Luo City. Eldamat doesn't bother stopping them. Let them go. As long as they don't cause trouble, what matters is they bring their A game for Shrek Academy matches. Olma took one look at Shrek Academy's lineup and felt his expectations for this tournament soar. With Shrek Academy's current strength, Ma Rulong, Xiao Hongchun, Meng Hongchun, plus Xiao Xiao, Gu Qiuer, and Lu Yuan. Those 6 alone are basically a steamroll waiting to happen. Olma thought to himself, his face breaking into a grin. It's locked in. This year is absolutely locked in. Xiao Hongchun, meanwhile, went off to mock Hu Yuhao. That damn brat. How dare he trick him with a simulated soul skill? What a naturally wicked little bastard. He was going to tear into Hu Yuhao hard. Seeing how relaxed everyone else was, Meng Hongchun figured, she might as well loosen up a bit too. Hongchun tagged along with Lu Yuan and others to explore Star Luo City. 2 days later, the round-robin matches began. In the first round, 4 of the 8 teams in the group would compete. Yuan asked Old Ma for the list of academies in their group. He scanned through it, didn't recognize a single one, and today their group didn't even have to compete. So they could laze around for another day. Old Ma watched Lu Yuan looking utterly content, and shook his head with a sigh. Ah, youth. Still, if he'd had Lu Yuan's strength at that age, he'd be the same way. Old Ma cleared his throat and spoke up. Lu Yuan, the Star Luo Imperial family invited them to the Starlight auction. Do you want to go take a look? An auction? Lu Yuan's interest was piqued. That first auction, wasn't that where they sold that carving knife? The base material alone was a piece of living gold, worth a fortune. Though he wasn't a soul engineer and had no use for carving knives, Lu Yuan would never let a good thing slip into someone else's hands. And then there was the second auction. They'd also auctioned the Ice Jade, Scorpion Soul Bone, and Snow Empress Embryo. Sure, an Ice Attribute Soul Bone wasn't much use to him, but the Ice Jade Scorpion Soul Bone with Ice Explosion technique was incredibly precious. Even if he didn't need it, he couldn't let anyone else get it. When stirring up chaos, and a soft, fragrant Snow Empress, who wouldn't want that? With that thought, Lu Yuan said, we're going. Of course we're going. Olma chuckled. Good, then just follow along tonight. Chapter 48, conservatively following the auction rules. Night. Lu Yuan, where are we going? Xiao Xiao asked him puzzled. A day had already passed since the first round of matches ended. Soon, the second round of the round robin would begin. Today's matches included the Sun Moon team's group on stage. Xiao Xiao and Guchuer, who hadn't had a chance to fight, were itching to jump in. They wanted to get into a match. Lu Yuan smiled slightly at this. He said, I'll take you somewhere. Just follow me. Elma and Meng Hongchun had already gone ahead. Guchuer asked curiously, where are we going? Meng Hongchun went too. Lu Yuan said, an auction. But I doubt the earlier items are anything special. Only the finale piece is worth seeing. That's why we're heading over later. Come on, relax a little. It'll do you good for your upcoming matches. Guchuer rolled her eyes. She said early, relax. Seriously? Lu Yuan, we've been relaxing for days now. My dragon bones are about to rust. Xiao Xiao, standing nearby, burst out laughing. She said, Sister Chioer, how can the bones of a living being rust? You're not a steel dragon. Guchuer gave Xiao Xiao a light tap on the head. She said, I was speaking metaphorically. Why are you taking it so literally? Who's this metaphor? Why are you hitting him? Xiao Xiao looked up. She gave Guchuer a goofy smile. Guchuer raised her small fist and said through gritted teeth, Xiao Xiao, I think you're asking for a beating. Chatting and laughing, the three of them crossed several streets. They stopped in front of a building with a pointed roof. The building wasn't particularly eye-catching compared to the tall buildings around it, though it wasn't small. It didn't stand out much. Above the main entrance hung a sign with the image of a hammer on it. Below the hammer seemed to be a golden counterlight pattern. Starlight Auction House, Lu Yuan said. This is the place. Let's go. Guchuer looked at the building in front of them. She said, looks pretty small. Way worse than the one in Ming Capital. I'd been to the Ming Capital Auction House a few times before. The three walked inside. Only then did they realize the auction house wasn't that big. But once they were truly inside, they learned that the main part of the auction house was underground. Inside the auction house, a red carpet stretched out. A staircase a full 5 meters wide extended downward. Staff members guided visitors on both sides. They continued all the way down to a large hall. Meng Hongchun had been waiting there for a while. Seeing Lu Yuan's group enter, she crossed her arms. She said irritably, finally, you're here. You took so long, I thought you weren't coming. Lu Yuan waved and said, how can I not come? Since I promised, I'll definitely show up. Meng Hongchun curled her lip. She pulled out 3 masks and handed them to Lu Yuan and others. Put these on. The auction house provides them. They conceal guests' faces to avoid unnecessary trouble. After putting on their masks, Meng Hongchun led Lu Yuan, Xiao Xiao, and Guchuer into auction hall 12. They found Ma Lao and Xiao Hongchun's seats, and sat down beside them. Xiao Hongchun spotted Lu Yuan. Well, thought you weren't coming. Lu Yuan shrugged. What lot are we on now? Almost to the finale? Only the finale items interest me. Almost there. Did you two manage to buy anything? Ma Lao shook his head. Nothing but soul devices. Boring. We have plenty of those in the Sun Moon Empire. Seems like this trip was a waste. I thought the Dolawak continent might actually have something good. Xiao Hongchun chimed in, equally annoyed. They're definitely hoarding all the good stuff. At that moment, the auctioneer Chinya announced from stage. Next up is our second to last item of the day. After this, we move on to today's grand finale. I'm sure you'll all be very pleasantly surprised. The hostess wheeled out the second to last item. Chinya stepped up to the cart. This item has a rather amusing name, called the baby bottle. Lu Yuan glanced at the soul device, but wasn't particularly interested. After all, he already had a grade 6 baby bottle. His good relationship with Meng Hongchun had its perks. Lu Yuan got it via Meng Hongchun. It was made by Mingda Hall, though he didn't know who crafted it. Top quality, but someone here wanted it. Soul masters disdain soul devices. Lu Yuan was baffled. What were these people even thinking? They crave convenience, yet scorn them. After Jean, you finished explaining the baby bottle's function. She said, you all know this item well. I won't say more. Let's begin the bidding. Opening bid, 6,000 gold soul coins. Bid, 100 gold. 10,000. 11,000. Bids rang out one after another. Wang Yin explained, then bid. His single high bid crushed the enthusiasm of the entire room. Someone protested. 21,000. Wang Yin bid again. 25,000 gold soul coins. This time no one followed. Market price, about 20,000 gold. Xingya smiled slightly and tapped the gavel. Any higher bids? 25,000, going twice. Just as the Shrek group breathed a sigh of relief, a voice rang out. 25,100 gold soul coins. Both froze. Gavel midair. She looked toward the voice. She didn't recognize who it was, but judging by the attire of the people around him, they looked like people from the Sun Moon Empire. Since when does Sun Moon lack this kind of soul device? Or are they just here to cause trouble? Su Jujio, watching backstage, blinked. She smirked. Few knew who they were, but she sure as hell did. Why would Sun Moon provoke Shrek? But it didn't matter. This was a good thing. This was exactly the situation Star Luo wanted to see. The people on Shrek Academy's side, however, were not happy. Su Sancha growled. Damn it, who the hell does this guy think he is? He's jacking the price. Bei frowned. He whispered, are they targeting us? Wu Yuhao asked confused. Why would they target us? Wang Yin shook his head. Hard to say for now. The kids need this bottle to support them in battle. 26,000 gold soul coins. Liu Yuan made another bid. Su Sancher lost his temper. He slammed the table and stood up, pointing at Liu Yuan's direction. He roared, "Hey, what the hell is your problem, you bastard? Every time you only add 100 gold soul coins. You're obviously bidding maliciously." Liu Yuan spread his hands and said to Qingya on the stage, "Minimum bid increment is 100 coins, right? I'm simply following the auction rules conservatively. Is there a problem?" Su Sancher was so choked up by those words he couldn't speak. "What do you mean following the rules conservatively? If you want it, shouldn't you be bidding a lot higher?" Chapter 49, The Aggressive Auction. "All right, Sancher, sit down." Wang Yin pulled Su Sancher back down. Su Sancher said defiantly, "But teacher, look at him." All right. What he said is technically true. Sit down." After calming Su Sancher down, Wang Yin continued bidding. 3,000 gold soul coins. After speaking, he looked at Liu Yuan. "Friend, do you want to raise the bid?" Liu Yuan shook his head and said, "Forget it. That's already beyond my budget. I'm out." Qingya struck the gavel fast. 30,000 gold soul coins going once, going 3 times. Sold. Hui Yuhao watched the final result. His heart was a mess of emotions. I really was interested in that energy charge soul device, but it cost the Academy a fortune. All thanks to the Academy, and thanks to Teacher Wang. Hui Yuhao's eyes reddened slightly. His heart was full of gratitude. Shrek's kindness. He could never repay it all. Just then, Qingya announced,
Our grand gift is coming.
"This is also the final item of tonight's auction."
An attendant wheeled in a cart.
Hui Yuhao shook his head. He used spiritual detection to probe it. Suddenly, he felt an indescribable sharpness.
It pierced his detection instantly.
It even seemed about to pierce his spirit as well. This scared Hui Yuhao into quickly dispersing his soul skill. On stage, auctioneer Qingya had already begun the introduction,
Everyone blah blah. Qingya lifted the red cloth.
revealing what was underneath. A display case.
Small, half a foot long.
From bottom to top, it tapered from wide to narrow. At the very top was a very sharp-looking point, and below, a blade about half an inch wide. Soul-devouring knife. Bid 100,000 coins. Each bid increment no less than 5,000 gold soul coins. Distinguished guests, you may begin bidding. Below the stage, Hu Yuhao looked at the carving knife. His heart couldn't help but stir.
He deeply desired this knife, but the story behind it made him hesitate.
He Kaitu saw Hu Yuhao's expression and said in a low voice, "Yuhao, this knife is very strange. Better let it go." Hu Yuhao bit his lip, trapped in hesitation. He felt he needed this knife, but how could he solve the problem of this knife? Just then, Liu Yuan's voice rang out. 100,000 gold soul coins. The moment this voice appeared, it exploded in Hu Yuhao's heart like a thunderclap. He abruptly looked up. It's him. It's him again. Hu Yuhao clenched his fists. His knuckles cracked. Meng Hongchun heard Liu Yuan's bid. He was so surprised. "Liu Yuan, aren't you not becoming a soul engineer? Why buy a carving knife? And this knife is too strange. You better not buy it." Liu Yuan shook his head and said, "Meng, the stranger something is,
The more value it may hold.
it'll become a priceless treasure." Meng Hongchun sighed. He said, "Too risky. If you like knives, just tell me. I can give you mine." Xiao Hongchun, who had been speechless, abruptly raised his head and looked at Meng Hongchun and Liu Yuan. "Wait, since when are you two?" Xiao Hongchun's eyes blazed. He glared viciously at Liu Yuan. "Oh, you piece of work, Liu Yuan. I treated you like a brother. And you actually want to be my brother-in-law?" Liu Yuan smiled. "Thank you for the kind offer, Miss Meng, but it's unnecessary. As the saying goes, the rougher the waves, the pricier the fish. Since this carving knife is so dangerous, its value must be extraordinary. It's worth a shot. And even if I don't use it, it's a fine collector's piece." Meng Hongchun sighed and said helplessly, "Fine then." She stole a glance at Liu Yuan, then added, If you want to learn how to craft soul devices, I can teach you." Xiao Hongchun's eyes went wide. Again, Guqiuer was also thoroughly annoyed. She lifted her foot and stomped on Liu Yuan's. Liu Yuan didn't even flinch. "Then I'll be in your debt, Miss Meng." At that moment, after much internal struggle, Hu Yuhao finally made up his mind. "Teacher Wang, I want this carving knife." Wang Yin frowned slightly. "Yuhao, don't be rash. This concerns your life and your future. I can't let anything happen to you." Hu Yuhao pondered for a moment, then said, "Teacher Wang, how about this? Let's only bid first. After we return to the academy, I'll have Teacher Fanny supervise, while we find a way to lift the curse on this soul-devouring blade. Only then will I use it." This. Wang Yin hesitated. In the end, the thought of snagging a bargain won out. After all, this was a rank carving knife. He called out a bid. 110,000 gold soul coins. Liu Yuan raised it. 200,000 gold soul coins. Hearing Liu Yuan's bid, Hu Yuhao and the others' eyes bulged. How could this guy do that? He just doubled the price. Hu Yuhao looked pleadingly at Wang Yin. Wang Yin gritted his teeth and shouted, 210,000 gold soul coins. 300,000 gold soul coins. Liu Yuan raised again. The soul-devouring carving knife is essentially a piece of living gold. If you can't even buy a chunk of living gold for 100,000 gold soul coins, then this is an absolute steal. Even if this piece of living gold is small, the energy it contains is still immense. Yuhao finally resigned. He stood up, pointed at Liu Yuan, and shouted, "You're driving up the price. This is malicious bidding." Liu Yuan let out a scoff. "No money? Then why the hell are you at an auction, you broke ass? Why didn't you say that when you were bidding on the damn milk bottle earlier?" Hu Yuhao's eyes went bloodshot, gasping for air, his finger trembling as he points at Liu Yuan. But no words come out. "Let go, junior brother." Bei Bei grabs Hu Yuhao and pulls him back to the seat. Hu Yuhao glares at Liu Yuan, his eyes burning with resentment and fury. That single word broke gas from Liu Yuan, cut deep into his heart. He hates those high and mighty noble brats who think they can look down on everyone just because they got money and power. Qingya had already prepared herself for the item to go unsold. She didn't expect Liu Yuan and Wang Yin to give her such a surprise. 300,000 was already a decent price. Qingya was satisfied. She quickly banged the gavel, afraid Liu Yuan might change his mind. 300,000 going once. Sold. The final item is sold. The auction concluded successfully. Liu Yuan went backstage to settle the bill and collect items. He stored the carving knife and soul device, and headed outside. Elder Ma, Xiao Hongchun, Xiao Xiao, and the others were all waiting for him. Elder Ma spoke up. "Got the goods? Let's go." The group headed toward the Star Emperor Grand Hotel. After returning to the hotel room, Liu Yuan opened the gate to the Void Realm. Electrolux, who had been dormant all this time, saw Liu Yuan open the gate and drifted out. "Young friend, have you run into some trouble?" Liu Yuan smiled. "Compared to our first meeting, Elderine, your condition looks much better now." Electrolux nodded. All thanks to your living gold, young friend. The nourishment of life force has helped me recover considerably. Elderine, take a look at this. Luyan pulled out the soul-devouring carving knife. Electrolux, raise an eyebrow. Another piece of living gold? This kid's luck is something else.